Another reason why he's just so prominent right now. But I think just in general, the way the game is kind of working system-wise, it really lends itself to the big body characters, right? Like them being able to eat so many hits and being able to output so much damage in few hits, it really results in them having a lot more resources and meter to work with than the other characters, right?
Exactly, especially when Wildstar first got introduced, right? We talked about, oh, these high health characters just get so much more burst throughout the rounds, right? But we haven't even seen any spend of that from Aboii, just quartering Crescendo and finally gets the counter at JH.
Yeah, but we gotta make sure to pop the burst, flicker in the corner as well, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, again, just try to put that chip on. Spiral Arrow gets her out for now.
Able to escape the flick, still got 50 meter for it, so we go for that fast RC.
Oh my, and the pop buster spells the end. Oh, command grabs to be violent.
Didn't even need all that damage, but sometimes the armor's all you need, just a quick 5P to stop you at the round start.
Yeah, precisely, yeah. Boy, the way he's balancing, like what he's going for, definitely looking clean. It gets the punish on the command throw down this time. Oh, one more again with the RC after. Yeah, locked out of the burst. Nice round.
Nice round and nice game. Aboii, all right, it was a little slower in that game, round number 1, but Aboii was like, no, we got places to be, things to do. I'll see you in game 2.
How you put the nitrous on a Potemkin this big, on a car this big, bro?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's the afterburner and then some.
That should not be how it works. Ooh, and again, Aboii already spinning the burst early, but that's what we talked about, right? It's a big benefit for the big body characters. You might as well spin it early because you're going to get stuff back regardless. And Crescendo actually bringing out the Wild Assault right now. Oh, able to PRC under, but the cheeks are still, you can't challenge those.
I love the idea of trying to run out, especially with Gio being one of the fastest characters in the cast, but still so far into the animation, now you're getting hard knockdown straight to the glass.
Like you said, it was definitely a good idea, right? It was just, you know, a little bit too late at that point. Aegis Reflector, flex on him real quick, say it with your chest.
Here we go, 3 rounds in a row clean for Aboii. Wait for that burst to come back up, but you got all the health to build it.
A clean whiff punish right there with Crescendo. We got to build upon this, though.
Yep.
Back dashing the slide head as well. Not to get knocked down, but then counter his sweep actually gives him a full combo, and the ICPM gets him out of the corner.
Yeah, right. 2D straight out of the corner, already over almost coast to coast off of the Gigantor, but spend that blue Wild Assault while we got it.
Yes, indeed. Oh my gosh. Able to get out. Finally dodges the command throw, and now we're breakdance fighting. And again, she's got to build this momentum, right? Crescendo, he needs to make sure he capitalizes off of this. Ooh, the hezzy right there catches Aboii.
There we go, that close slash, walk up close slash. Like you said, just a little bit of hesitation, caught you lacking. There we go, one more hit should be enough with the whip and the 2H. You were a little too far for that one off the FDs.
Yeah, great stuff from Aboii. I really like the FDs right there. Oh my goodness, so the breakdance fighting wakes up with it here. That's still not enough damage though. Oh my, yo, no fear, just a hammer fall wake up. RC as well with the heat knuckle, that's not enough just yet.
Okay, still able to stay alive. That pot HP kept you, but still one touch apiece. Crescendo trying to bring it to one more round. This game number 2, spend it on the red Wild Assault. It's fine, you still got 50, but not even gonna spend. It's that throw to finally put a round on the board.
Oh, super scary right here. You know, they've been getting a little greedy with the spiral arrows. We'll see if Aboii has the 6 piece on deck in the future, or if he's not gonna need it, because he's just gonna pop buster you to death.
All right, pull up after the hammer fall. We're seeing a lot more blue Wild Assaults coming out from Aboii. We're trying to get that corner as fast as we can. The ICPM ender, and now caught up here with the wall break. It's Aboii. Forget what?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was about to be in. Crescendo gets a little bit more of a chance. I was just salt in the wound, dog. You let him live just to get one more in.
That's what I'm saying. Aboii was like, not the cleanest way I could have sealed it out, but you know, we'll take a 2-0. Now one more game away from moving on to that next round.
Shouts to FSU, the Seminoles in the building, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I see you. Yeah, another thing I didn't realize, maybe the 6 piece haven't been there as well, because the one time he tried it, I think the Wild Assault came out instead. He got counter hits, so maybe he's been holstering it because of that, which should allow the spiral arrows to get off a little bit more.
Yeah. See if we bring it back to that layer 1 like we saw a little bit earlier. Just poke out with the 5K, but that dash momentum still puts you in throw range.
Giovanna, the queen of the dash momentum.
Yeah.
Oh, RC again trying to keep this pressure on, trying to kick that guard meter. Actually does catch Aboii.
There we go, sniped out the backdash. Now it's one more touch, even with that Potemkin HP, but BRC post wall break. He said, hold up, give me a sec.
Trying to dash away. Oh, the armor. That's not going to be enough to stop that guard break. Didn't get caught flinching in that instance, though, at least.
Oh,
that's not going to work.
Damn, tried to go for the YRC, actually kind of landed, but the Gigantor was already out, so that lingering hitbox now sends you through the glass. One touch apiece once again, YRC, JK, but it's the far slash. We're not spending the burst just yet. Aboii, fine to go to that next round.
Nice, and Crescendo here, staying alive.
Yep.
Took the first round here. That should allow him to breathe a bit easier here. man. You can never breathe easy against Potemkin. What am I saying?
Exactly. Now we got that positive bonus to get a little burst back too. Pull up for another PB.
PB, bro. Personal best, pop buster, all that. Oh my, the empty jump low with the super.
Damn, big whip on the 2H, big whip on the PB, but it's okay. We spend it with the 50 to make sure we stay safe, and another scoop for Aboii puts him on set point.
Oh man, one more round to go. Crescendo cannot afford to lose another heart. Scared him, the 5Ps that round star, you've been highlighting it as well, right? Yeah. Just the stop sign to make sure Giovanna can't get her momentum going.
Exactly. There we go, trying to poke out with the sweep, but Crescendo just taking to the skies, like counter hit JH, fighting for a little bit of space, but barely any HP lost for it on Aboii. You need a big combo corner conversion to try and even things out. Yeah,
and again, we don't see the 6P challenge there. Remember, Crescendo did have that threshold for the Wild Assault, so perhaps respecting that. And now a pop-up, so you ain't respecting nothing. RC after for the set of Aboii. Taking it as CEO, and yeah, I mean, he is a lead on this character, man, and obviously this character considered still very strong in this latest iteration of the game as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, has so many, training partners in a close vicinity that can teach him, Leo at the highest level, right? So kind of learning this through osmosis, I understand why you would have this as a strong pick.
Yeah, most definitely. I like this as another character Nitro's added to his plethora, right? He comes from Versus games, so he's used to learning multiple characters, right? So, like him having a full 3-man roster under his belt now.
Exactly. It just makes sense. Now we're trying to dash block here against the Sun Edge. Just a little bit too far for the throw. The clean backdash from Scambolini, and now we get the Kara straight into the super.
Very nice. We get that wall break going. We got plus frames. We got positive vibes on that. Trying to make something out of the jab into the backdash. Actually caught Nitro a little bit of a fumble on the conversion, but nonetheless, Far S will do the jab.
Yeah, we saw that Future Arc. I was like, wait. That's not what you need to kill here, but you still had the 50 to keep it safe, like you're saying.
Yeah, he's all right. Ended up picking it up. Oh, nice shot. The equal sign, bro. The jump H equals your death.
That's the moving stop sign, bro. He's trying to make his way on in. You thought step dash was all he got, but there you go.
Flash kick as well, of course. And remember, DPs no longer are being able to be RC'd on block. So that did take some strategy down from Leo, but he's got so much more that it doesn't matter.
Now we got the throw in the back third stance, run up with the meaty overhead. Oh, I actually thought we might have been able to kill, but one more mix should do the job. Send it with the super, no need for that extra 50.
What? Oh, I thought, actually scaled very heavily right there. Yeah, just BRC into the jab.
Yeah. I think if we were a little bit closer to the corner, I think we were all thinking, okay, that wall break is going to do the job, but he still had 50 for the BRC after, right? So tied up on the rounds.
100% Nitro. Oh, with the Wild Assault, catching Nitro, unable to move, but still almost scrambled out for a second there. Now Scambolini going to spin the other tension as well. Yeah. Get a little bit more damage in before the wall break.
Yeah, I wonder if, I don't know, we just thought that we didn't wall splat early enough. We could have just gone for a super wall break there and ended up only getting a little more damage to the 50. But with positive bonus, right, you're still chilling on the meter situation.
Yeah, it was definitely a little funky, but nonetheless, Scambolini, he's made the most out of that wall break regardless, right? Ooh, that was kind of sick. Little fuzzy setup right there with the Dust RC jump H. Yeah, what in the sick?
So the JD didn't even end up connecting, but it did put us in a scramble where Nitro is on the back foot. So now game one, Scambolini, I see you. All right, play it slow with the Sun Edge.
Oh, no. That's all bad. When Leo baits your burst, all bad.
Yep. This was such a good game for Scambolini, and all of a sudden Nitro, it seems like he hasn't downloaded this game too.
Yeah, right. The way this first round's opening up. Oh, no. It looked like he tried to scramble into a throw after the backdash BRC, but still not available to be thrown, and Nitro makes quick. Oh, wait.
This guy just keeps living when I think he's, got no slivers left, but it's okay. Chip damage off of the fireball. He's like, let me finish the job.
Now it's happening to both of us.
Yeah.
Here, both setting up the round transition.
Exactly, bro.
And Kai just found a way to live.
Yep. All right, another whip on the direct clad here, but still no challenges. Nitro just gets caught in the counter hit.
Flash kicking away the Foudre arm, gets the big counter hit. I love that decision from Nitro as well. He switched sides and Scambolini fighting back.
Yeah, full commit to the DP on wake up here, just trying to escape the back turn, only to get thrown, and once again, now we're spending the full burst on it.
They have the late double jump, but what a dash under and catching the landing punish.
Yeah, big close slash. I mean, we bursted the combo, but still took a decent amount of damage for it. It could be one hit, as long as we have 50 for the conversion, but there we go, the close slash headbanger from Nitro.
The Hezi opened him up at the right moment, and now just a back turn shenanigans. Going to be able to close out the second game for Nitro. 1-all here.
There we go, wipe the hands. It was a rough start to the set, but it seems like Nitro's warmed back up to the Leo Whitefang.
Yeah, exactly. Going through different characters, playing different games, right? Sometimes it takes a game or two for a lot of players to get warmed back up and get used to what we're seeing from them. What a bait on the Vapor Thrust. Yeah, that was going to be even more damage. I respect the burst.
Yeah, burst early. Early enough in the round, you can build it back up. There we go. Run the timer with the RC. I like that jump forward conversion too. And the bait on the burst.
Everybody's burst getting baited. Put it in a bag. Oh, my, the heads again. I don't know how Nitro picks his spots like this sometimes.
Go, just the shimmy into the counter hit 2D, puts you into that back turn stance. No, you were looking for a 5H to try and counter the DP. Came out as that charge.
That's so unfortunate, man. What a tough break for Nitro right there. That actually probably would have been the kill, considering how much life he had with the wall break after. Tough one for Nitro to start in this third game.
Yeah.
Oh, and now you're getting frisky with the Vapor Thrust off the minus frames. Okay, Scambolini.
Yeah, DP on minus going a little crazy with the double dip, but that's what you got to do to put Nitro on the back foot. You'll take it. /5H actually ends up reaching even on the backdash.
There we go. Fighting back with his own flash kick now. Both players letting it rip, representing their reversal options. Look at this again from Nitro. He's trying to base something now. Covers his throw with a PRC, but we still in the corner.
Throw PRC, throw, but just waiting out. We got the parry.
Straight through the wall this time. Scambolini tried to bet on the big right to line. He still got 50% tension while Nitro builds up his meter.
Yeah, tricky little 2K pickup there. Not going to get the most of it. Not going to be accessible. The back turn stance. Big whip on the 2D, but we gold burst off the scramble.
Oh, and now an unfortunate execution error for Scambolini. Gets the Vapor Thrust. That's not what he wanted at all.
But just barely out of that 50 meter. That might have been enough to kill, but Nitro at that 49. Waited out 6B the JH, but not able to follow up.
Scambolini, it just feels like, the stage pressure's getting to him a little bit. We've seen some funky conversions. That one, he clearly had the RC into the 6P. You figured he'd be ready for a conversion off that, but it just happens sometimes with the stage. Beautiful instant block right there to keep him close.
There you go. All right, tapping at the doors with the 5B close slash. And again, just waiting out these DPs. They have the download on each other's defensive tendencies.
Yeah, that's fast. I don't remember the last time a DP hit.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, at least in a significant matter. Nice, the 2K catches again now. RC, Scambolini's got to use his burst here to hold on to this game.
Hold on strong. We got plus frames off of the 6K. IB on the close slash, but still just keeping yourself in that Kai effective range.
That micro dash IB too, that was nasty. And now the jump out of the throw punishes the recovery. 2-1 Nitro. Like you said, bouncing back from that first game L, looking much more comfortable.
Yeah. Even in between some of these rounds, right, we're seeing a little bit of those nerves, even from Nitro, who's been on some of these, biggest stages in the world before.
Evo champion.
Exactly,
yeah, for sure.
So nerves get us all. It's just how you deal with them, and it's immediate burst here to start off game 4.
And then the wild assault, but you see so many micro dashes in the block from Nitro. Beautiful bait out of the flash kick, though.
One of these days, we're going to get a DP that hit there. Okay, well, combo DP definitely works. Now we got 10% left for Nitro. It's rough for our hero.
Legitimately, the health bar just melting in response to that. I guess the guard bar was cranked a little bit before that because that did massive damage. Stun dipper last hit to close it out. Scam with a perfect.
Ooh, okay. Got some wind back in your sails. No burst available on either side. First hit. It matters a lot here. Counter at JH, even on the fadeaway, still able to confirm.
Yeah, exactly right. He just had that sweet spot timing where the opponent wanted to dash up and apply pressure, and the really late button can catch people like that.
Ooh, there we go with the direct flash. Just get a little bit more meter. Now we got that sacred edge too for the shock save.
That was optimal.
Yep.
Flash kick in here, Nitro. He's starting to find the rhythm a little bit, knowing when he can sprinkle in these flash kicks, these reversals. Oh my goodness, the wall. He wants to keep him short, right? He wants to keep him in this corner, potentially kill with the wall break.
Ooh, damn, the JS behind the back. You had to FD cancel that to make sure that it's side corrected. So good work from Scambolini, but still tapping the zone with that IDBRC.
Oh, that was so sick. The Fujiwara brings him down immediately into that. Maybe he was trying to bait a burst.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nitro, he eventually had the discipline to do it later, so Scambolini still gets clipped by it. Nice block of Berserker Slash, but gets opened up by the back turn stance. Will it be enough this time? Oh, no, he dropped it. But he does find it with the close headbutt. Yo, we both were leaning in. Like, can we actually say that he's going to die?
That's what I'm saying. There's been so many situations where they just live with a sliver. I pointed at range. I was like, you got him. He's alive. Go shot, bro. We're cranked on the wrist right now. Nice. I like the check on that 2D. It's been a big jump scare from Nitro this entire set.
Yes, indeed. Nitro here one round the way, but a beautiful throw from Scambolini. Not letting Nitro get through him this time. RC off the dust as well for the corner carry and all the damage you could walk.
Go optimize, get that full launch up with the shock state HDP. Scambolini in good position to tie up the set here, especially with that 50.
Yeah, and then shutting down Nitro's stage transition, I think that's a wrap, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that was a big gamble where Nitro needed to bring it back. He had the meter advantage. Now, I mean, the positive bonus, all Scambolini. That whole match was all Scambolini. Another perfect, actually. I think the 2 rounds he won in that, yeah, God of War who forgot how to lose.
Oh
so the 2 rounds he won in that match were perfects. He did lose one, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, forcing out the swap here from Nitro says, all right, the Leo was working out a little bit, but the consistency is not there. I might have to go back to over-reliable with the Jacko. You heard the crowd out there, too. This is a Florida local. It's Scambolini repping the hometown here, and they're trying to give him all his energy as now we head into game number 5, Nitro versus Scambo.
And Scambo, man, it's going to be tough because first to 1 Jacko, best to 1 Jacko.
How ready are you for this? I can't think of a ton of Jackos that are in the Florida area, so is this a matchup that you have practice against?
Exactly right. It's a matchup that you need a lot of experience in, and it's just a scrambly one in general, right? Like, she's so good at forcing chaos, and Nitro thrives and stuff like that. He's so good at converting off random hits and random angles and having quick reactions. And look at the APM on this man right now, right? Like, it is ridiculous.
Exactly. Unsummon, resummon, even if you're trying to keep track of the minion gauge, like, you know, Nitro has seen this time and time again. He knows exactly what you're going to be looking for here. And finally able to IAD stun dipper under. Now that's burst down from Nitro.
Oh, nice job slicing the minion. Oh, the 6P. He saw the far S already coming out, knowing that the 6P can counter that.
Yeah. All right, you got the minion behind. Sandwich pressure, but we're running out of the gauge. Have to wait for that 50 to come back up. But no, we're going to spend it the Elysian driver. No, the Pierce.
Okay, yeah.
Still able to kill.
I was going to be like, no, bro, don't tell me you're not going to kill off this, but does do so. And now 1 round away again for Nitro. But Scam, he's going to be able to start it first.
There we go. Like the counter hit for our slash. Just keep us at bay from that round start. Now we got you in the corner. Nothing found off the shimmy, though.
Yeah, that man, he tried to hit him with the Sham God right there. Nitro, nice discipline.
Yeah, that Ivy did get the punish from the direct cloud was so crucial. Now we're out of the corner. Yeah, you eat a straight STP, but still pretty decent in life.
In here, oh my goodness, the minions looking to smother. He's trying to bait something out, but great discipline from Scambolini this time. Stun dipper going through a minion, but Nitro was ready to check it. Oh, not this time.
Fadeaway minion kick, but there we go. We got the stun edge. RC. Bring us to the corner. Again, it's still not going to kill. Doesn't even wall splat, but hey, we keep the corner for Scambolini.
Yeah, I like that a lot, right? Just kind of OTGing to make sure he keeps the corner, trying to get the kill off the wall break, but Nitro's fought his way out. Oh, stun dipper again, getting through. The crowd comes alive with it as well. He gets the vapor thrust, and we're going to a final round.
Oh my god, and that is so smart. You go for the defend command, making it so you can't challenge any of the minions, but if you low profile it, one less thing to worry about. A snap decision brings us to the final round, but Scambolini once up against the corner.
Yeah, Nitro's usually so good at sprinkling in those guards, right? Like the fact that Scambo's able to low profile like that, that's a great highlight, J2.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Pick up off the minion. Again, like we saw before, not trying to wall break just yet.
Get the close touch, trying to catch him to press something. Goes back to the original side classic anime mix-up.
There we go. Keep the corner for one more hit. Knows that one wouldn't have been lethal. The BRC, 100 meter down the drain. And the HP still holding on for Scambo.
Ridiculous stuff right now. Nitro doing his best to close this one out. Scambo, gets clipped, but not for long. Breakdance fighting.
Straight hit. Chip damage is a factor. Now you got an FD, but you got no meter for it. You have to run forward to get a little bit more tension. Scambo, you have to play perfect against Nitro, who just needs one more chip.
Legitimately, man. Oh, and unfortunate. Like you said, perfection was rough.
You know, when you have options like, you know, using the security gauge for BT cancels and then keeping it up with PRCs and RCs as well to chip away at your opponent, I wonder what we're going to see. I know these gamers run into each other a lot as well, so it's a player versus player matchup too.
Oh, it looked like they both went for the jump D right there. RedIAmNot. They just barely beat him to the punch there.
Big whiff on the 684 on both sides. The drones are clashing, and so are the Goldlewises. Bro, it looks like a tag fighter already.
Legitimately right.
This 2XKO, bro.
Put it out all the stuff. They're like, put Goldlewis and Marvel Tokon, bro.
Yeah, right?
Don't do that, but seriously. And now RedIAmNot going ham with the Behemoth Typhoons. My goodness, bro. Just slowly shaving down Cheryo's life. He's like, I dare you to swing into this. I dare you to put your hand in the cookie jar, bro.
Oh. Hand caught in the cookie jar, and now that 684 is going to do the job. I like the fast RCs as well. Just making sure we have as much meter as possible to build up a little bit more for that second RC. Just kept that pressure going with the chip.
Damn, Cheryo, instead of taking it slowly, he's taking it all in one combo here. Finds his way in, gets the overhead as well.
Yep. Tap on the toes for the OTG. Now we break the glass again. This is violent, dog. You were so right. I did not think the rounds would go this fast with the health we have.
Right? You thinking Goldlewis big body? It's gonna take a little while. Nah, not when it's Goldlewis on Goldlewis.
Yeah.
Straight up, everybody's life is melting.
You live or you die. We're not seeing the 60-second on that timer.
Goldlewis makes Goldlewis look like he got chip health.
That's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
Sent to the corner here off of the drone, just trying to lock you down with the BT. Let the assist do the job.
Oh, and then challenging with a 2P as well. The sharpest elbows in the business. RedIAmNot gets the wall break.
Yeah. It's not going to add a ton of extra damage off that starter, but what you really want is that positive bonus, but resets the neutral. Cheryo with a bold run up on the 2K2D.
Speaking of which, continuing the bold runs on Behemoth Typhoon, timed it perfectly to blow up Red's defensive choice. I don't know what it was, what fuzzy attempt that was, but man, you paying dearly for trying it.
Turn it with the 1080. You got a clean wall stick, so take the damage where you can. One round apiece and one hit apiece, the BRC, but it's still no kill confirmed.
Yeah, Cheryo, I think he even went for that immediate jump off the first one, landing to take into account the YRC. Both securities, both lasers. And RedIAmNot's going to go down to Cheryo on that one. Oh, man.
And you can even see on the player cam, it's that smirk. Because as soon as he sent out the burn it down, he was like, wait, you're in chip damage range. Yeah. So as long as I can get just like this burn it down on you, this trade is not going to work out for you. I'm just going to block. I'm going to wait.
Super smart stuff from Cheryo right there, like responding to that with his own and just being like, okay, you know what, that is a great idea, and I'm in a better position to use it than you are.
He said, so true, man. I'm going to do the same thing. There you go, but RedIAmNot. They're on the back foot here as they're getting caught out by the 2K2D once again.
Yes, indeed, and again, just going for the lows. Like you mentioned, the 2K2D's been plaguing Red. He's been trying to get out, maybe jump, try to get the jump D abuse going, but he has not been allowed to.
Yep.
Ooh, oh, and in the perfect space against the Behemoth Typhoon, slams him down.
Yeah, from downtown, we were trying to counter poke out, but just spaced out, so the startup was big, chilling, such a big health lead on Cheryo, but I'm afraid to say that, right? Because that's still one touch for Goldlewis.
Never feels like there's a big life lead when Goldlewis is on the screen. Oh, he hit him and combos into the laser, trying to bait out a burst right there. Great discipline from Cheryo.
Yep. Wait it out, delay the burst, then we gotta burn it down of our own. The cross under, just defend that IV into deflect shield buys you one more chance at life.
That was so cool. The late deflect shield like that still did not save Red. Cheryo was able to close it out, but I still love that decision.
Yeah, right. Save a little bit of chip. It's what killed you that last time, but there we go. Round up here to Cheryo. Had to spend all your resources for it.
Indeed, and now got the drone out once again here, just establishing. Wow! The 2P caught the rising jump D. That was nuts.
There we go. That anti-air, too far away to get anything, but we just take the soft knockdown where we can get it. A little bit of screen space, but tapped with a quick overhead. That threat of the drone.
Uh-oh, the YRC taken into account this time. Red with the big bait.
Ooh, there we go. IAD same side. Who said Goldlewis ain't got mixed, bro? Pick up with the 2H. Oh, and we find the spaced out wall break too. Such a smart way to get that wall health.
Some machine gun funk right there. The minigun does the job it needs to do. Cheryo here now, one round away from taking a 2-0 lead. And a 2-0 lead is going to be big over Red and a Goldlewis mirror, 100%. There
we go, the 268 for the plus range. Finds the counter hit, trying to mash her way back out, but caught every time.
Keeping the glasses intact for now, still good damage. And of course, the plus frames after. Oh,
the stomp!
Ips on him.
All right, you're waiting for the 50. I know Cheryo just fine to hold on for the walk back, spend that wild assault to make sure that we can run it down.
That was sick. You had to go through the drone like that, the wild assault, the white wild assault. And now Cheryo here, he just needs a little bit more damage. The drone does punish the Behemoth Typhoon attempt, but he's got so much life to work with. Nice deflect shield as well on the jump D attempt.
Yeah, just trying to make sure Red doesn't have their free way in. I like the use of the 50 burst, especially when you're one hit away. Chip, once again, a factor, but you're waiting for that security gauge to come back up. Lands on the drone.
That was getting a little bit scary. We saw Cheryo. He was able to bust out an IBFD to get out of this situation, but now so much life is being melted. He's got the meter advantage for now, and Red still has to respect. He cannot take a scratch. And he tried to get the Behemoth Typhoon out after the 2P, but the drone's going to put a stop to all that.
Yeah, they were in such a rough spot, right? Basically, sandwich pressure when the drone is coming out. You're like, okay, I just need to do one thing to lock you down because, again, we're in that chip damage scenario. We don't want to take the free chip, but fighting back ended up getting you killed. Now, they're down 0-2 up against Cheryo, trying to stay alive in the winner's side.
Yeah, so when it comes like off of a light like that, like a punch or a kick, right, a lot of the time you're just kind of chaining the next special into it if you want that like two-piece type of situation.
Yeah.
So Red, he was already committed at that part, excuse me, they were already committed at that point, so couldn't actually recover in time to block from the drone.
Exactly. Yeah, basically a checkmate situation, but it's okay. New game, new start. You have to take 3 of them in a row before Cheryo can get one. again, stomped out of the skies with that 6B.
Yes, indeed. Slamming down. Oh, headbutt city.
For the headbanger, 268 for the plus frames. Trying to get to the jump here, but it was just jump back FD.
Yeah, and Cheryo's done such a good job sprinkling in these 2Ks to prevent Red from jumping, and this time baits the burst. That's
Yeah, I guess missed the Kara on the VT, right? Just trying to make sure we had a clean conversion, but ended up dropping it because you want it to be optimal. Now the slam with the slower head. Cheryo on set point.
Cheryo does such a good job of recognizing when he gets like FD'd out of standard block string range and going with the big slam to like counter poke you.
Exactly.
It's super cool.
Like, because up close, right, you just end up being unsafe. You have a lot of, you know, room for your opponent to mash out. But, again, the recognition on that green bubble, which when we have so much happening on the screen, can be so hard to keep track of. Smart to know to look for it. There we go, PRC super.
Oh, man, and Cheryo's immediately ready for that 6P, knowing the jump D was coming. Really catching on to Red's tendencies.
Yeah. Okay, poke out with the slow into the high. One more touch should be enough.
Oh, my, and that is not going to be it just yet. Ooh. How much magic you got in this pixel, dog?
Ooh, okay, caught up by the drone summon.
It's a great way to start it, honestly.
Yeah, careful with super PRC, though. I know that's what you're looking for. White, the salt, but the armor's not going to save you. 100 meter to your name. So it's super back, though, for the game. Cheryo with a 3-0 to move on to top 16 qualifiers.
Man, the PRC, yeah, you can see, even with the being a 3-0, right, both players having a long sigh right here, knowing that they escaped with their life with
that character. I'm like, I'm about to go to the timeline right now. I'm so sorry for what I said. My experience with J2 on the mic, but there we go. We're going to be seeing some Geo versus Johnny action. As a correction to the previous set as well, that's not top 16 qualifiers. Cheryo made it to the winner's side top 16. This is another qualifier as well. We're already in the winner's quarters here, so it even means so much more.
Hell yeah. Oh, you can see Kshu already representing the 6P in response to the spiral arrow. And yeah, he is a 2S farmer, dog.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The way he places the 2S, he catches so many people off guard with it.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny is just one of these characters that, in addition to, you know, how good his buttons are in terms of range, the card just taking advantage when you're feeling a little bit too passive and neutral. I mean, that dash speed, right, just extends the range of so many of these already good buttons.
Most definitely Kshu, and again, he was going with the 2D harassment, canceling into the misfinder, getting close this time after not doing it last time. That's another thing. He's really good at switching up the misfinder pressure, whether he's going to keep applying it, whether he's going to use it to backdash and get out. Like, he's never really flow charging. Every decision is very conscious.
Exactly. Even that 6H off of the round start, right? Just wanted to chain into the Wild Assault and lock you down and build up a little bit of that risk. Now stuck in the corner once again off of this hard knockdown.
Ooh, even trying to bait out something right there. The burst, I guess, because there was no YRC available at that point. But obviously, Classified has built the meter now. He's going to spin it on a super with the wall break to follow.
Oh, there we go. I love that side swap routing off of the enhanced flip kick as well. Make sure we get that hard knockdown. Still fighting against all the meter that we built up off that previous positive bonus. Just slide on through with the far slash. One more for the spinning bird kick.
That was OD. Classified. And the pressure, the way he sequenced it as well, he's taking into account the YRC. This time he just went in on him. Kshu actually spinning his burst. He has another round to spare, but he wants it now.
Yeah. Not trying to bring us to that round number 3. He said he's got the meter for it. We might as well send it with the low on the misfinder. That's burst out from Classified as well. At least you break even here. But chip damage about to be a factor. That jump baits out the YRC.
Yeah, that's what we highlighted before, right? The Classified had been playing around the YRC. We see Kshu finally bring it out, and he baited it perfectly. Yeah. But yeah, as you said, he actually gets a net advantage now because he got the burst out of Classified, right? So he is slightly ahead on that gauge.
Exactly. And the YRC, kind of like you mentioned earlier at the top of the set, there is, you know, there are a lot of moves that used to be safe to it as like checks in your block strings to bait it out. Now we have to commit a lot more with these jump forwards, you know, while YRC ends up being a lot of the safe.
Yeah, exactly. Now Kshu here, he's going to try and bring himself back, but a nice little RC slow down. Made him think about all the possibilities while Classified just threw him.
All right, a deep breath at the rematch screen. Gio's working out.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Classified, fully locked in here. You can see, definitely meaning a lot to him. Like you said, it's another top 16 winners qualifying match. So they know, right? If you get into top 16 winners, you're one match away from top 8.
Exactly.
So, like, this is all important right now.
One more step closer. One more JK closer to the corner. Not a lot of damage taken, but ends up side swapping. I like the RC, not only to find another side swap, but to bait the burst to Kshu, caught panicking.
Beautiful stuff from Classified right now. Man, they are looking sweet.
Dashing on through. Okay, not going to get caught up by full confirm off the misfinder, but throw PRC, you'll take this. Yeah. It's not the most damage in the world, but you do get positive.
Yeah, it's a decent reward for Kshu, but like you said, Classified, he shouldn't be discouraged by that, right?
Exactly.
Didn't eat some big reward or anything like that. BRC fuzzy stuff right there, incredible. Tap Kshu right on the forehead, and it looked like Kshu thought he was dead. It looked like he wasn't playing at that point. So, I mean, Classified able to seal it like that.
So surely you got the kill here, bro. Pretty even on the burst situation, too, so Classified just trying to run the timer down. Run up dust with no meter behind it.
I was going to say, I wonder if that was supposed to be like dash up throw.
Probably, yeah.
He just didn't get the direction, so he got dust.
Ooh, BRC fuzzy again, like you said, the tap in the dome with the JP.
Doing it so well, Classified right now is finding his way in time and time again. First out this time, though. They didn't want to give Kshu any more reward. They didn't want to let him get the positive bonus going because he was close to the wall.
Go walk it out, send it with the deal, and we have BRC behind it just to get a full confirm up against the wall. We splat with the Insenga, and we're tied up on the rounds.
Yeah, that boy Johnny is a far S2S monster. When you're in that range, you have to respect it. And what a whip punish right there as Kshu started to get frisky with the 2D at round start, and he's paying for it.
Yeah. I mean, whip punishing this character is so difficult when he's so good at just repositioning himself, you know, whether it's retreating or advancing on you. But Gio, right, one of these supercharged mobility characters. If anyone can do it, it's her, but I think we're just waiting on the super now.
Yeah, we are. So it's a full 100% meter to make that super save and keep the pressure going. Beautiful dash under after slowing her down in the air.
Yeah. All right, send out the card. The whip of the far slash, though. Able to get a full confirm wall splat. We're so close to that 52, so might be holding a 50-50 off of a deal.
Wow, and Classified showing no fear right there, just using the 2D immediately.
Yeah.
That is a potent button, especially in this footsie-heavy matchup up against Johnny. The guard bar is cranked, but Kshu able to relieve that with a big throw and should be able to take this game and tie it up 1-1. Shoot the J, brother.
There we go. And that was a really lucky burst situation for Kshu. I think if we were a little bit closer to the burst, we would have had to go straight into super just to lock you out of that animation. But I think we needed like most of that combo to kill. So it would have been a tricky situation.
Yeah, great highlight. Oh, man. Ooh. He tried the misfighter back to actually get out of range of that too, but still clipped, of course. Burst Omni at this point.
Yeah. Early fire on the burst, not able to bait it out, so we run up for the back throw. Okay, whip on the 5K, but still sliding on through to catch it with the 2K.
Yeah, PRC to recover from the throw and keep the pressure going. Kshu, oh, actually a big Abare out right there. I was going to wonder if he was going to spin his burst this round, but not going to have to at least yet.
Yeah, bro, he was really ready for the fast RC up, the side swap off of the 2P mash. I mean, he had that prime.
You know? And gets ready with the misfinders. Wow, 6P from long distance, able to put the card out as well, but a little bit strange. Maybe didn't get the misfinder he was looking for to pop the card.
I have to imagine that's a whip on the misfinder, but still able to get the Joker trick. The super secures the round here, slashing on through for another round.
Kshu, what a bounce back from that first game, man. It just feels like he's taking control more and more of the game with each round.
Go, 5H, challenge on the spiral arrow, just waiting it out, but able to escape the corner.
Now Classified looking strong here. We're going to take this to the corner, and once again with that super, it should be wall break. That means positive vibes, positive frames, everything.
Already did so much damage on Kshu, so next hit should be lethal. The FD just to space ourselves out off of that far slash, but lots of meter taken for it. Again, we're still so far away from that 50-meter threshold, but now we got it.
I love seeing Classified use the 6P as he get an FD pushed out, right? He knew that Johnny would swing afterwards. Oh my goodness, the BRC maneuvers in the sky. And Kshu again with this burst while he's got a round to sacrifice. Really wants to just make the most out of these situations, and this time did not work out as well as the last.
Yeah, heavy scaling there from Classified, so I'm not able to kill off the first hit. But I mean, up against the corner, all the shimmy potential of Classified, you're just trying to fight for your life.
Yeah, Giovanna, like, there's a couple of combo routes that do a lot of hits, so it builds the opponent's burst back, but still, Kshu is a little scary on that last one. It seems like it's not going to matter as much as maybe I thought it would initially. Yeah,
you got that misfinder reload, optimized off of the 6H, tons of damage off of the wall break, but behind the back, the JK hits cross up off the fadeaway.
Oh man, Johnny said, I never skip late day. There's the leg day, there's hitboxes down there.
You see that mobility on the Insenga, bro? He's no, Yoga's not gonna save you this time. No clean pickup from Classified, and a back throw too.
Oh, yeah, after the instant block, that was so key for Kshu to get that punish. Yeah, but you already know he's gonna spin the burst there. Oh my goodness! We are scrambling right now as the far as hits on the other side.
Yeah, just trying to take a lead in the set.
And what a juggle right there. Got the misfighter out just in time, and then RCing to get that last hit for the damage that he needed. Kshu, wow, both of these players, man, playing at high speed.
Yeah, that was a scramble of an ender there, especially we saw that far slash land from Gio, but she was so fast off the dash momentum. Out for the airborne hit, just ended up sliding right through. Now Kshu up one game, just needs one more to seal the set.
Man, that 2S is so potent from Johnny, man. You usually feel so comfortable maneuvering at a certain range, and against Johnny, you just can't. Great job from Kshu as well, capitalizing off that round start, getting the super wall break.
Yeah. All right, chunk taken away. How do we spend the 50 to try and escape? No YRC to be seen from Classified.
And again, all that positive bonus allowed him to get 2 RCs in his pressure sequence, but Classified finds his way in and the side switch.
BRC 5Ps, side swap, close slash in there too. Still gonna find the kill. Kshu on set point.
Very nice. Again, Kshu's done such a good job sniping with the lows, whether it be the 2S, the 2D, the 2K, everything has been working heavy.
There we go, off the counter, able to still confirm off the stagger 2K, 5K.
Breakdance finding is here indeed, as like we said before, positive bonus, positive frames.
Yeah, Gio with that B-boy, gonna break the glass. Again, it's a lot of pokes with these dash UKs that are really catching out Kshu, wanting to catch the approach, but you know, maybe these 2 S's that were working so well in the beginning of the set are just too slow.
Yeah, 100% right. Classified doing a great job kind of smothering him in that pressure. I want to see maybe a little bit more 2Ds from his side as well at that range where you got the 2S, right? Just to make him think twice about it. But right now, Classified's doing a great job. Love seeing the 6P represented at that range as well.
Yep. You're not looking to hit, but you're looking to counter poke that far slash. You've seen a ton of from Kshu, a clean RC, looking to try and bait a burst, but Kshu does not bite.
Yeah. And Kshu maybe realizing the RC was there, he was like, okay, I'll take this wall break without the plus frames. Maybe we'll try to fight it out on the other side here. RC, and he knows that he can't just do it early. Nice discipline on the burst, but you've sacrificed so much life to get here.
Yeah, I like the 6H, making it seem like we were fully committing to the combo, but drops it. Kshu with the delay stays alive in this positive bonus. You're still far away from 50. Classified has the advantage right now in meter, so BRC slows it down, assess the situation.
Indeed here. He's just trying to FD to get that room to backdash and found that exact moment. Has almost 100% tension. The dust will do it. Kshu clutches it out in a very close set.
Damn, it was a guess for the set.
Character does as much work as possible.
Yeah.
Trying to sharpen it up for the season, right? Obviously, we got a whole lot of events to go through. And Arc World Tour Finals going to be in Seoul, South Korea this year. So, excuse me, at the beginning of next year. So, obviously, all these players looking to make that trip back to the finals.
Exactly. Everything you can do, get all the points you can early on and get these hits with the BRC. Still not going to actually super wall break. It's close.
Oh my, the Potemkin, high health. You already know how he gets down.
Yeah.
YRC as well. He's going to get a shot here. But Nitro, oh, and he FD to avoid the chip as well. Boy knew the flash kick was coming out next. Oh, he tried it one more again, but Nitro backdash BRC's the safety.
Yeah, terrifying situation there. The DP would have been lethal on hit, but on block, it was such a big swing of momentum, but doesn't mean Aboii recovers any of that HP. Now we whip that JP off the throw to auto time.
Really, oh, that IPFD as well from Aboii. That was really impressive. Got the sweep immediately after to get the punish. Ooh.
Okay, walk it back. We got a little, far M. He's out. Hammer fall.
Yeah, apply that pressure, get in his face like that.
Ooh.
Oh, just outside the range. That's all hitbox, no hurtbox.
Yep. There are certain ranges where you are able to DP that Garuda, but spaced out like that, unfortunately misjudged the spacing, but fortunately gonna get another counter hit off of the BT overhead. Do it again, Nitro.
The overheads all day, every day right here. Gonna get the super form that kill as well. Nitro, first one on the board.
Yeah. Lucky spacing as well in that pillar. If that wall broke, it would not have been enough to kill, but just barely able to whiff and find the super. Game one. Hey boy, how do we bring this back?
Yes, indeed. Let's see if Aboii can kind of compose himself a little bit here.
Yep.
Already got the corner. That's a good look. And what a trade on that. Super smart.
Yeah, we'll take it. Spend the 50. Oh, we will take that to the DP. Yeah, I caught the Potemkin, but you still got that Gigantor, that Aegis Reflector pulling up. All right. They counter it once again here for Nitro.
And now Nitro, yeah, looking to bring this back here, Aboii. Gonna get the YRC off successfully. Oh, good backdash to avoid the Garuda this time, and again, just trying to apply this pressure all day, every day.
Ooh. The tap on the toes with the 2Ks. We've shown so much of the BT. The double flash on the parry. Still able to find a super in time.
Yes, he master slump guard. Oh, again. Nice. Yeah, even parrying the slide head.
Floor is lava, but still able to avoid.
Either backdashing or parrying it all day. Wow, that flick hit from so far.
Yep.
Nitro. Willing the wrist to flash. Get that instance and then avoiding the fast pass, but not avoiding the kill. Oh, man.
You jump the throw only to get jumped on your landing frames. Such is life. 2 throws in a row here. 1 round up here for Aboii. All right, caught out of the pillar attempt.
All right, we get the positive. That's the gold burst as well. So a lot of meter being built up on Aboii's side. He's going to use it for the fast pass attempt, but Nitro just throws him out of it.
Yeah, 50 meter down the drain for Hammerfall PRC, but getting grabbed out of it, you put yourself right, and Nitro's win gone.
Ridiculous left-right right there from Nitro, dashing through with a back turn, tossing him as well. The corner is mine. You're going to hold all this. Super should be enough here. Yeah, tied up in the rounds.
Finds the kill this time. No sliver to live with. And you mentioned this during the Cheryo set as well. Good recognition of both the FD and the deflect shield. Not just wildly swinging and autopiloting these block streaks. We know what we're looking for on Aboii's defense.
Yeah, I love this, right? Honestly, whenever I see like dope FDing, like where you know the opponent's string is going to whiff now and you immediately press the button back, that is how FD is supposed to be used, right? So love seeing it from these guys. Ooh.
Mash up on the 5H, but PB, we're chilling on the BRC. Nitro gets a full charge 5D, and into back turn stance we go. Once again, it's the mix.
Yeah, boy, he might have to try to scout blowing that backdash BRC up because Nitro was definitely relying on that every time there's been the meter available.
Yeah.
Oh, and then just harassing with the back turn 2K to get the wall splat real quick, and we already know how that book ends. 2-0 for Nitro.
Here we go. You see that stoic face? He's like, all right, I got to lock in for one more game. Keep it pushing, keep it moving. I got top 16 to play later.
Yeah, exactly. He's feeling real good right now. Again, this is a top 16 qualifying match. And once you get past that, there's 1 more to go for top 8.
We got a Hammerfall to buy ourselves a little bit of space out of the corner, but again, these fadeaway JHs have been working out really well. Nitro just putting up that wall and saying, I dare you to try and approach again. Far 5H is going to work out.
Indeed. Oh, the flick again. Making Nitro think twice about approaching.
Yep.
And yeah, get that projectile out of here as well. Ooh, the fast pass to the front of the line this time.
There we go. Got the PB that you paid for, waiting for that 50 to come up. You're building a meter while you're getting hit. It's all good, but don't want to put him in back turn stance. Back turn super.
It's like that, Nitro?
Yeah, right?
The minus frames into the super. That's how you feeling? Well, hold this pop buster. And he's not done just yet. The 5P does finish him, but man, that got spooky.
That's what I'm saying. I thought you would have died off the PB. I didn't realize you had 1 more chance to live.
Yeah.
Here we go, double dash scoop.
Liam, and again here, and then of course the back turn S afterwards. Damn. Oh my God, man. Nitro putting on a back turn clinic here, but the backdash on the throw. Aboii's got a chance.
Keep it moving, looks for the strike. Damn, 6H from downtown, the heavy counter hit. Of course you burst there.
Oh, and he caught Nitro trying to press there as well. The Garuda blows him up. That's going to be a round end game for Aboii here. We're on the board.
ICP and the wall break, but Aboii knows he still has a long road ahead. 2 more games to try and stay alive in the winner's side, but this is a good start.
Man, oh man. Oh! Right into my waiting arms. The Potemkin buster to start it.
Got him. All right, 2D off the FD, just waiting for things to come on through, and Nitro caught on the approach.
There's 2D off everything right there. He was committed to that button. No prenup necessary. Oh my, and now the BRC pop buster. Oh boy here, how quick has he brought himself back into this set?
There we go, showing a lot of PBs. I mean, we were already doing that in the previous games, but they're working out so well now. Nitro pulls up the back turn.
This is exactly where Nitro's bread is buttered here. This back turn has been plaguing Aboii.
Yep.
Get another wall break here, but it was with no super, right? So yeah, Nitro gonna back up a little bit, play in the neutral game. Tried to get the timing, but Aboii found the throw.
Trying to catch out that hesitation, but the immediate throw, just a big call out from Aboii. Betting your whole life on it, basically, especially with all that meter that Nitro had.
Most definitely. Oh, and again, the BRC up the Hammerfall into the pop buster, and we're already tied up.
You see that look from Nitro? He's like, bro, I was literally up 2-0 on match point. I blinked, 30 seconds passed, and now I'm fighting for my life in game 5. What's going on?
Like, we saw the sigh of relief when it was 2-0 up, right? He was like, okay, like, you know, I can start thinking about top 16 a little bit. Nah, not against Potemkin. You better stay locked in. You better stay in the moment. or this set can get out of hand real fast, as we're seeing in front of us now. Hey, yeah, Nitro even put his hand up to his face that time. Like, you could tell it's getting to him a little bit.
Yeah. So, oh my God, he got BB'd. The autocorrect on the 360 straight to the back turn stance. No Berserker Slash to be seen, but there we go. Just trying to twerk with the overhead one more time. Nitro, not going to be enough to build up the 50. So we go once again. HBB escapes the corner.
Wow, I can't believe that clash with the Buns of Steel, bro. Both of those moves I never see lose. So it's figured out the clash. He gets the Pop Buster. Aboii is 1 round away from qualifying in a winner's top 16.
5 rounds in a row. Aboii with the craziest potential reverse sweep we've ever seen. Nitro getting caught up by the Garuda right now. The IAD back on the JH.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to set up shop again here in the back turn stuff. We get the the back turn K. Goes low, does get tossed out of it, though. There's going to be a chance for Aboii. 2K into the immediate super. Get that wall break with all the positive stuff.
Yep, empty low. It's going to be a bit till you get that meter up, so he just blocks, string to build it. 50 available on both sides. Nitro fighting for his life in the winner's side.
Nitro feels the danger, man. That's why he immediately, he was still in block stun because he blocked the ICPM in the air. He thought he was going to be able to press, but there was too much block stun from that. For this, honestly, obviously, Bedman is still very much an underrepresented character in Strive. Yeah. Pretty much always an underrepresented character whatever game they're in, right?
Exactly,
and Xrd, they weren't repped fully as well. So only by a couple of heavy hitters like GC Yoshi and Majin Obama. Otherwise, we saw this character stay on the bench for the most part.
Yeah, I remember a while back when they changed his character a lot, some of the guard crush loops are the way that you would try and level up, the ways that you're charging up in the explosions, got a little bit changed. But as far as quality of life and tracking on the projectiles, not the worst thing in the world, but Kazam just runs you over for the wall break.
And that's the thing, right, is like Johnny's normals and his range and his ability to just operate is so potent that that's a big buff against these underrepresented characters, right? Yeah. He doesn't have to know the matchup that well. Like, his buttons are so good that they're just going to take up space. And as long as he can run his offense, that's what's going to happen.
Exactly. The onus is on you to play Johnny's game. Do you want to look for whiff punish? Do you want to be tricky in the skies and force him to commit to, some kind of anti-air while you're losing space for it as well? So KillerFish, once again, stuck up against the corner, but back down to the mid-screen.
Yeah, that's the thing. Bedman, he needs some space to operate and set up at, right? But, Kazam's not going to give him any of that. Whether it be the range on the normals, whether it be the misfighter, or whether it be the Nsenga to chase him down, or just straight up the ground speed of Johnny. Like, it is tough to get that breathing room, and right now, KillerFishFromSanDiego has found none of it.
KillerFish is dying, but again, it's only game 1. Maybe we just need that download. FD to buy ourselves a little bit of space, but just waiting for that positive bonus to give us the 50 we need for Tap Dust Lethal.
Nice job from Kazam. I mean, picking up pretty much where he always leaves off. Looking clean to start this set. We'll see if KillerFish can find some breathing room, find some answers. Going up to Kazam Johnny.
Guard crush off the explosion, pulling up with a 2H head bomb.
Does find the open up here, and Kazam immediately going to spin the burst. Doesn't want to give KillerFish the positive bonus, but we found ourselves right back in the corner until an air throw happened. Oh, no.
Trying to be tricky off the air dash. Now you're stuck against the corner. It was such a good start. We took away the burst already from Kazam, but because we bursted earlier on in the round, it's going to come up a little faster too. JS behind the back, but drops the ground and confirm.
Oh, man, able to get across, and now KillerFish, put that out, bruh. Oh, no, tried the install, but still hasn't found the inside route to get the kill. We get the 6P, and now Kazam's going.
Yeah, it's insane. Kazam saw the super flash of the install and said, all right, I cannot let you get any of these specials out on the board. It's going to be even more annoying for me to deal with, so I just have to smother you with offense.
They're doing a great job. KillerFish found their way in, though. Anybody's game, and Kazam, not sure what he tried on the wake up, just got caught off guard a little bit.
Yeah, maybe looking for a far slash just to contest the space, but a little bit taller on the far S, or the JS rather, from KillerFish.
Oh, and the big counter hit this time as well. Bun comes through. Now the fade away from Kazam. We got the corner, the Nsenga pressure. Oh my, the blow up though. No conversion. And the last though stays on the same side. The anime mix up.
Yeah, just looking for a tricky OTG behind the back off of the air dash too. Kazam maybe ending up dashing himself into a cross up.
Oh, and again, poking out here.
Send it with the spike. A couple of these straight projectiles are all you need, but caught the landing with the throw. KillerFish.
Tell you, man, San Diego got some players, man, bringing it in with the Umbreon as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, Umbreon, that's kind of sick. Or went to the Pokemon College, I see you.
I got it.
All right, they tied up the rounds. Let's see if we're going to be able to take the lead. The air dash JS Kazam having a little bit of trouble sniping up the skies now that KillerFish is finding some more space to work with in the skies.
Yeah, that is definitely the jump slash has been plaguing Kazam so far.
Yeah.
See if he can kind of stay outside that range or find some different answers for it. Right now, this is exactly what he wants, right? All offense all day. Put his man in the corner, make him deal with all this Johnny pressure. Got one more hit to go.
Yeah, thank God for the Bedman HP. I think anyone else would have ended up dying to the Insenga. But there we go, Kazam with the roundup.
Right now, oh my goodness, KillerFish able to catch Kazam off guard right there.
Okay, fade away, not caught by the grounded far S. Though he gets sniped, but Kazam still has you in the corner, no card set.
He just trying to chase down. Oh my goodness, they even busted out the wall assault right there. Nice block this time from Kazam.
Right. Oh my God, the tricky stuff with the air dash, but immediate challenge on the rising Jikh. Good awareness from Kazam, says I'm not letting you get away with these air block strings.
Exactly. KillerFish was definitely checking how much they could abuse that, right? When Kazam's going to find an answer, and Kazam was very calm, cool, collected about it. Clean 6P to stuff it, and now one round away from taking a 2-1 lead. Locks him out here, and with the super plus the wall break damage, that's going to be enough here. We got a lead for Kazam in the set.
There we go. The super put this up 2-1. He looks stoic now, but even looking at the player cams during the set, he's trying to like regain his calm. Some of these JSs, like you're mentioning, right, are being so tricky to, you know, try and knock down. Yeah, we have the high misfinder to snipe it out, but it's such a committal way to try and bring Bedman down when, again, that 8-way air dash just makes it so tricky.
Yeah, 100%. And now we get the offensive burst from KillerFish here. They want to keep Kazam locked in the corner. Oh, no. But the moment you think you can do something, man, the misfighter is always just a looming threat in the shadows.
Look, 40% off the counter hit. Misfinder just caught in the corner trying to swing.
Well, assault as well. I mean, look at how far away Johnny is just block stringing you up, man.
Ooh, caught up with another close slash. Checks you with a second instant air misfinder.
So much damage on that predecessing combo as well because of the guard crank.
Ooh, there you go. Just stagger off the BRC, stick out the 5K, and check it with the 2K. You already know you'll live the next interaction even if you're wrong.
Indeed, and yeah, even try to snipe some of these air buttons now, but Kazam finds his way to the other side, able to get an anti-air off that.
All right, wow, this all gives you a little bit of room to breathe. The booty bump from the top row from KillerFish, but no damage taken for it. Quickly evened up by Kazam.
Yeah, Kazam, man, not caring about any of that, not interested in no bumps.
Damn, the air assault with the recall too. KillerFish, tricky in the skies. That 50-meter apiece, no burst, but we pull up with a counter hit 6K.
Yeah, Kazam just picked his moment perfectly right there with a 6K. Not going to be able to get the kill here, but ever so close to closing out this set and qualifying in the top 16 winners. KillerFish catches the flail.
6-6 action here. We have the recall. There we got the head bomb explosion, but it's still not enough.
Yeah, Johnny, like we talked about, right, definitely got some health in his own right. BRC to shut it down. You got to hold on this mix. YRC actually avoids that. Kazam BRC, and he trying to chase down the Bedman. Gets out of it and lives to fight another round.
Here we go. The double jump air stall, keeping KillerFish alive. Still set point for Kazam though. Big burst advantage, but stuck up against the corner. How do we escape the bold mash out with far slash?
Of course, man. Kazam just so confident in the button presses. Never scared to slug it out with this character.
All right, pull up, reset the card, and just go for the low. We've threatened the high so many times.
And KillerFish here exerted so much effort, both mentally and physically in that last round, right? It looks like they're reeling a little bit here. They got to dig deep to try to bring this one back. Oh, the deflect shield just waited it out. Kazam's going to close it. 3-1 over KillerFish from San Diego, but another great showing from our...
Start to nail him down, but when you have the help of your assists, right? You got the minigun, you got the drone, it's not going to be the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, let's get into it. I immediately start with the Behemoth Typhoon. We would expect no different as the bomb comes and drops. Nice kick away, and yeah, Lurry, it looked like he tried to send it back, right? But the 5K was just a little bit mistimed.
Yeah, I like that delay from Red as well, right? To make sure we don't have the rebound on that bomb. Still able to find a hit from Lurry, but burst it into the corner now. How do we escape? 5H is the answer.
Yeah, you can always see players wait for the mix as well so that they can get the burst and put Faust into the corner, but that's not bothering Lurry at all. It's found in the commando. Trying to go back-to-back with it. Red here, he had to respect the Afro exploding, so couldn't get too much off that. Scarecrow as well to avoid the laser, very smart.
Yeah, that's a smart use of 50. Didn't even end up eating any chip for it, but tapped on the dome with a fast overhead on the BT. There we go, just swiping up here on the drone. Able to avoid it too with the air stall, I like that.
And the Lurry is doing a great job right now, continuing to try to apply pressure. Red has their Wild Assault back as well, so maybe they can threaten with that, but not going to happen so far. Wow, it actually bounced off the drone? I didn't know it could do that.
I realized it was a hitbox, but I didn't think about the emergent behavior. I was like, wait, it ended up playing volleyball.
Oh, and then actually caught the drone summon that time, the scalpel just in time.
All right, clearly knows what to look for here on Lurry's side, fighting for your life as we walk it back out. See the trumpet, not really a great time in particular to use it, but hey, we got the mini Faust on patrol.
Yeah, most def. Now we're gonna get the weight there as well. There's the trumpet. It picks it up for the mix. It's gonna break up the Behemoth Typhoon conversion.
Yeah, break up the bros. 2 mini Fausts in a row. Oh, but still sniped out by the Behemoth Typhoon. The security detail nullified.
How did you get the corner there, fam?
Oh my god. A clean side swap here from Red.
Super sick stuff. Both of these players playing their hearts out already, and this is just game 1 here.
Yep. Ooh. Tried to swing with the 5K, but nothing found off of the bomb eat.
Yeah, that was sick. Red was ready with the 6B right there, just combating the normals of Faust. The Afro, who's the Afro gonna be on? Oh, actually, Golf swung it at him. I like that.
Ooh. I like the idea that microdash 2H to run up on the trumpet catch, but still not enough. Has to eat that Faust parade.
Yeah, indeed. Oh, and the jump D again there. Big BRC to stay point blank with a combo, big conversion. Not even gonna be worrying about the trumpet. Just take the wall break, give me my positive bonus.
Yeah, man, it's riches to rags. We got 2 mini Fausts, but 3 trumpets and 1 more BT to seal the game. RedIAmNot up 1.
Behemoth Typhoon is, yeah, both of our players look to the stage to the next to them because the crowd is going wild.
Yeah, they're like, what's
now.
going on? I don't even know. You guys might be able to hear it through our mics, to be honest. I think that's the Grand Blue stage. They might be going crazy.
I was going to say, I think it's Grand Blue next to us, and like the crowd is going nuts right now. They're making a whole lot of noise, so that's why you see both of our players look towards that as the match ended.
Exactly. They're like, what's going on there? What's going on with the burst? The immediate bait from Red.
Oh, my goodness, and I mean, Lurry. Actually, with the super, I don't know if you're surviving, dog.
You have so many close call situations. Faust not the healthiest, but the doctor still has 1 more day on the job.
Let's see if he's gonna retire early or not. 1 more Behemoth Typhoon. He's trying to FD to save his life, but door is shut on that one. Red with a perfect.
There we go. Keeping the momentum up here. Lurry with half burst. Okay, standing on business with a banana. Okay, I like the side swap from Red just to make sure that banana isn't messing up any of these combo opportunities. Oh my god, you got wall splat?
Yeah, Red's doing a really good job of playing around. I was gonna say that went the other way.
I thought it was gonna win. Yeah.
Okay then, whatever. But yeah, Red's doing a great job playing around a lot of the items, and even when the ones that are lingering on the ground, like the banana or the trumpet or whatnot, the way they're routing to avoid those entirely is really impressive.
Exactly. And I think, you know, these gamers have run into each other time and time again. I want to say training partners, so definitely a little bit of familiarity with the Faust matchup, right? Even though these items can make things such a scramble. Yeah,
100%. You can see Employee of the Month right there, covering the bomb with all kinds of nonsense right there. But and Red has done a great job as well as setting the bombs, getting the trumpets when they're out there, right? But the mini Faust does break up that one. Offensive burst to try to keep Lurry locked down in the corner.
There you go. Now you got to pay the FD tax, right? Just waiting. And again, we saw Deflect Shields last set. We're seeing it again from Red. The clean kill.
That was ridiculous. And the combo wasn't even close to being done either. No. That's the sad part.
Still had 2 more BTs and a wall break, dog. You were deader than dead.
Lurry actually gets his own combo broken up that time on the bomb.
Yeah. All right, double backdash off the drone, just trying to wait up the active frames again. Another whip deflect shield, but a little too far for the punish this time.
Yeah, that was a little strange.
Yeah.
I like that recognition from Red right there. I don't think they knew if the 2K was actually going to hit the bomb with how it was positioned, so they just blocked it out.
Yeah, just wait off of the scramble. Careful, we got the banana peel behind us.
Oh, the item super now, tossing everything. We got meteors on deck. Again, the mini Faust. Also the trumpet backing him just to make sure you got to block that during the command grab. Fuzzy stuff via the Afro, extended herb box. Lurry off to the races in that round.
Here we go. In that kind of situation, it's like, I know you know the layer 1 is looking for the fuzzy. I've shown enough low off of the situation. I can go back to layer 1. Let's check you with the JK.
Yeah, very sick stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Anti-air to go over the 100-ton. Maybe a big read that Lurry likes to go for that IAD. You're showing a lot of backdash the rest of the set, though, so the awareness to look for that anti-air gets you so much damage.
And yeah, cracking the glass once again. Maybe take it to the other side here. Lurry wakes up with a super immediate burst from Red, though. Just wanted the gold version and keep this pressure in the corner. Another deflect shield thwarted.
No! That had to be a whiff on an OTG Behemoth, but the throw is going to do the job. Red Guts.
As well as Kiske for Scambolini.
Yes.
Let's get it cracking here. Both of these characters very potent on the ground. Looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. And again, we're inching closer for that top 16 losers bracket action. And right now, Scambolini playing very disciplined, but you see that guard bar getting cranked nice and early. And Classified is so good at backing up and then getting that dash forward whip punish.
Yeah, Gio just one of these absolute speed demons, right? Both of them have buttons to kind of play that keep away game, but Scambolini is the one with the onus on keep away right now, right? Does not have the mobility to keep up, trying to stick out a preemptive far slash so he's not losing too much space, and finally gets a 2K2D knockdown.
Yeah, man. Oh, the 6P from long distance, recognizing the spiral arrow instantly. See what Scambolini can do with it, though. Oh, my goodness, blocked off that. Still willing to press even after blocking in the air. I think that's what caught Scambolini off guard. To do with the pressure, just backdashing afterwards, dancing in and out, bruh.
And had the plus frames off the dive kick, but just trying to avoid the challenge. A clean whip punish is enough for Classified for that round number 1. Spent the burst for it, but now we're playing a little bit faster on the round start. Scamble's like, okay, I can't down back and have myself push to the corner off of 5-5Ps. I gotta fight back.
Yeah, for real. Show him the fight, and that's exactly what Classified's doing right now. Yeah. Continuing to build up this momentum here as Scambolini getting caught on the back foot. Still got their burst available here, but you know he wants to make something happen before having to use that. Right now, it's not looking like he's going to. Classified with a hard burst bait right there, and then just sprinkling in the light to get the wall splat. This is tough.
Yeah, meaty 5D off of the throw. Now we're pulling up after the Sun Dipper pickup. RC, but tension penalty means that off of this next hit, you needed that positive bonus, but Classified just denying it. Ooh, and baits out the burst too. Off of the 5P, Classified puts 1 game up on the board.
Yeah, and they were looking very locked in at a strong play earlier in the set that we saw them in. So continuing to pick up where we saw Scambolini again, like just I want to see him compose a little bit more. Things are slipping through the cracks. Spiral arrow going straight through the stud edge.
Yeah, normally at that mid to full screen, you're feeling pretty comfy just putting out that CSE, but you got to remember the projectile invul on that spiral arrow. Classified just ready for it as soon as he saw the animation. Now he's eating 50 for it. Another throw in the corner.
Oh my, the dash momentum on all of these buttons, bro. And again, just a rising RC right there to make sure we get the proper follow-up. Locked out as he got his burst back as well, but you might as well keep it holstered anyway. That was a big life deficit.
Exactly. All right, Big Shield. You got full burst to try and fight back off the round start. Finally, far slash works. A lot of times we've been getting whip punished for it, but Classified bursts out.
Oh, and then the Vapor Thrust bait. Classified punishing in mid-air as well to get an optimal follow-up. Look at the damage. Life melting on the side of Scam.
Gravity scaling be damned, and I like that you mentioned that the full charge 5D just did such a grip, but speaking of grip, we got the run-up throw from Scambolini.
Yep. Ooh, trying to jump. Great recognition from Scam. That Classified has been looking for a lot of jumps, but yeah, you know that super is available and it's plus frames even if you block it.
Yep. Trying to catch you in case you were looking for an air throw off of the PRC, but Stun Dipper RC has you up against the glass, and we break it with the HDP.
Well done, baby. The Vapor Thrust going to close out that one. Scam fighting back here, not letting the momentum get too out of hand.
Yep. Ooh, there we go. Plus frames off the Shock State Future Arc, just waiting it out with the FDs.
Oh, there we go. The fadeaway button right there. We talk about that, right? The very late fadeaway buttons. People always try to make you block something as you land.
Yep.
But you got to be aware of those.
Yeah, if you're not sticking out the 6P for that upper body invul, it can be a little risky if we're looking for that delayed button. I love the recognition, the JP, the redash off of the deflect shield. Now burst for burst, still up against the corner for Scambo.
Let me see here. Oh, trying to delay the descent, right, with the jump D right there, but nonetheless. Ooh, Stun Dipper a little bit too close for the second hit to connect properly, but we're continuing the pressure. Classified can't find the Aboii. Ooh.
Okay, run up 2H, finds a straight counter hit, but it ended up being a trade. Doesn't matter off the scramble because Scambolini with a deep breath and off the scramble ties up the set 1-1.
Yeah, Classified is either like they can't find the Aboii timings or they're reacting just a frame or two late. Like it looked like they tried to check the Foudre arc right there, but completely shut down. It was just a couple of frames off.
Exactly. All right, immediate burst coming out from Classified, and same from Scambolini. We got all the time in the world to build it back up.
Yeah, both players bursting instantly, not looking to surrender any momentum for their opponent. Classified is going to take that momentum by force, though.
The jump block, the hard call out on the block string DP, eating 60% for it. Now, Scambolini, how do we escape? Another DP. Same way we got there's the same way we escape.
Yeah, the Vapor Thrust finds another success right here. And ooh, what a conversion off this as well, Scambo. Man, that was almost the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
I know. Would have been so sick. Still got a decent amount of the damage for it, but having to scramble after what should have been a really good knockdown is rough as classified. Scouts out the backdash. Gio's got the dash for it to hunt you down. Yeah,
exactly. That was just like perfect timing to work out to get the landing frame punish on the backdash. Even hit him in the air. That was good stuff from classified.
Right, no burst down, but a round up, looking for the 5H, and now a Scambolini with punish of his own.
Ooh, and then tried to leave the restand, I shouldn't say restand, but left him standing to get the dash up throw, and Classified had that scouted perfectly, right? Now we get the breakdance finding once again.
Car cancel off the enhanced dash just to get a little bit more meter for it too.
Oh, and again, that fadeaway button. We've already highlighted that as something that's been kind of plaguing Scambolini.
Yeah.
Trying to chase down and make Giovanna block as she lands, but that button is potent. Gotta respect it. Gotta kind of outspace it just a little bit further. Deflection is there. Try to nullify with a dash up, but throw whiffed, and now Scambolini has a chance.
Yeah, I like it from Scambolini going for the back throw instead. Now we got Dragon install.
Excuse me, fam. You're gonna be able to try to get closer. You can see the chip is really good in this install as well.
Yeah.
Big throw tech. Oh, what a check on the stun dipper. That was huge for Classified.
Clash, what are we gonna do? So many plus frames off the 6K, but how do we leverage them to find the kill here against Classified? No more meter to our name, and the 5K does the job. We are up 2-1.
Yes, indeed. The Dragon install, not enough for a girl and her dog.
Yep.
Well done.
Classified and his best friend pulling up here with the dash 2K, just stopping Scambolini in his tracks, looking for another whip punish 5H, so that's why we had that delay in the round start. There we go, enhanced flip kick, swapping back, so many side swaps, and then we just ended with that 5P. Classified in such a good spot.
Yeah, man, continuing, not surrender any momentum, the fuzzy setup as well right there, tapping a couple of times. If anybody's home, you better answer the door. Classified 1 round away.
Jumpy BRC, Jumpy in a full burst as well. Classified just putting up that wall with the 5K and dashing in once we've earned that respect from Scambolini.
Nice instant blocks right there. That's what allowed Scambo to get the punish right there. That's why Classified immediately going to burst, try to keep this offense going and keep them cornered up. Ready to get the positive frames, the positive vibes. Classified just a couple of strikes away from death.
Might even be just a couple throws. Like again, that extra damage off the positive bonus means so much. The immediate burst should be a gold from Scambolini. No, it's a blue burst.
Yeah, nonetheless, at least it gets rid of the super, but not gonna save him for long. Classified, the speed demon that is Giovanna. A couple of dashes get close enough to toss him into, I mean, actually going home. I was gonna say the loser's bracket, but this is loser's bracket action. Big ups to Scambo, but Classified as Ramlethal again. It's going to be our last match for this block here. KillerFishFromSanDiego versus Akeno, trying to qualify into that loser side top 16.
Yep. Duel 1. All right, how are we starting it off? I thought we were going to see some JS, but JH, right? Just such an active button to bring KillerFish back down to earth.
Yeah, exactly. You highlighted it perfectly, right? We knew that the air bows were going to come, and that's the thing is that Ram really has such potent tools in that situation. But KillerFish does manage to get the back throw and send it off. Oh, and even recognizing the deflection and nullifying that space that was granted.
I love the use of the bar. That's exactly what we needed at that range. Pushed out, but now back thrown into the corner here. Akeno pulling up here with the flip kick.
Yes, indeed. And we're going to get the wall breaking here. Positive vibes, trying to build that meter back. As KillerFish does have the meter advantage, but not for long.
There we go, caught out of the skies. I think we're doing a good job of trying to catch out the JH on the way back down, but YRC gives Akeno one more chance to fight back. You gotta watch the Rock.
Yeah, the Rock trying to bait out the burst right there. Oh, the YRC does get the YRC eventually. Man, Akeno really making sure all their bases were covered.
Didn't even want to participate in the burst minigame. Says, all right, I got the hit. If you want to spend it, that's fine by me. We're full screen at the optimal range for the sword toss, and now Akeno once again with this positive bonus.
Indeed, bro. You already know how we get down, and it get chasing down the opponent, trying to backdash, trying to get some space back. That's what we talked about with Bedman, right? Bedman needs some space to establish their game, and they're going to find it here.
There we go. We got an error follow-up loaded up, but still knocked out of the skies before we can get the chance. The burst caught out here by Akeno, just waiting on the ground.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Really ready for all of these defensive opportunities, right? This is the first time in the heat they haven't baited out a YRC.
Yeah. There we go. Clean pickup, 5K into the swordless windshield wiper. Akeno with game number 1.
Nice job. Going up early, 1-0 here, establishing, and that's pretty much what we expected to see so far.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if KillerFish can kind of get some manipulation going, trying to bait out some of these moves and get whip punishes behind them, because it's so tough to just scramble and slug it out with Ram.
Exactly. All right, we got the error follow-up. Nothing found off of the actual projectile, but there we go. Now that we've waited on the block string again, Bedman kind of this, two-step character in a lot of ways, just looking for the follow-ups to actually enforce this pressure.
Yes, indeed, and burst out here once again from Akeno. Trying to prevent any momentum on the other side. It looked like both players didn't expect that to play out.
Yeah, exactly, just waiting on the air stall. If you whip a 6P, it's okay, just do it again. Now up against the corner, YRC for YRC.
Yeah, again, we're trying to stay aggressive here. Nobody wants to surrender the position. When you got that corner, you're trying to keep it.
Back it up again, that JS. I love the air placement, or air button placement from Akeno, whatever range we're at, but still gets caught by KillerFish.
And unless here, to the other side. Akeno tried to chase down, but KillerFish is putting out so many buttons to stop the aggression.
Yeah. All right, we got the install. We have that error follow-up already loaded, so we got the tracking laser to go straight through the sword. So smart from KillerFish.
Indeed. Install is ready. Oh, and then again, look at this, just completely stuffing a lot of what Akeno wants to approach with. That time, Akeno definitely stopped dashing as far as they would before and pressed the button a little bit quicker to catch him off guard. Well done.
Yeah, swapping up the approach, not trying to be quite as greedy as we were before. I like the deflect shield, put KillerFish back in the corner, but no catch on the air dash.
Waking up with a jab, actually catching KillerFish, trying to take to the skies right here. We are scrambling. Ooh.
Okay, straight hit, but no pickup. We got the bomb.
Oh, 6P here to stuff the air approach again. And this time the backdash afterwards still covered by the close S.
That dash momentum just barely keeping you in proximity, normal range. We got 50 more meter for it. Akeno with the Mortabato does not find the kill.
Yeah, not quite yet. Oh, but just straight up the close S immediately. He actually even looked over at the opponent a little bit, like not expecting them to get hit by it, but no, these things can slip through the cracks sometimes. Maybe trying an IBFD and mistimed it. Who knows what it could have been.
That's really crazy. They had to look over and say, you don't block that?
Yeah.
For real, with your life on the line?
They looked over like, what happened?
Ooh, whip on the record, but still able to get such a meaty situation off of that air tech. Now Akeno with another Mortabato.
The deflect shield again here. That's been something that KillerFish is trying to look for quite a bit. But that's the thing, right, is you get some space, but Ram is so good at playing at a long range that doesn't even feel like your pressure has been relieved.
Yeah. Oh my God. Whip the 5P, whip the 6P, but we got PRC to find one more anti-air. You still bounced off of the sword toss, just kept in the skies long enough to. Nah, you still got one more game. That bro dropped the Sonys. That's crazy work. He said, I'm trying to hear the crowd real quick.
That is intense stuff right here. And Akeno, yeah, feeling it. Definitely wants to feel the electricity, the atmosphere of the crowd.
Yeah.
As we saw, I mean, Bedman was doing tricks on it at the end, legitimately, bro. Just getting juggled left, right, and center. And now we're going to see one more game on the board for Akeno. Spell the victory. KillerFishFromSanDiego, of course. We've seen a 3-game comeback already this block. It's not out of the question entirely, but the way Akeno's looking so far, as long as they don't get a little too reckless, because I feel like they're feeling themselves after what we just saw, then it should be in the books.
Exactly. Sometimes you pop off a little too early and you lose focus, and you end up getting reverse sweep for it. So we'll see if we're going to be able to lock in that momentum. One more game for Akeno. You need that reverse sweep here on KillerFish's side.
Yes, indeed. Let's get it, man. Akeno here, one more game. KillerFishFromSanDiego looking to bounce back here. Got a whole lot of games to go through if they want to bring this back. Oh man, what a start though. At least they got Akeno's burst out already.
All right.
Poke players again.
Burst for burst, not trying to hold the sword toss shenanigans, only to get caught in the corner. Once again, that diagonal toss is another positive bonus for Akeno.
Exactly, you're gonna hold this pressure whether you like it or not at this point. And yeah, now KillerFishFromSanDiego has no defensive resources here. They don't have any deflect shield. They're going to get it after the super, but they didn't have it for this sequence. They didn't have YRC. They got both of them available now, but Akeno has been playing around that very well. Yeah, see, even right there, trying to bait out the YRC after the jump in.
Yeah, IEDJD just waiting it out, but we got throw PRC for the kill. No way you burst this. It's a fast RC to put yourself on set point.
And Akeno's doing such a good job playing around the resources. Tough from KillerFish to run into a Ramlethal. It's got to be a tough matchup, but does blow her up there.
Oh no, we had the vacuum on the JS, but ended up dropping the combo for it. Again, these ground pickups just dropping in crucial moments, so burst out on the rock toss.
Man, and yeah, the airs have been ruled by Akeno and Ramlethal. We can see even just a neutral jump right there, stuffing the approach of Bedman. KillerFish just can't find an angle to approach with his character right now.
Been scoop, but nothing found. Waited out, Botamano blocked, but you're so far away, still able to get the 2H punish though.
Lisa, there was a punish there. It might not have been the juicy hit that you wanted, but nonetheless, it's starting to lead to the juice actually. We got the corner, gets the counter hit, and KillerFish staying alive.
There we go. We saw that spaced out JS as well, so the added vacuum effect on that just makes it so much more consistent for Bedman to pick up. But again, Akeno still on set point. Even with the deflect shield, you're stuck between a sword and a hard place. The rock is a bonus, and this positive is too. Akeno about to have full burst up.
Oh, that was bars. Now we're going to get the guard crush as well. Bring him close with the rock. Got 100% tension, bro. You are locked down, my love.
Locked down and locked in, the whip of the JS, but still finds a hit on the ground. One more chance for KillerFish to stay alive.
Yes, indeed. See if KillerFish can dig deep in this bag. Not going to happen. Akeno with the offensive burst to keep them in the corner and then stuffing anything they try to escape.
Ways to bait out things from Leo and also lots of ways to weave her way in. And it's going to be on MFCR to try and defend against that, but also on Jikh to be able to make sure that he's able to get those knockdowns, able to get things started. But the big thing that you're going to have to be worrying about if you are Millia is the flash kick, right? You know, normally you're not worried about DPs too much if you're Millia, but against Leo in particular, because it's so big, because of the charge input that's non-discriminate, depending on whatever side you're on, right, it's going to be very difficult to try and work around if MFCR represents it a lot, which he definitely will.
And it looks like we're going to be hopping in here, letting those intros rock, as we're going to go ahead and have MFCR versus Jikh up here for the first half set. Oh, let's see how it goes with that disc setup. It's going to be Hair Car and another disc setup to go into the instant Bad Moon overhead. And there is that 2K2D already using burst nice and early after the left shaker.
Yeah, and I like the backdashes from Jikh to try and make space and make sure that MFCR does not have enough room to get out of the corner, but now MFCR has Jikh here locked in the corner. There's the side swap cross-up coming through, and a great interrupt from Jikh with that 2K2D. These 2K2D sweeps have been absolutely immaculate from Jikh to be able to get these knockdowns and get those disc setups started.
Ooh, great call out on the grab. Was going to go ahead and not let MFCR get that left-right mix, and we are going to see that burst used from MFCR, plus the Rose to go into the overdrive. Not enough to kill, but that's going to be a punish against the DP. And it's like you were talking about earlier, not really having to be too fearful of DPs overall on all the casts, but you want to be careful and want to be mindful of Leo's charge DP.
Right, and you can see a lot in Jikh's play where a lot of times you're seeing these backdashes, right? The backing up whenever we get the advantage, because Jikh is actually keeping that in mind, but at the same time still able to control Leo, control MFCR, and keep him exactly where he wants him. But right now, MFCR is able to get into the position that he wants to be, gets the back turn stance, is going to be getting a lot of damage off of this interaction. Run up, counter hit on the heavy overhead there, and it's going to go straight into the sweeper. There's going to be a lot of damage, and now Jikh suddenly is on the back foot in terms of that life advantage. But we have plenty of reasons to work with, though MFCR is going to be getting plenty of his own.
It's interesting, with Millia being sort of like the death by 1,000 paper cuts, it only takes a couple of moves here from MFCR, and it already catches up on the health lead and closes out the round thanks to that overdrive finisher.
Absolutely, keeping this simple, going for the super, locking out the burst, and bringing us to the final round here in game number 1. Things are already looking really even so far. I'm glad that no one's running over each other, but right now Jikh might be running over MFCR with that gold burst and getting that positive bonus. That's going to be a lot of meter gained, and now we're going to have that for this incoming mix-up.
And there is that DP. It's going to be a counter hit, so we're going to see the YRC on the defensive side. The 2D lands, and the red RC is going to extend the combo, and this is a bounce worth noting. Guard crush plus the overhead, and we're going to wall shatter right afterwards. This is going to be counting out the disc. That was going to be instant wake up, and we're just going to try to keep it simple, not go for any overheads because you don't want to risk backdashes, and of course, you just want to make sure that Jikh stays grounded. That's the key for playing against Millia, is you want to keep her grounded, and you definitely don't want to give her any movement to allow her to make some of those wild instant confirms that she can definitely do, especially for between overheads and guesses. So the first point goes to MFCR on that one.
Yeah, and you saw a lot of really smart decisions from MFCR, like specifically the flash kick when we saw the Estes come out. Like, okay, yeah, right, you don't want Jikh to be able to get it set up off that Estes, just randomly throwing out neutrals. MFCR keeping Jikh honest in that aspect. And also like that MFCR, like you said, you know, didn't go for that overhead because fearing that backdash, and not going for that cross-up either because we're fearing that throw or the 2K that Jikh has represented before.
Absolutely. And Jikh is no stranger to the matchup, so there's been a couple of really nice plays from Jikh. Again, the 2K2D is the Leo special, catches you every single time. And there's that backdash, again, calling out the cross-ups and then doing their own cross-up as well.
And great blocks from MFCR to recognize that we're going for the Mirage on the other side, but that's going to be an air throw for MFCR to get this hard knockdown. We're going to start applying a little bit of stagger pressure. You still have to be careful, though, because Jikh is representing that FD, and MFCR is being pushed back quite a bit now. And without back to the stance, it's kind of hard to keep that pressure going despite that pushback.
Overhead, that's going to be the wall bounce. And it's going to be for a shatter. This is death right here as MFCR closes the round very nicely once again.
Absolutely. That super does so much damage for no reason, it feels like, especially there in those kill confirms like that. Wall Assault going to be spent from MFCR. We used up all of our bursts at this point, but looks like he will be reaping the rewards off that as he immediately confirms straight into that super to get this wall break. Hard knockdown, positive bonus. You can set up back your stance if you want to, but we're not going to set that up. Instead, Jikh is going to be backing out and reestablishing their neutral presence.
2K2D forces the burst off Jikh. And again, going to set up for the instant disc, and that's going to catch MFCR. And what a confirm with the Artemis Winged Ender to get as much damage as possible. Again, death by 1,000 paper cuts, but Jikh is making it work right here with some of these cross-ups.
Absolutely, and Jikh's confirms have been top-notch as well as like, you know, representing so many overheads in a row. We're seeing the JH and we're seeing the JD come in, and I like how we're constantly mixing up our mix-up game, right? To make sure that MFCR is always staying on his toes because we could go for double overhead, triple overhead. I even saw like 4 overheads too, like JH, JD, JH, and then we went for that bad moon at the end as well that managed to hit MFCR in that first game. So I like that Jikh is doing that, but right now you can tell that Jikh is really struggling with closing off these rounds because like we're winning a lot of these interactions, but like you said, Millia, death by 1,000 paper cuts, and MFCR only needs 1 or 2 good hits, and then suddenly Jikh is out of the game.
Most definitely. You can actually have seen a little bit earlier that Jikh was shaking their head. Very much not really trying to find the wave here, and it's definitely like right now where we're utilizing burst, but we have to open up again. We get these slight hits, but it's not enough to take out MFCR and really stop MFCR from pressing and challenging. That's a huge thing too. Both players are challenging, and it's just been in favor of MFCR, and Jikh's just trying to make it work. That YRC, again, the bait, another bait, very good patience there. And again, wanted to punish the first time, but it's fine. We got it on the second try. Not the third time, though.
Great counter hit, starting us off. Yeah, this is the MFCR we know and love. We told you there's going to be a lot of flash kicks, and as you can see, that's exactly what we're seeing. I like the usage of like the, you know, the back turn scan K, and then just like going to the other side, right? Just constantly keeping you on your toes, rescanning you, mixing you up, and constantly resetting you. And MFCR is going to be getting a perfect here on a Jikh. One more round to go. MFCR on set point. This could be a clean 3-0.
Definitely a Leo round when you see one, but Jikh's not out of it just yet. Hair car to go for the Artemis Wing Ender, and we are going through the wall. A counter hit, huge capitalization here for Jikh. Gonna go for the cross up instead, using the recovery, bad moon, and then the burst forces off MFCR. This is counting as a hero burst, but again, 1, 2 good hits, but it's not gonna happen as Jikh goes ahead and stays alive. And I think I heard a perfect there, if I'm not mistaken.
Was that a perfect? You know, I wasn't even paying attention myself.
I felt like I heard it right there. But that's how you know the matches are heating up, as Jikh is definitely trying to make sure that they stay alive. I believe this is the winner's round side, so of course, you know, not going home just yet, but you don't want to go down to the loser side, especially in top 64.
Absolutely. And even though the score right now is a 2-1, honestly, I don't think it tells the whole story. Jikh is still playing so well against MFCR, but MFCR is finding those like 1 or 2 big hits he needs, and just completely running away with the game with that. And right now, Jikh going to be spending that burst earlier on here in this game, just so that we take as little damage as possible. Yeah, we don't have Mirror to make sure this goes for a wall break, so MFCR does have the corner, but Jikh definitely has the potential to get out of here. I like the usage of FD to try and push out MFCR and make him go for these riskier plays like the 2-3-6S.
Jikh Gonna try to go for the cross-up, but MFCR is not falling for it. Does get the cross-up and the overhead as well. And we're going to use that dash cancel. That's, I think, probably one of my favorite things about MFCR's placements with those dash cancels is that he uses it in a way where he's still back turn and then you're still guessing. It's not just about that, like you see the dash and then you try to challenge or it goes into a special. It is straight up that like MFCR is just using that momentum to just keep you guessing in those moments.
Right. It's like we're ending the combo with our 5K, but then we're like, okay, you know what? We're going to do that again, right? You know, sometimes we'll cancel into the upcoming mix-up, or just doing more mix-ups like that. And what a float there with the BRC to get that over it on Jikh. That was an insane mix, as MFCR might just run away with this round. Jikh on very low life. Let's see if we can make something work. Double turbo fall in the air, going to throw MFCR off. No response from MFCR on wake up. RedRC extending this combo. MFCR still has burst on the table. They're not looking to spend it very soon here. Spends it right there, but that's going to be a burst pick coming in for Jikh. We have a 50-meter. Will this be enough to kill? No, it is not. Wait, hold on. No, it is. Oh, we got the confirm.
That confirm was very nice. Very worthy of a true Millia loyalist. That's how you know you're playing against a Millia loyalist. When you're able to convert off of that overdrive and consistently get those really, like, I would say frame 1 links, it's just chef's kiss right there.
All right, 6H coming in straight into the Iron Saber in his face. Yeah, you can tell that Jikh was trying to set up forward overhead mix right there, but MFCR not going to care about it. Instead, just going for that TP to get himself out. And now back in back turn stance. This is a Leo zone, and you are stuck in here for a little bit longer as MFCR is going to forego that wall break.
Okay, YRC on the defensive does block the overhead, but wasn't expecting the double as Jikh tries to go for an empty grab was 2+. But we still get the cross up.
The burst. We have 200 meter. Oh no! The dust! The RedRC extension. And MFCR takes it over Jikh with a
weaker matchups because of the fact that while spin is a great tool, you still have to worry about the parry. You still have to worry about flash kick. There's a lot more risks that you're going to have to put yourselves in, and it's not just as easy as going and doing it 1, 2, 3. So we got Toxanz versus Bozo. I believe Toxanz is on the Anji side and Bozo is on the Leo side.
Looks like it, and I'm excited to see how this one's going to shake up. Like you said, as Anji, you do have to put a little bit of risk when it comes to pressuring Leo, but honestly, that's about really any other character in the cast. And I think Anji does have like quite a good array of tools when it comes to dealing with the options that Bozo has available. Like, we can go for the hop, we can go for the spin right through the projectile if Bozo tends to use that fireball quite often. But there's that flash kick coming through, like he said, immediately knocking Toxanz off of him.
Yeah, and again, stagger pressure from Leo is very dangerous. Plus, here we go. We have the Rin right after the charge fusion that does connect, so there are not too much gaps. And already a burst used. Now, Butterfly here is an interesting choice, especially from full screen. But now you're getting into that Leo Vortex. But we see the challenge from Toxin. Another throw to get the throw loops going. And another one for your troubles. Beautiful, safe jump, but not something to be able to open up. Blue RC, but no follow-up right after. Tried to block it. And that is where Bozo is going to use overdrive to kill here. Yeah,
and one thing in this matchup is that throw is going to be very effective against a character like Anji if he tends to use spin very often. And that can be very risky too, because much more risky compared to other matchups, because when Leo throws you, he's able to get into back turn stance for free. And you just do not want to let this happen, because this is exactly what's going to happen to you, as Toxanz is currently being run over, but a great 2P mash on the overhead attempt from Bozo will secure Toxanz away out of that corner. There's the fan pressure coming in, the butterfly setup once again, and now Bozo has to be pretty careful about trying to press on defense because of the threat of that butterfly giving Toxanz a meaty combo.
Okay, we got a counter hit with the dash cancel plus Nagiha, and we're going into Issei Ogusai. Now, something here that I'm really enjoying from both Toxin and Bozo is that they're reacting very quickly to different scenarios. Some of these things are dropping, but they're really picking it up right on the follow-up. Like right here, another Issei Ogusai right after the pickup off the Nagiha 5K.
Right, they can play incredibly well in the scrambles. Like, if they mess something up, they're immediately rebounding. And that's one of the big things that's helping both these players. I like that spin into the fish, but Bozo's like, I'm not going to sit down. DP on wake up. Toxanz, though, mashing there. Rin overhead. Flash kick yet again. Here, have another one, Bozo says. And there's the throw coming through as Toxanz is going to be opened up.
So something I'm also noticing here from Toxin's side that Bozo's doing really well of noting is after the Rin, we're trying to go for close slash as the meaty. But again, you can't be going too close onto those meaty situations because there's still a gap that the charge kick happens. The super parry also going to be something to catch up and even up the help, but the the 2D, and we're still going to wake up overdrive and go for purple. You could have killed right there. You were trying to be stylist. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. You got to keep it clean. Listen, you're in top 64. That was this morning. If you wanted to talk about morning pool brains, that was this morning. We got to be clean here. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you got to be clean.
But I mean, let's be honest, that was such a clean punish for that super. Like,
oh, it was.
If I landed that, I'd be shaking too. I'd be pressing random buttons on my controller when I shouldn't be. Well, either way, whatever it is, Bozo looking clean. Toxanz also looking quite good. There's a lot of things that you noted that he's doing quite well. And we'll see how that's going to fare here in game number 2. We see the fish come in, but Bozo's being being more cognizant of the fact that Toxanz is trying to spin through that fireball. So we're going for these backdashes to avoid the fish and then roll right back in.
There's that gap again with the charge flash kick. We have Chi, but not going to be able to get butterfly. There's the throw loop now this time around. Another throw loop. And there it goes.
Once again.
Tried to bait out from the air, but we're still getting ourselves opened up here. So Bozo is going to be able to get out of that corner and try to start some pressure here. That 2B into the Naya. We could try to go for the backdash blue RC, but burst is going to stop it. And that is a 6P that is going to land and should kill thanks to the wall break.
There we have it. Bozo, another roundup over Toxanz. Toxanz, though, still has that full burst meter in attack. That's going to be a trade on round start, but an even better hit here for Bozo as we're going to throw Toxanz into the corner, get that back turn stance, but a great match from Toxanz will secure himself a way out. And we're seeing a lot of great 2Ps from Toxanz come out to kind of interrupt that back turn stance. You need to find a lot of these holes right there, like we saw that right there. And, you know, even if you trade, unfortunately, that was not a great trade, but even if you trade, you're able to knock him out of that backroom stance, and then suddenly the momentum from Bozo kind of drains away.
Once again, trying to go for that close slash right after the Rin as a meaty, and not trying to bait out the DP, where Bozo is going to be able to capitalize off of this again from it. I like the patience from Bozo. Tried to call out the blue RC, another flash kick, and this is now just going to be pressure galore here. Projectile, and of course, baiting you to jump dash and actually anti-air you.
Yeah, just going for a regular 5P. I like that, using it as like a quick option to catch Anji. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's a bit of like a lot of mental damage. Like there's a lot added to the mental stack when that flash kick is consistently being used and consistently being successful for Bozo. I think what Toxanz is really struggling with is like, we're struggling with trying to maintain offense because we're constantly thinking like, is he going to flash kick here? Is he going to flash kick here? Is he going to flash kick here? And sometimes you just got to full send it a lot of times. You know, there is an element of respecting it, but at the same time, you know, you're kind of stumping your own game plan when you're constantly worrying about that fact. And I think one thing that you could try to go for is, you know, maybe go for the overheads like we saw right there. Unfortunately, it didn't work. But when you go for overheads quite often, it does force Bozo to either flash kick or stand block. And the thing about that is that he's relinquishing that charge that he's trying to hold up.
Okay, a second time to go for the grab there from Toxanz, but still nothing that can really start up pressure. The 5K slight counter hit, but again, Bozo's just been ready. Ooh, beautiful blue RC. That's what we were waiting for. Going for the Isaogusai as a confirm to make sure that the damage is done.
And as you can see, though, even though Bozo is hitting so many of these flash kicks, you have to realize, like, look at Toxanz's health bar when he does those. He's hardly taking any damage. You can see that Bozo's not actually extending those hits with a red RC or anything like that. So Toxanz can absolutely just not care about the DP in a lot of these scenarios, unless it's a scenario like that where we're able to get that back turn stance afterwards. That's going to be the wall break, positive bonus, hard knockdown, and a perfect throw punish for Toxanz to beat that cross-up attempt. But Bozo's still in control, using that mirror to get in 2K attempts, but there's that 2K 2D from Toxanz to get that sweep, and here's the throws coming in. Oh, I like the bait.
Yep, the butterfly actually stopping the flash kick parry, and it's a great coverage for Toxanz to try to apply some pressure. Tried to bait out the burst, but it's not going to happen this time around, and the burst is locked out thanks to the overdrive.
Oh, and Bozo, I knew, was holding on to that burst because he was waiting for an opportunity to burst later. But there's the super going right out. Toxanz, keeping that in mind.
And there you have it, staying alive within the 2-1 lead that is right now where Bozo is feeling comfortable, and we're gonna start with the 6P. Not gonna just even think about it, just start it off right there.
Counter immediately, fireball out, and there is the wonderful flash kick we all know and love. Massive counter hit, you can see that on the screen. Flash kick once again. Toxanz being stuffed on their pressure sequences. Trying to escape, but still getting caught regardless. These buttons are just so big here for Bozo. We're gonna go for it again. We need like a tally marker on the screen right now. Can we get a whiteboard pulled up production? Because we need to be able to start marking down how many of these flash kicks are actually working. Toxanz is now down and almost out. I think that will be it.
That was actually such a smart PRC, by the way, and using it as an opportunity to throw a projectile. And even if Bozo got hit by that 5K, which he did, it was still going to be followed up by the projectile and able to confirm off of that. So really smart defensive play to really catch up on the offensive.
Right. Butterfly set, and I like that Toxanz is going for these butterfly sets when he can, because he's like, yeah, if you set up this butterfly, then Bozo can't just flash kick you, or he's going to get hit. And there's the flash kick coming out, and now Toxanz is starting to, keep Bozo a little more honest. Like, hey, if you flash kick, you're getting some damage off of me, but I'm taking like a third of your health bar every single time you do it, and I block it. And Toxanz, look at that right there, textbook, just getting as much damage out of that as possible.
Very nice. Now this is, of course, one of the last, I would say, potential opportunities here for Toxanz to try to make a comeback happen here and take it to game 5. If not, Bozo gets to knock Toxanz out of the winner's side. So here's this overhead, and already halfway there, as that is a big chunk of health for Bozo to take away.
Okay, 2P coming in. 2P just stuffing Bozo on their approach. Great block on the cross-up, counter it. Burst comes out from Bozo, and now we're tossing out those fireballs. But we try to go for the spin, and Bozo conditioning Toxanz to spin through that fireball. And now Bozo's going to be taking full advantage of that fact. Toxanz spending the burst. Now going to play this more patient. There's a 2D run-up. Bozo expecting maybe another spin again, but no, it's not going to come out. Toxanz still alive. Gets hit by the wires. He tries to backdash out, but that is going to be the chase down from a Bozo.
The backdash was what was caught there, but we hug it out. And definitely don't count Giovanna out, especially with some of her latest buffs where she's been able to just kind of do that specials dash cancels. It helps quite a bit that she is able to just make it really scary and really quickly turn the tides of the battle. But we're going to start off strong here. The tether is in play for quite a bit. It is now gone, but it's back again. And you're going to have to deal with these tatami mats over and over again.
Yeah, and this is so hard to deal with when that tether is applied to you. Yes, you can attempt to challenge Lurry, and yes, you can get a lot of reward if you do manage to land a combo while in that tether space. But at the same time, you have to contend with these fast normals like Bar Slash, right? That Baiken can just spam in front of your face. Or backdash JS that you also have to deal with. And you can see already when Lurry was able to get that tether, Kreator was in a very difficult position, very scared to press. And right now, Lurry is putting Kreator into a very difficult position in terms of this life advantage, as now Kreator is one touch away from death. 50 mirror in the tank, but Lurry has that positive bonus, so we'll be getting meter of his own.
Blue RC, and there is the jumpy. I love that we're seeing more and more of those blue RC backwards backdashes and just instantly going for it, because that is a huge component for a lot of the top players. You want to be able to have that mastery on that, so very nicely done. Kreator, though, starting off the round strong, getting the wall shatter, and now it's just a matter of dashing right under Yodazen and going ahead and capitalizing it. No burst here from Lurry, which I agree, that's a perfect. You don't want to do any hero stuff right now.
But if there's any time to be a hero, the time is now, and Kreator going to be using that burst incredibly early on in this set. Does not want to face that wall break that Lurry was going to pose in front of Kreator. Lurry trying to block him out with his on with the tatami mats. It looks like it will be successful as well, as they're kind of using them as shields, as walls for Kreator to try and make their way over. Great tech from Kreator. Not going to let Lurry just get that tether for free.
What a jump slash, getting it by the farthest hits of its hitbox and being able to convert fully out of it, by the way. And we're going to get another tatami mat with the safe jump. The deflect shield did push a bit back, but it was not enough to really keep Lurry away.
Yeah, push Lurry out, but funnily enough, it put Lurry into the ideal range for JS, right? So that was like another thing that Kreator had to deal with. And we're not seeing a lot of like anti-air attempts on the JS, partly because it's a very hard thing to anti-air. It could be pretty inconsistent, but I'll say Giovanna has some of the best anti-airs in the game, specifically with that SDP as well.
Yep. Stagger pressure here in the slight dash ups. Both players trying to utilize their character's movement. There's the parry, and we're going to be able to catch it. And the challenge on the charge dash, that is going to cost Kreator. Not going to have enough time to build up the burst for this round. Should be able to get it once the next round starts, and we get a little bit more momentum here.
Wall assault, break confirmed. And that's going to be the wall break. Really easy stuff for LurryNY Kreator. Let's see what we have afterwards. And the parry attempt on the 2P stagger from Kreator. LurryNY looking really clean, looking to make a perfect here on Kreator. YRC close slash lose on send. RedRC to extend, but the 2H link will not connect. However, we have the tether applied. Now Kreator has to deal with this mix, but there's that BRC coming in for that overhead on LurryNY.
There is the challenge again. Listen, LurryNY might be an OG, but he still has the reactions of the new gen, all right?
He's not as old as he looks, mentally.
Still has all the reactions needed to definitely react to creators. And that is actually already a 2-0 lead, by the way, so this one can be the one. The clash is in the favor of LurryNY, but Kreator's not stopping. Purple RC to try to anti-air. But again, 2P challenges once more. Tether goes on board, and we're going to still maintain that pressure thanks to the deflect shield, and LurryNY just following up.
Yeah, that essentially gave LurryNY a free overhead mix there with the JS. Kreator trying to play outside the range here of far slash, but that button is just so fast, so big, and it became quite difficult to work with. But Giovanna does have a good whiff punish game, so if we can try to call them out, sniff it out, and then successfully whiff punish it, that will be very beneficial for Kreator, specifically because of that step dash that Giovanna has access to. Okay, potentially final round of the set. We're on set point here for LurryNY, but Kreator going to be drawing that first blood.
And still, LurryNY just able to capitalize each of these interactions. There is the drift red RC upwards to try to open up some just defense here from Kreator, but still gets opened up by the jump slash. Forced to use the burst. That is probably the last time that the burst can be available if Kreator continues to get hit by some of these straight hits. Red Wild Assault, and there's the counter hit, and that is going to be all LurryNY wrote, knocking Kreator down to the lower side of the bracket.
That interaction.
100%.
Happy Chaos, once he's on the offense, is usually the one that's kind of like winning that interaction, right? So it's going to be a lot of firsts, but at the same time, you know, Happy Chaos is not without great tools of his own to play defense and work against his own tools, but it can be quite difficult still. Especially without a great defense as well. We don't have a reversal super, and we don't even have a mirrorless reversal. So trying to play defense can be quite difficult if Leffen right here is being incredibly suffocated, which is exactly what he is being. Kreeg, unfortunately, not able to get much done as a Leffen is going to be popping that Deus Ex Machina for the wall break, refilling the bullet gauge, and having full concentration for this wall break situation.
Once again, you mentioned it. When the Happy Chaos starts the momentum, it is very hard to make the comeback. I do like that grab there. That is going to allow at least one reload, but that's 2 bullets. Deflect shield tries to back away, tries to avoid the aim, but this should be Leffen's round once we get that shot in, and we do.
Right, and you see Kreeg, you know, trying to make it over the gunshots and try to make it over that concentration. But the moment that concentration, that curse came, avoid the curse. But the moment that curse got applied to Kreeg, it was kind of just game over from there when we locked into that air dash.
Interesting, using the dash cancel to do the roll, but still Kreeg was able to read it as they're going to go ahead and get the wall slump. And that is going to be going into the Deus Ex Machina. And that is significant damage, plus resources are reloaded back again for Kreeg. And we're going to go straight into the heavy shot, 2K2D, tap dust into the shots. And, you know, again, we were looking at that burst bar just to see if there was any burst there to worry about. And Kreeg was able to solidify it. Look at all the scopes, the hitboxes, or the hit scans on the screen.
This is terrible aim.
matching clone troopers in the way that they just miss all their aims and shots.
This is me when I'm asked to try and headshot the opponent. Like, no, that ain't happening, Chief. But Leffen right here got that curse applied to Kreeg. So, oh, sorry, Kreeg actually has the curse applied to Leffen. Man, I'm getting mixed up with these colors already.
They're very similar colors too, if you notice. The only difference is I think the jackets and pants are white,
yeah, exactly.
but it's like it's not a crystal clear white. It's like that weird grayish white. So it's like what's going on here? But that's gonna be Leffen who's gonna get the wall shatter, and this can be crucial, right? We got straight to heavy shot. We still got hit by the YRC, so something can be done here. But 2K2D stops Leffen, or rather better said, stops Kreeg from advancing and helps Leffen kind of take up a deep breath.
Yeah, and that was a little difficult for Kreeg because you saw after that wall break situation, we had full concentration, but we had one bullet. And normally, you know, Happy Chaos only needs one bullet in the chamber to make things work. But at the same time, one bullet is one bullet, so you have a little bit less flexibility to work with. Okay, instantly getting that wall break. This one's another one of the scary things about Happy Chaos. If Happy Chaos can get any hit at any point in the screen, he's going to be getting that wall break. He's going to be getting that positive bonus. There's nothing that's going to stop him as that Deus Ex Machina sends Kreeg through the wall yet again. One or more mix-up as Kreeg has to defend against, and there's the flash on the dust, baiting out the overhead block as Leffen goes low.
Talk about snowball effect as we are seeing Leffen really establishing that this character is his character. While Kreeg trying to get some form of momentum, finally gets a heavy shot in. There was that curse setup, but it is gone with after that throw tech. Faultless defense, but we're still going to get opened up after the 2D. And this is where Leffen it should be able to go to Deus Ex Machina. Does so absolutely. And fully charged on resources, by the way. We got full bar, we got burst, we're going to get, thanks to the positive bonus, tension, and of course the grab to seal it.
Right, Leffen looks so confident with his play, just being so aggressive, so sure of himself with every single one of these options. And I mean, Leffen, you know, these games are taking a bit of time just because Happy Chaos isn't really exactly a high damage character. But it feels like Leffen has just been in control even in the times where he ends up losing those rounds. But here we go, Kreeg going to be the one in control as I say that on this round as Leffen is cramped here in the corner without any space left to go. So Kreeg is going to do him a favor and send him through the wall. What a whip punish!
Beautiful stuff there from Kreeg. Finally getting some perfects on their end and really trying to start momentum and definitely capitalize off of everything. This is the set to do that. Beautiful 6P to get you started, and that is going to be coast to coast, but no, instead the burst stops at the coast to coast, and now it's just playing some defense here. Tries to challenge in between the aims. Burst on the side of Kreeg again, but the blue RC, talk about rushing through.
Yeah, and there it is, Leffen pushing right back in the moment Kreeg spent that burst, not caring about that zoning game plan as all here. Kreeg, though, going to be getting this wall break as we spend the meter on this super.
Deus Ex Machina is going to put Leffen in the mid-screen again. Hard knockdown, but the YRC, and we have the close slash from Leffen that's going to tackle onto Kreeg. Kreeg is about to get burst,
no,
but it drops.
We didn't be bullets.
Yep. And there's the throw.
Oh, you can see Leffen's like, oh my god, I didn't have a bullet there. I was like, almost dropped that combo, but Leffen able to win it in the end here. Both players on a single round here in game number 3, but Leffen is the one on set point. An attempt to curse Kreeg will end up going through, but Kreeg will be the one gaining the wall break.
What
air throw?
Air throw. I thought that jump was a little bit too high, but Kreeg having the reactions and the read on it, very nice.
Right, and there's the dust opening up Leffen, sending them through the wall yet again. I mean, we've just been going through the wall with every single one of these combos. It's like, hey, you know what? You better have a passport because you're being taken for a trip around the world, and Kreeg is going to do it one more time to close off that round, sitting at a 2-1 here. Gotta represent the sponsor right there. Oni on the shirt. Kreeg staying alive here against Leffen.
Very nice round and set there too for Kreeg. I think that's always the thing, right? Is that getting that one set can really help turn over and achieve what can be potentially a reverse 3-0. Of course, we still have 2 games here for Kreeg that they're going to need to be able to do. But what a burst blocked! That was gorgeous right there from Kreeg.
and the amount of damage off of this combo is absolutely absurd. An insane amount of damage, very little scaling, and that is going to be the JD to do the little Goomba Stomp on Leffen to close off that round. Kreeg looking really clean and starting to stage this comeback against Leffen, against all odds, I would say.
Charging up on the stamina. And there we go. Launches. Not going to be able to go into super, but we do see Leffen getting caught again by the air grab. And the 2P, but no tap dust was too far pushed back. And that is going to be the dash cancel plus the reloads for Leffen to get the wall shatter.
Yeah, that's one of the faults of dust for Happy Chaos, is because it reaches so, it doesn't reach very far. FD is very useful against it, and oftentimes you want to have like a gunshot to back up your tap dust if it does whiff. And that's often, and that's part of the reason why like Kreeg kind of like bit the bullet right there, because you know we try to tap dust, but we didn't actually back it up with any gunshot. And that's like the bread and butter between Happy Chaos' game plan. Is like, hey, you need a gunshot to back up your gaps. You're kind of in a way, you kind of think of Happy Chaos like a puppet character, if that makes sense, right? You know how the Eddie is kind of like backing up Zada, Zada's backing up Eddie, and in a way, the bullets are like the puppet here, as Happy Chaos is, like a JoJo character, right? Slinging the guns, the gunshots around.
So we did go back to the character select. This is one of those moments where we were talking about earlier. The reverse 3-0 can happen here, and Kreeg is on a really good momentum, has been really stopping Leffen. Leffen almost considered between a Johnny and Testament, it looked like there, but we're still going back and locking in on Happy Chaos. Oh my god, we had clashes! That is probably the most single brain cell for Happy Chaos.
Oh man, the Leffen is the one to come out on top, taking out the other brain cell in the process. Leffen going to be sending Kreeg through the wall, gain the advantages. Great wire speed though from Kreeg. I like that timing, but I'm not so sure about that burst. We're already low on health, and a single combo will do the job, but Leffen is without that concentration. Kreeg is going to take advantage of that, using those buttons to try and counter poke against Leffen, going right under the curse, but unfortunately it's going to be caught by Leffen.
Right, a deep breath on the Leffen side, and this can be a potential set point here. So Kreeg's got to make something happen. We catch the backdash off the round start, and now it is just pressure. But the 2K2D challenge forcing the burst from Leffen to maintain this corner, because again, this corner is a special place for Happy Chaos. You can do wall slump, you can do your overdrive, and you get your wall shatter, and now you're back in neutral. You can have the stain on, but now it's again air grab. We saw this before where Kreeg, those reads off of the air grabs have helped them capitalize every single time, and that is exactly what's happening here. Full resource for stamina and bullets, heavy gunshots. No block on the YRC.
YRC again, but a block coming in from Leffen. Kreeg had the burst, but Leffen unfortunately was not able to pick it up with the gunshot. The wild assault coming in, and Kreeg got that burst stripped away with that wild assault connection.
And now it's time to see if they can go ahead and keep that momentum moving. But you know, who can be the ideal Leo here in this scenario? Is it MFCR? Is it Bozo? Definitely let us know, chat, as we go ahead and let these intros rock between two kings.
It's so funny because in canon, both these characters have a very big ego, right? So it's going to be, you know, when it comes to the mirrors, it's a clash of the ego as well. Who's actually the better Leo Whitefang in the room? Is it Bozo? Is it MFCR? Well, we will see as we get right into the first game of this set. Bozo going to be setting up that fireball, forcing MFCR to block it, but MFCR, with that patience, is going to run right through that attempt to DP.
Okay, I like that. We initially made that move so that we could go ahead and get access to the parry, and that is going to be the launcher and fully get the wall bounce.
There it is, the wall break as well. MFCR looking as clean as always, but Bozo going to be using that projectile plus the PRC to try and get that approach in. However, MFCR, once again, playing honestly more patient than usual, is calling out Bozo when he makes these gaps in his pressure.
Right, because of the charge projectile that does clash and win. So MFCR once again gains the momentum on the corner, but Bozo gets the flash kick, and we got the wild assault to back it up. Oh, and we got our own little bait too, as MFCR tries to make something happen here. Woo. Again, charge projectile. That's gonna be a punish with the full counter hit, and we should be able to go coast to coast And another counter hit. That's not good there for Bozo as MFCR catches them.
Do it again.
We believe it may not work once, it may not work twice, but 3 times definitely the charm. And there it goes.
That'll be it, right. Oh man, yeah, I think a lot of patience for MFCR in this set is really just coming from the fact that we're looking out for that flash kick. I mean, we saw Bozo go up for so many times, and I think MFCR is also like making that mental note watching that previous set, like, hey, Bozo likes the flash kick a lot, and we saw how successful it was in that previous set. So MFCR is keeping that in mind and trying to bait out a lot more often. You see the reward that MFCR is getting off the fact that Bozo whiffs those and has them get blocked. But right now, MFCR is the one on the receiving end of the pain, as Bozo is going to be dealing a great grip of damage to MFCR to gain quite a lead.
Okay, we're going to go into this overdrive. Does scale quite a bit, but it allows the wall break to happen, and we're back into neutral with the hard knockdown. So wake up 6P, but we see MFCR playing the patient game, calling out the matchup. Who better to know his own character than himself?
Right. And I like that also. Oh, okay, the burst comes out from MFCR, and that's going to be the connection in front of a Bozo. Are we going to spend that burst? Yes, we will, denying MFCR the wall break, both going for the H fireball, both having to respect it. There's the S-Fire, PRC getting their way in. There's a cross-up coming through. Back turn stance, SH, and that is going to be the round going to Bozo here. But Bozo still needs to take another round to close out this game.
And the crowd definitely sending the energy to Bozo as MFCR continues to apply some pressure. Goes for the parry and actually deflects back the projectile, catches the backdash from Bozo, and that's going to be the wall shatter thanks to the overdrive, which is also going to add some damage to boot too.
Right. Now the heavy knockdown, what's it going to be? There's a throw, back turn stance, now you got to deal with this mix, and the double cross up comes through. Bozo not going to block that one out.
Both pieces for the round between the two. It's going to be the counter hit. And not going to be able to fully convert off of it, but trying to go for some stagger pressure.
Oh, catches the backdash. This is massive for Bozo. What a hit. Into the super. Oh, MFCR onto the ropes. Bozo might be taking this game here. We will see. Tries to bait out a flash kick, but it's not going to end up coming out. MFCR, though, going to be taking his turn back on Wake Up. Yes.
Cool burst.
Getting low, super, and Bozo takes a game over MFCR to even us up here 1-1. The crowd going crazy, backing up Bozo, but MFCR keeping stone cold. And one thing I really like about Bozo's adaptation in this set so far is the fact that Bozo is starting to take advantage of the fact that MFCR is giving him room on his wake ups. Like, hey, you want to bait out DP? Well, in that case, I'll just press 6P. I'll press a button, and then now it's suddenly my turn again, even though it should have been your turn by all accounts.
Yeah, you can really see that Bozo's giving a little bit of a taste of MFCR's own medicine in certain situations, and then really capitalizing on their pickups. This is one of them right now here, getting the cross up. And then we're going to go for the OTG from the overdrive to really seal the deal. And again, the crowd keeps going wild for their friend Bozo.
Absolutely, and it is a big deal. Bozo takes this. Dude, this is a massive upset for Bozo to take it over MFCR once again. One of the best Leo players in the world, but Bozo is looking to keep their name in good standing as well. Though super comes out from MFCR, that's going to put Bozo into a difficult position already. Positive bonus from MFCR should be able to get full burst pretty soon, but there's that flash kick that we all know and love from Bozo to the other side. Tries to bat the flash kick, but I like the delay from MFCR using that flash kick later on that wake up.
Ooh, the overhead. That's a counter hit. Bozo gonna try to capitalize. Goes for the parry, but the purple RC
the bait on
goes
the parry.
ahead. Yes, the baiting out the grab that forces a burst from MFCR.
Flash kick in your face. Okay, you gotta keep that one safe with that RC. And Bozo, don't drop this. We will not. Bozo has a lead over MFCR now with a 2-1.
Shaking their head, taking deep breaths, couldn't believe it. And you can see MFCR's like, but this is my character. This is what happens.
Bozo has all the momentum they need right now to be able to take this set. By the same time, you gotta lock in. A lot of the times I see from these players is when they're about to make an upset, they start to fold. You cannot let that happen, Bozo. You gotta make sure that you're keeping this play clean because MFCR is on the ropes. Flash kick coming in, flash kick from Bozo in response, and we're gonna be aggressive. We're not gonna care about the flash kick on wake up. Instead, we're gonna try and push the advantage that we're gaining. Heavy DP, Red RC tries to go for the JD, not gonna work out as MFCR spends that burst, but now Bozo, you're kind of happy that you're able to get that burst out of MFCR like that.
Wall break. No meter to go for the overdrive. Blue RC got a flash kick in your face, we said.
Right, but MFCR now has a lot of resources to work with, and we're going to use some of it to do this extension off that hit. Run it up, back turn stance, baits out the DP, and unfortunately for Bozo, yeah, Bozo was expecting that dash up once again for MFCR, but MFCR was very safe, played it very safe, knew that he was like one touch away from death, so it's like, okay, back up, avoid it, and bait it out. And now MFCR is going to give Bozo a taste of his own medicine here with that flash kick coming through.
A nice 5P, not a real conversion from it though. MFCR still also getting caught by those 2Ks.
Also run up, tries to base something out, not going to work out. I like the approach with the parry to take out that fireball and reflect it back in MFCR's face. Tries to go for the shimmy here. Oh, and there's the 5P coming in from MFCR. Great confirm on Bozo. Bozo's going to be able to get full burst gauge because of that wall spot though.
Blue RC tried to bait out a flash kick, but MFCR actually delayed that. There is the grab, and that's going into the overdrive, and it is sealing the deal as we tie it up 2-2. Game number 5 from what is actually been probably the most hypest Leo matchup or Leo mirror that I have seen in quite a while.
Right. It's all going to come down to what this round start is going to be. A trade coming through. Bozo going to be the first one to bite with that fireball into the flash kick. MFCR going to use that flash kick of his own to get out of that corner situation, but Bozo immediately clapping back, using that wall itself to take MFCR further into the corner. Very risky using the double S fireball to try and break through the H fireball, but that just does not work out because you put yourself into this standing position for a very long time as MFCR was able to make it over that fence and punch appropriately. BRC approach was still getting smacked by that flash kick.
Okay, we do respond with a flash kick of our own, but there is the grab, and MFCR is like, nope, you're not going to do any cross-ups of me. Bozo needs to stick with the burst. Yep, don't use it, don't even try, don't even think it's there. Wait for it in the second round where it can be a final potential round for you.
Right, and they're saying before, you got to stay consistent here. You almost were able to take it over MFCR, but MFCR is a top player for a reason. They can steal their nerves like this despite being on the back foot, and now Bozo is the one that's clearly on the back foot, super through the wall. MFCR is going to be building up a lot of resources over time here. SDP, though, does not care about which side you're on. MFCR going to get smacked, sent into the corner, but can always find a way to get out.
Big pickups here for Bozo as we're going to get the wall shatter. Still needs to do a couple more hits before the health is evened up. And we got the 5P with the cross-up as well. The grab does whiff, but PRC keeps it safe.
Oh no, the 2K gets hit. Oh, now you got to play so patient right now. Bozo still has that burst available. MFCR also has that burst. Will he be looking to spend it? No, he will not. As Bozo goes for the super, will this be enough to deal with the wall damage? No, it will not. MFCR hanging on by a thread. And we try to run up with the tap dust, but a little too far away. Red RC, there's going to be so many points to bait that burst, but MFCR was unable to do exactly that.
Oh,
the
no.
parry catches to the other side, and now it is very bad shape here for Bozo. A chip damage kill could be in the books, and MFCR does not need it. DP has been abated one last time. MFCR is now in winner's side top 8.
I think you said it very well too, is that parry is going to be more clutch when there's a lot of close-upness versus where, you know, a lot of the times when you go against any of the characters that have further buttons, that parry does help a lot more.
Right, and you're trying to set up that parry if you're Baiken right now to put Happy Chaos into that close range because you have those superior buttons when you're up in each other's face, like that far slash, like that 5P. And right here, we're going for that Johnson on the other side. The Escobar catching Jack on the back dash, but the burst from Jack will deny with the guitar that tether applied. Throw coming in, tether back active. Same side, Yozatsu and Jack not blocking.
Sometimes all it takes is that just one tether and one scenario, and you're already on the other side of the winning side. So very nicely done there from Linty.
Right, popping up. Winty gaining center of the wall here as we charge up that concentration just a little bit here for this post-wall break situation. Winty Guitar rolling up with the Escabari into the throw yet again to reapply the timer. And this is going to be a fancy combo as we get the maximum damage possible. I like that we edited it with the Escabari, reapplied it once again to try and keep that mix going. But Jikh is going to be spending that burst to get Winty off it.
This is a launcher here from Jik's side. It's going to go into Deus Machina. And the wall shatter. Plus all the bullets reloaded, staying on.
YRC, tether once again. Yeah, and like we were saying before, it's like the tether is going to be so important in Happy Chaos because you want Happy Chaos up in your face. You do not want to let him escape. And you can see that Jikh is really struggling when Winty is in front of his face with the tether just pulling him back in.
And again, those overheads coming through very nicely for Winty. It has led to good damage, and it's, again, capitalizing on some of those hits. We're going to see Jikh here launch, fully forcing Winty to get the burst going. The tether actually whiffing due to the 6P.
Escabari coming through, but the gun dot flick, or the gun flick will pop Winty up into this combo and utilizing that tether, not dropping the combo and taking full advantage of it. And should be able to get this throw into the red RC extension. Jikh looking clean with it. This is one of the big things when you're playing against Baiken is that you gotta learn your tether-specific combo, right? We lost a lot of like character-specific combos with Strive, but Baiken kind of brings that back here when it comes to that tether. And the fact that Jikh was able to capitalize on it like that just shows extreme character knowledge.
100%. We see comfortability from Winty. The backdash is going to get caught by the 5K. That's a big launcher here for Jikh. Going to be able to charge up and then also throw Curse Ball. But you're absolutely right. Again, it takes a minute to really see where Winty's trying to go for. That air grab was a good attempt, but the Jikh actually going for a full Deus Machina, and it should kill here.
Looks like
no Japanese guts!
The Japanese are way too strong. Nerf them. Jikh back it up here. Toss is just going to play that one safe, knowing that Winty was in chip kill range, and a single mistake from Winty on that approach will be able to do that job.
Very nicely done there from Winty. I believe this is then 1-to-1. Tying it up. Great 6P to clash with the Kabari slash.
Right, and that's kind of what you're saying before. You got to check that Escabari. You know, even if you're not getting a combo, you just want to make sure that you're not getting that tether active. 2P on the crossover attempt from the Kabari. You know, you don't see that very often, but the fact that Jikh was immediately ready for that was pretty crazy.
Talk about instant blue RC to get the movement. Again, wall shatter has a little bit of health here. Winty's got to make something happen, but is very limited on choices. Try to go for regular Kabari, but it's not going to reach it in time.
If Deus Ex Machina is not good for chip kill, for chewing through the guts, what is it even good for? Come on now. Jikh going to be popping up Winty with that 2D into the gunshot. Concentration, recharge. You did utilize all of that mirror, so we want to make sure that we get that back.
Here's the grab. Tether is now applied here for Winty.
Same side. And it can be so tricky recognizing if it's same side or if it's cross up off that tether off of the wake up, because normally the way you recognize if Baiken is going to the other side is if you see Baiken moving a little bit forward. But and that is like very deceptive, right? Because Baiken moves a lot forward, but still same side.
And there's the burst. Faultless defense, but that's going to open up for Jikh to go for the grab. And there is the gunshots. And we have Deus Machina to follow up and get the wall shatter.
Looks like it. Winty doesn't have a lot of options left, especially when we're going to be taking this combo. The wall splat coming in at the least opportune time. Jikh, unfortunately, is going to be messing up that super to get that wall break. So Winty will stay alive for a little bit longer, but not for long, as the tap does catches Winty not wearing their hard hat.
2-to-1 right now as Jikh leads the way. And you can see Winty here trying to remain calm, trying to figure out, okay, we're getting certain hits in, but we're not being able to close out. There's Yodazen. Oh, but that 6P from Jikh was so nice. Able to catch the hitbox.
Putting that whole neck in it. Jack going to be wall flying Winty just like that. Curse has been applied. Dexter's Machina is going to be refilling those bullets. But now Jack has to be very careful about using that concentration gauge because it is so low.
I felt like that 2P or 5P were going to try to actually bait out the YRC, but that didn't work out necessarily. There is that 2D though that opens up Winty, and that is actually a great opportunity here for Jack. Has full bar of tension, now utilizing the overdrive, and now has that other half.
Japanese guys truly go crazy. Winty's still alive, but once again with a sliver of life. Can we get our way out of this situation? We're draining a lot of our meter with that FD in an attempt to bait out any gunshot, but Jack not fighting and Winty spending it all. Jack now on set point. One more round to go. Winty Guitar has that burst available to her, but we need to find an opening on Jack, and we will find it with that pop-up from the Tatami. Sets up the Escabari, the 5P to check Jack on that defense, and this might be enough. No, it isn't. The wall's flying a little too early.
Let's go for far slash. There's the Kabari, and Jack gets hit by the instant Tiger Knee overhead. It is now tied up on around the piece, but Winty's gonna need this set to take it to game 5.
Johnson hitting with the back stretch with Jack, not going to get hit. The bait on the gold burst. Now Jack is burstless and has a no mirror. Winty Guitar is going to be running away with this round. Jack still alive, but potentially not for long. Curse now active. Winty now just needs to play patient. Look for that final hit. Don't spend more than you have to. Great tech to avoid that our knockdown situation, but now we'll be knocked down here. What are we going to do? BRC into the throw. Winty now bringing us to a 2-2.
There's that deep breath from Winty, and you love to see it. Trying to make do and make it happen. Taking it to the game 5 set. Jack definitely considering, okay, well, what we got to change here? What do we have to do to ensure that victory?
Yeah. I love how the competition is becoming so close. Even before top 16, we're in like that top 32 range. These players are coming down to the wire, bringing us to that game 5 here.
The air grab in the air, plus the red RC to continue the combo. And burst has not in effect yet for Winty. Had to use the yellow RC as the defensive measure. Burst used by Jack on this moment. Blue RC, the parry actually gets bounced back.
We have no bullets. Winty can do something here.
For the first time in a while, Happy Chaos, no bullets. What could happen?
And I like that burst for Winty, denying Jack the possibility to get those bullets back. Tatami locked down, Yosatse coming through. Jack is without resources, and Winty is going to be pushing herself onto set point.
Very close here. And again, we haven't seen Happy Chaos without any bullets in quite a while, so that should be something to be said of how Winty has just been applying pressure, not letting Jack whatsoever try to recharge or reload, and looking like that is going to be the corner, but the blue RC challenges.
Yeah, no bullets is a fatal error. Something very unlike Jack to do, but it does happen, and the fact that Winty was able to take advantage of it just really speaks to that skill here. But Jack going to be sending Winty through the wall, trying to accrue those resources, buy some time here, instantly going for the H-Kabari after that wall break, and there's a throw tech on it from Jack, and Jack is going to be getting a nice combo of his own. Days Ex Machina coming through. This won't be enough to kill. The scaling is a little too high, but Winty will be alive for a little bit longer. Can definitely take away this round and find that one a good hit, but that concentration super is going to make it hard to try and approach as we're draining all those resources with that FD.
And that is a piece for both, who will take it into the final round of the game 5 set. That is the question of the day, as Winty tries to make something happen, as Jack also tries to close out the deal. There's the 2K, 2D into the clone with punish, thanks to with the blue RC, and now we have full stamina
Once
bar.
again, another fatal error from Jack, losing that concentration bar like that. And Winty might be able to take it, spends the super, will it be enough? Yes, it will! Winty Guitar takes it over Jack, and the pop-off comes through. Jack sent down to losers, and Winty Guitar moving to winner's side, top 16. What an upset! Screen control there with the gunshots.
Absolutely, and I think where you're able to do like Choco Bomb and that can actually wall break, that can actually blow you up. Like there's so much that what can Alpha can't do, right? 2K, 2D, and there is that lovely cross up. There's the Rekka plus the dash cancels right afterwards. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to be on the spot here.
Okay, find that hit low. Kreator gonna burst that one. 5K, great punish from NitroNY right there, or counter poke at least. BRC all the way over, and the burst comes out from NitroNY now. These are the buttons I'm talking about, kind of setting up that wall, stuffing Kreator as we try to approach, and now center of the wall, we got the bomb vest active. Now you gotta be so scared if you want to try and contest a NitroNY, and NitroNY is able to kind of like put that muzzle on a Kreator right there and prevent them from doing really much.
I almost felt that was like a pun, considering that Giovanna has a doggo right by her. So I see you. I see you, Salty. It does look like there's some slight pressure here, backing off just a little bit and then trying to get a form of a whip punish. We go for the throw, strike throw. Once again, another one. We get more blue RC into straight low. I think that was supposed to be a little bit faster, but Kreator comes up on top.
Yeah, the break right there just to get out of the range of any potential attack right there. And then gain that punish was really clean from Kreator, creating out a throw attempt. Okay, Kreator getting a great confirm here. NitroNY on the back foot, and now definitely on the back foot. I mean, we lost our leg at this point. Kreator is going to be setting NitroNY through the wall, and what a lead we have so far. The odds are stacked up against NitroNY. The tower of cards is falling down, but NitroNY still has a response.
A pixel and a dream. We went for the double low. There's the burst. But of course, 2K, again, pixel and a dream. It's very hard to make a comeback, especially with a character like Elfelt, that you have to be aggressive up front. You can't just stay back. You got to take some risks. You got to hope that they don't know how to challenge or really defend against your Rekka. And right there, we saw Kreator just be staying calm, cool, collected, and clean up shop.
Right, there's so many interaction points with her Rekka if your opponent knows how to play against this character. It looks like Kreator definitely knows how to do that, as NitroNY is being halted once again. NitroNY had a great start to the set, but Kreator is now looking a lot more consistent in these following games. Opening up, NitroNY overhead. We can't get the kill. We weren't able to get enough for the super, but once again, we're seeing a very similar situation to that previous round where NitroNY was basically almost dead, and Kreator had that full health bar to work with.
It's a round for Kreator. Wild Assault to follow up. And then we're going to get these far slashes just to see if it reaches out there. Throw as NitroNY goes ahead, sets up the other side. Blocks great just defense, and then slight challenge on the 2P.
Red RC to keep this pressure going. And there it is, the Pine Berry dropping to the other side. Kreator not going to block that one out. NitroNY should be able to close this out here. And now bringing it back, bringing us to another even round count in game number 2. NitroNY, can we close it out this time around here? Wild Assault making our way in, but Kreator not going to fold.
And we have that charge dash up. Gonna go ahead and get 2D. And there goes Wild Assault. And we're going straight into overdrive. We want that wall broken. We want positive tension. We want everything in the book. Yes, please.
And we've seen this situation before. Once again, can NitroNY find himself a way out? I don't know if it is possible. Blocks the dust, though. And the FE pushes out Kreator just enough for NitroNY to get that poke. However, that trade will go in Kreator's favor.
Even right now, Kreator's still not comfortably looking like they know that they're gonna win. It's more of like, all right, I gotta make sure I lock in and close out.
Oh.
I think we had a palette change.
NitroNY fitting on the denim now. Hold on, we got the Canadian tuxedo coming through. Let's see if that's going to be making a difference here in the final set. New look, new me. Here we go. Let's get into it. Potentially the final game of this set, unless NitroNY can really lock in here.
Full bursts being used from Kreator's side. I like that we're seeing Kreator use a little bit more aggressively the burst and really just trying to like say, okay, get off me, let me restand, let me restart what I wanted to do in the first place. And this is that strike throw once again. Dash up, throw into the charge dash. Goes ahead and does another throw. And we're seeing it now with that tap dust to kill And we're already on potential set points. Salty, what happened? I blinked and the whole match just is like going by.
It really does seem like that. Unfortunately, NitroNY unable to keep up with Kreator, and I really like how, like you said, Kreator went for that aggressive burst to keep NitroNY in the corner, because we see how Kreator is so dominant when NitroNY is stuck in the corner, unable to get out, but now NitroNY is able to put Kreator into the bomb vest, and the Kreator unable to get out of that.
That's one of those things where even if you are having it on, you have to be mindful. You don't want to get caught better said pressing while that bomb vest is on. There's the blocked YRC, and that's going to be a counter hit. That's it.
No way.
That has to be it.
No way.
No, drops it.
The drop. NitroNY still alive.
Oh,
the block,
no.
The 5P.
No way.
NitroNY still in the game.
Still in the game. I know Kreator is definitely not happy about that. Those
Give him
drops.
the devil horns. NitroNY still playing, still in it, but now Kreator is doing his old stagger pressure there in the corner with those throws. Great whiff punish with the step dash on the 5K from NitroNY. Now we're seeing once again a situation we are so familiar with. NitroNY has so little left in him, and the tank is unfortunately empty as Kreator with a perfect moves forward to top 16.
You can see that Kreator was
Because of the fact that Millia has so many movement options in the air, but I think specifically the Capel is going to be like this little wall, this defensive unit that Jikh sets up that Kreeg cannot really contest if we try to, get a lucky air throw or to get that knockdown. But here we go, Kreeg getting a nice lucky hit here on Jikh to start us off. And that burst, though, will be unfortunate for Jikh as Kreeg is able to get those gunshots and get this wall break really early on.
right. The wall shatter has been achieved. Look at that damage. Ooh! And again, 2K2D into the shocks. That's going to be tap dust, but no confirm right afterwards. Going to just go straight for block strings.
Uh-oh, out of concentration, but not without options. Kreeg 2K2D will do the job just fine.
Out of bullets, but not out of options.
Exactly. Backdash right out of the H-disc. Smart play from Kreeg, recognizing to extract themselves from that situation. Jikh, though, running up with the 2K2D of their own. Kreeg going to burst that one, not wanting to deal with that incoming mix, but now Jikh is the one to deal with this incoming mix as that curse has been applied, and Kreeg is going to be running up to Jikh's face to make sure that we take full advantage of it. Here's the concentration super coming through to the other side. Jikh not going to block the cross up, and that's going to be the winger coming out as a reversal.
And it does land, yes, that's a punish like you mentioned, reversal. We have the 2P wake up. We do need to be mindful of how we're spending our bullets as well as our stamina meter. Those are crucial. But it was 2+ for Jikh as Kreeg should be able to get a full confirm. But then the wake up grab from Jikh. What is happening here? YRC to keep it safe. And then there's the 6P for the death of Kreeg in this round.
And you talked about it earlier to preface this set, but Kreeg, the cognitions of the air game, we saw it right there when Kreeg actually jumped out of that pressure from Jikh, trying to help and contest. We didn't really get too much reward out of it, but it's like the idea behind it was very smart. It was able to get themselves out of that situation. There we go, great counter hit to get this combo here on Jikh. Jikh so won't have to spend that burst because that combo would have been close to killing. I think we could have gone that mirror for the super.
All right, do Ex Machina, and that is gonna be the first game going to Kreeg.
Yeah, rather one-sided there as we saw the 7 letters flashing on the screen. And now Kreeg keeping the momentum going even in the loose side of the bracket. Will now have to face it with the Millia mix as Jikh can finally set this up. But a burst from Kreeg will deny Jikh that possibility to keep it going longer than I think they would have wanted.
Very nice close slash. Tries to go on the other side by accident. And
No
we
more
still got to,
concentration.
we got to build up all that concentration back once again. Hair car, and this is where Jikh will be able to go into Winger and go with the overdrive ender so that way we get the hard knockdown. A significant amount of damage. YRC, get off me. And another YRC from Jikh.
2S, Lush Shaker. And I like how Kreeg was actually using FT on Lush Shaker as well because of the multi-hits from Lush Shaker that pushes Jikh so far back, and Kreeg can take full advantage of that being Happy Chaos.
Ooh. And that will be Jikh on the first round of game 2. It's almost like stealing it from Kreeg in certain aspects.
That it does. Yeah, once again, I like that Kreeg is using FD on so much of Millia's toolkit. Close slash as well, that being a multi-hitting move pushes Jikh so far back.
Hair car from full screen, and then we have the red RC. Should be able to go into setup for disc. Slight pokes, but Kreeg is just ready for it. Trying to reload on the bullets.
Okay, the JP and the 6P from above. What was that hitbox?
Nicely done. Tying it up on the board 1-1. Jikh's not out yet.
Right.
Still gonna make sure every match counts for the Millia.
Okay, throw immediately on Jikh. Gold burst being baited out, and that's gonna be yet another throw to reload that gun.
Tap dust. And I think the question is, nope, we're going to go straight into do X Monkey. We're not going to even play around with the wall slump.
Yeah, there's not really that much of a point to. But, you know, there still is that possibility if you want to go for it. Jikh, though, in the corner once again. Red RC, that'll be enough.
Yep, and there it goes right now as we see the wall shatter, and Kreeg also getting their first round here.
Bar slash, gunshot.
Nice 6P. Tap dust, there's the shot. Dash cancels, and we're gonna get the wall shatter to also get that positive bonus.
Okay, close slash, burst spent.
Alright, rolls through. And purple RC because of the reload. That's right, there was running out of bullets right there. Ooh, the backdashing here, movement from Jikh, but we got the Goopa jump. And that is 2-1 on Kreeg, and Kreeg is trying to maintain that leadership position right there.
2-1, it is. One more game, and Kreeg is home free. Burst spent from Jikh rather early on, wants to deny that wall break from Kreeg. Gunshot. No more concentration, though. Can we get the wall splat? Yes, we can. Yeah, get a little bit of that concentration gauge back, get some of those bullets back. Not gonna spend it on the Deus Ex Machina though.
Okay, backdash is away. And there's the disc setup, but the low catches Kreeg's tippy toes. Burst is available, but I think Kreeg is gonna hold on to it, which I agree. You don't want to spend it so early.
Yeah, we are coming through. Alrighty. And there it is, the throw on the Artemis. This time, going to catch it.
I have to ask, was that on the startup? Because that's actually really nice tech to know about.
I think that was on the startup.
Yeah, that was a really nice tech. Great read on that one.
Absolutely. You can see the reward that Kreeg got right off it, running in. Guns a-blazing. Kreeg on set point over Jikh.
Okay.
All right, tap dust coming through, getting the combo off it this time. And through the wall we go. Here we go. Where do we want to go? That sets up the curse. Red RC running forward. Burst comes out finally from Jikh.
Yeah, I don't think Kreeg could have done a good burst bait route there, so that's gonna just be tap dust. Blue RC, or Blue Wild Assault, better said, still having to reload on concentration and bullets.
Yeah, that was rough.
Air grab again! Yo, Kreeg! The Royal Air Grabber. 6 at the time of the stripe. I think it's like what? No, hamburgers is Ramlethal. What is his favorite food? I feel like it's everything.
I'm pretty sure it was sugar water.
Oh, it might be sugar water. Yeah,
Right,
you're right.
Why does he carry the flag? We gotta know like the biography, right? It helps us attach ourselves to the character. Oh no, we don't know the lore of the flag?
I don't know the lore. Sorry, I was actually reading the intro because I'm like, why would he say that to Leo Whitefang? But then again, when I look back into the anime, all I could just see is like Leo did nothing but just be on the TV screen, and all the work was sit in the most part. So you know what? That's where that intro is like there.
Yeah, the older people do all the don't do all the work. They just sit up there and watch. But here we go. Bozo is definitely not going to be doing work here, as Blue Heck is the one to be dealing the damage. Here we go. Sent through the wall. Get a little bit of get a little bit of a taste of that food right there. It's not actually going to be recovering that calorie gauge like it does normally in the previous games. But still, though, good to do. Just get a little bit of that buff.
You love to see how strong Sin is, especially considering like when he first came out, everybody was like, oh, Sin's not that good, Sin's this and that, and then now he's probably one of the stronger characters, especially if you can master him.
Absolutely.
And there's the wild assault. Look at this damage. Look at that. Look at that. What is that?
It's blood red, Bozo. Come on, we got a block. Where's that flash kick we know you for? Flash kick, no. Okay, we're going to play that one patient. Counter hit, though, for Blue Heck. Burst going to come out. I know Blue Heck was trying to bait that burst, but unfortunately it's not going to come through. Red RC, give him the stomp. Blue Heck needs to find this final hit here, and Bozo is not going to give it to him, but there it is. The JS comes through.
I love that. I see the Sin like personality right there from Blue Heck on that shot. That was really nice. That was actually a really nice shot there to really show. I see. You see, did the move and everything on the intro.
Yeah, you know, when you hit like that one good move that feels very satisfying to do, you guys like do the motion for it as well.
Good 6-key from Bozo. And the air-to-air plus the conversion, oh, just slightly a slight drop.
Yeah, getting a little ahead of ourselves there with that parry. YRC gets baited out though, and that's going to be a fantastic starter here for Bozo. 2D, OTG, DP finding our way out. Blue Heck going to try to establish his pressure, but Bozo going to flash kick right on it through. And that is going to be the round here, going to Bozo.
Okay, now we see Blue Heck starting off with the far slash. What a nice confirm. That's actually going to be straight wall break too.
Yeah, sending him through the wall, sending him a flying 5K, but that is going to be instantly punished here by Bozo. Back turn stance, and noticing that Blue Heck was trying to run up with that 2K, instead goes for that parry and stops Blue Heck in his tracks. Super going to carry Blue Heck all the way to the wall for that wall break. Positive bonus here once again. Doesn't end up going for that go for that back turn stance immediately, but instead just wants to play that a little bit safer here. Tyrant Barrel, we get the sweet spot, of course.
Okay, health is just about even, but there's the flash kick from Bozo to call out the overhead. Gotta be careful here. Oh, we're going for RTL, and that's actually the smartest RTL ever because that locked Bozo out of the burst. Look at that smile! I see you, Blue Heck.
Yeah, not only locked him out of the burst, but also was very smart to do just because it was able to get that wall break and add that extra damage to that super because it wouldn't have killed otherwise. All right, Beak Driver trying to poke right on through that projectile, and to Blue Heck's credit, it is actually kind of working, but we take a little bit of damage of our own, just trying to stop Bozo in his tracks from getting set up behind that projectile. Now Blue Heck should be able to get this wall break here. Beak Driver still has 1 calorie gauge remaining as well, so should be able to cancel another one of these special moves if we so choose. However, that air throw from a Bozo will buy Blue Heck a little bit more time.
Okay, OTG, blue, purple, RC. I was going to say there was going to be a throw into the PRC for a little bit, and I think it was mostly because of the fact that that was probably the best way to really kind of seal and close out that match right there. So with that being said, Blue Heck up 2-0 right now in what I think has probably been a first for Bozo, not really going back and forth with a player.
Yeah, no, not at all. You know, being on the loser side can drain a little bit of that momentum that you had before, especially when you're getting hit by these DPs that, you know, it feels bad to get hit by because of the fact that Sin can instantly, you know, start establishing pressure afterwards, or can get a full combo off it afterwards as well. And I don't know if Blue Heck is really too happy about that. There's the counter of that JS, and instantly there is the corner situation here that Blue Heck has set up that Bozo is struggling to get out of, but that is going to be a very solid super into the RSC, trying to bring us to the other corner.
Was able to convert right off of it too, actually.
Okay.
That I honestly felt like, okay, that's not going to kill. That's not going to really do anything.
I didn't think so either.
But then we had the extension, and it did everything it needed to do at that moment.
2D into the flash kick. There we go. This is Bozo. I know him. Alrighty, here we go. Back turn S. Run up 5P. Counter hit on a Blue Heck into the super. Oh, we were too far away for that to actually connect. And that run under was so smooth from a Blue Heck. Able to get that cross up.
That was like a moonwalk, like slide to the right.
And we're sliding all the way to the left here for yet another wall break. Bluehack is like a freight train, and the Bozo is going to be knocked out of the way, whether he likes it or not. While Assault in, tries to go for the cross-up back turn, but unfortunately for Bozo, Bluehack was able to throw him in the process. However, Bozo is still alive. Hold on. Oh, tries to set the projectile, but that trade is going to end up being very beneficial to Bluehack.
All right, potential set point here for Bluehack. Also notice Bluehack used a ton of stamina, but it worked so well because that's exactly what you needed to do. Here's the stamina out once more, so cannot do as many of the specials as you would like to, or many follow-ups from the specials. But we're going for RTL. We don't need them. Who needs that? We're going to go for another wall shatter.
That we will. We don't have any of that stamina gauge left, but Bozo is so little in a life. I don't know if we really need it. Bozo going to be getting this corner situation here. Has that back turn stance, but unfortunately is going to get thrown. And with the timer and barrel, Bluehack just blows his way right through into top 16, busting that wall down.
Dollars out of the bank account as well. So it's just now that's in Korea and not in LA, makes it much harder. But as we said, we are going to have to give out some of these points here today, get our top 8ers underway. But for now, let's get started with this top 16.
Oh, there's the throw into the corner. Enhanced Spiral Arrow gonna get the wall bounce immediately into a super. What happened to Kreeg's life bar?
Oh my gosh, we are just getting started, and Kreeg is sitting in the orange. A couple touches from Kreator, and a third one is going to be all it takes to take first blood in the first set of this top 16.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. Lightning fast there from Kreator to kick things off, but finally Kreeg able to get the gun out, starting to get some offense going.
Oh yeah, I mean, HC still a slow starter regardless of how relentless that offense is. And speaking of relentless offense, here comes Giovanna. Burst comes out here from Kreeg, trying to get just a little bit of extra life.
Yeah, and it's always so scary, too, to try and throw out that curse. You saw they getting blown up by the Spiral Arrow and now put into the corner. No reversal here for Happy Chaos, so Kreeg just has to fight back.
Oh, man, and fighting back they're going to do. Lands the anti-air jab. Should be enough to take him all the way through the wall. Deus Ex Machina has secured not only those bullets, but the hard knockdown as well.
Yeah, get used to seeing that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure y'all seen it all weekend already. There's the super focus. YRC actually hits far enough. Okay.
Yeah, tried to go for that bait there. Not going to quite be able to land it, and Kreator is going to take full advantage, taking out the first game of the set.
A quick first game. Kreator feeling in full control. We got to see Kreeg show a little bit of life there, establish a little bit of offense, but still Kreator just blowing through it.
I mean, one of the things you have to know about Kreeg is that they are definitely a learning robot, right? Every single one of their sets you see might drop the first game, might drop the next couple games, but after that, the result is completely up in the air. They got the download.
Like super brawly, learn as they fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we're seeing it here. Look at how the offensive structure has changed in comparison to that last game. Already, Kreeg is stacking up a monstrous life lead and wants to keep going here with his positive bonus.
Positive indeed, and a perfect on top of it. Trying to tie things up. You cannot allow Kreator to get that 2-0 lead on you, but there we go, 2K into the gunshot, get the focus on deck, but the wake-up throw!
Wow. Wake-up throw, as you said, and the enhanced flip kick. So many interactions happening right now. Well, now including Kreator being in the corner, able to push Kreeg all the way to the other side, though. This counter hit is going to stack up some huge damage, and it should kill as well with that final hit. What a combo decision from Kreator.
Wasn't sure for a split second there, but then I thought, nah, this guy is dead.
Oh yeah, counter hits from Giovanna. Gio doing deceptively just a ton of damage, even without that meter buff that we have come to know and love. Like, as you can see right here, doing about 50%, keeping the corner as well, and Kreeg finds themselves once again on the back ropes.
Season 4 Giovanna is a terrifying character, and look at the way that Kreator pilots her. Already going up 2-0, putting Kreeg in a last chance situation. Backed it to the corner. How are they going to fight back?
Yeah, back into the corner physically and metaphorically. Only has 2 more rounds to lose here before being sent home. However, Kreator trying to find those last 2 rounds as well. Trying to close out the set and get just that slight bit closer to the top 8.
Oh, with the whip punch with the far slash into the dog. Spinning dog kick. Bro, someone call a locksmith. Kreator's locked in.
Oh yeah, it's not even locked in is an understatement right now. With both bursts out, it's looking like Kreator has this round to win. Whiffin.
Yeah, and Kreator doesn't really need to do anything here, right? Don't take any big risks. Just went for that 2K to try and get out.
I was going to say it's on Kreeg to try to get something started here and not going to be able to find the offense that they're looking for. Now Kreator's on set point and looking to win this set in a clean 3-0.
All right, catching the backdash with the 2D. Lets the combo drop to just keep the corner pressure and get another mix-up.
Oh, Kreator with the blocks. Has blocked every single 50-50 so far. Oh no! There was no follow there on the PRC. Now Kreator gets a chance to get offense going once again.
Still no roll-through. We haven't seen a roll-through mix-up come out from Kreeg at the moment here. Still just trying to get that offense started because we've been on the back foot most of the set.
Uh-oh. Do they have the ability to kill here? Gunflip should provide the extra damage necessary. And now Kreeg has found a bit of life here.
Well, let's see, can they keep this snowball rolling? The embers are building up, but can we get a full fire here from Kreeg?
I mean, just historically, this matchup has been so tough for Happy Chaos. Giovanna has only gotten stronger, not only as the player base has improved, but also has the character as well. So Kreeg definitely has the one put out for him. Rolls through the far slash.
That's huge. Able to take the corner as well, keeping Kreator locked down. Gets the open up with the 2K. Once again, Deus Ex Machina.
Has the bullets back, but as you can see, that focus gauge is going to be a problem for sure. No burst, no real resources to their name besides the 50-meter we spent on the YRC. Spends it on the PRC to keep themselves safe. Gets thrown, and with the RC, should be enough to take it. And with the pop-off, Kreator gets ever closer to that top 8.
One game away from top 8 now for Season 3. He was a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like now, one of the things though is that this is definitely going to be a resource battle. You have no stamina on Sin's side, definitely decreases the power level, and obviously no bullets or concentration for Happy Chaos, and all of a sudden, you know they're in a bad spot.
This is strength versus dex, bro. You have the calorie gauge versus the thought gauge.
Oh, yes. It's like you gotta tell. That's literally the locked-in gauge there on the side of Jack. Has to be able to manage that, because as we can see, with that Deus Ex Machina super, absolutely no problem managing those bullets.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth, Avian. And there we go, 5D gets the pick up. Another Deus Ex should be enough to close out this first round for Paragon's Jack.
Oh, yeah, should be more than enough damage. Keeping the scaling nice and low, utilizing the fully charged dust in the combo. Really good routing by Jack.
Ooh, the forward slash whip punish, kind of nasty.
Uh-oh, gonna get a full DP punish. And there we go, we see it again. Look how much damage this does, utilizing that charged dust. With the Deus Ex Machina should be plenty of damage on the table, as well as full resources. Look down at that concentration and look down at those bullets. Jack is swimming in it, and he is living large.
Oh, goes for the empty low there after the BRC. It should be enough to close it out with one more. I told y'all earlier, get used to seeing it. Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, the first game going convincing lead to Jack, letting out the sigh of relief. But to be honest, he made that matchup look easy.
Oh yeah, it was all Jack all the way, all gas, no brakes. Blue Heck gonna have to figure out a way to put the brakes on Jack's momentum.
Yeah, it's just a matter of blocking all of this out. Obviously, much harder said than done. So many 50-50s built into the kit of HC. However, you can also get him on offense. As you can see, Blue Heck finally getting some started here on the offensive side of things. PRC's out of the throw and now has Jack on the ropes.
All right, 2S, immediately into the 2H. What a counter hit! Goes into the beat driver, but didn't have the resources to follow up.
Oh, maybe tried to go for the DP there and just ended up on the wrong side. Gets counter hit, and Jack is going to take that inch that was given to him by Blue Heck, and now he's going to take it a mile.
Yeah, that hard knockdown is going to be really good here for Jack. Gets the 5D and gets the burst out of Blue Heck. Ooh, into the whip punish. Gets the full pickup. We're going to go to super. Yep, right into the Tyrant barrel, and there's the round.
I was going to say with a clean hit, it should be able to pick up the kill and doesn't even need it. Even with that timing that wasn't exactly perfect, was still more than enough damage for Sin to close it out.
Ooh, nice. Getting the command roll through. No one blocks that, ever.
I'm telling you, whenever I'm on HC, I feel like if I'm having trouble opening them up, I'm like, you know, let me go to the other side and try again.
It's basically just on cooldown, right? As long as you don't show it too often, it's going to hit every single time. There's the burst.
100%. Now Blue Heck trying to take it slow, but then rushes right on in with the wild assault. You see the change of pace is too much for Jack to handle, and this should be more than enough damage with that JH able to close it out. Even a bit surprised there himself.
Feeling good about it though, all smiles. We got a nice crowd watching on as well, waiting to see which 8 Daredevils make it to the top. Oh, but a nice throw. Tries to go for a safe jump, but it's not safe enough. The DP is going to connect, and now BlueHeck is on the offense.
There you go. Now Jack gonna try and go ahead, take that turn right back. But YRC has something to say about it. Now the burst coming out. All defensive resources are off of the table for BlueHeck. Still has that DP on him, but as we've seen some of these punishers from Jack, might be a little more skeptical of using it.
A little skeptical to approach as well, but there we go. The Sun Dipper gets the clean pickup as well, Avian.
Oh yeah. Gonna be taken up through the wall. Once again, no clean hit timing, just barely off, but it won't even matter here. Jack going ahead, trying to play around this stamina lit Sin, and right now is doing so in droves. Taking him to the wall once again, has meter to continue this offensive barrage.
Yeah, you could kill with the next mix-up here. Obviously, burst is available. YRC is blocked, and the throw is perfect to lock out that burst.
So smart there by Jack. I feel like, listen, I see that YRC bait. I'm salivating to get my close slash punish, but Jack ensuring that there is no chance to burst there at all.
Jack salivating to try and get to this top 8, inching ever closer. Like just running underneath. Doesn't want to deal with the anti-air situation at all.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's like, listen, I don't even want to be anywhere near you. I'll just meet you on the ground, my friend. And it's looking like Jack's going to meet him on the other side of this wall.
That's why he's got the gun, bro, just to stay at a safe distance.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yep, punish on the DP coming down, and that should be it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Deus Ex Machina should be more than enough to close it out. Jack is going to once again pull ahead in this set, now 2-1.
Just staying one step ahead of BlueHeck. BlueHeck's sitting here having to play catch-up, having to figure out how to cross that finish line before Jack can.
Yeah, it's gonna be. So far, though, it feels like BlueHeck has a pretty solid grasp on how Jack wants to play. As you can see, able to already pick up that round, pick up that game, excuse me, and has picked up rounds along the way as well, even in these Jack wins.
Oh, yeah, the gunshot there.
Wow,
what
a throw.
Oh, yeah.
Picks it up, says, who needs stamina when you got meter as well?
Beautiful 6H. That is going to go back to neutral here. Not exactly what you want against Happy Chaos, but we take what we can get.
Oh, PRC out. Allows BlueHeck to stay in the neutral game. Try to get a little bit cheeky there with the setup, and Jack's going to say, you know what, you want some cheekiness, I'm going to show you with that JD.
And shoot him up once again. Here we go, Deus Ex. BlueHeck never asked for this.
Look at that, full conk, full bullets. This man is locked and loaded. Gonna try to close it out here with this barrage, but the DP from BlueHeck is gonna keep him in this thing. Gets him with the tap dust as well, and now Jack is gonna lose a round here in this 4th game.
Yeah, but BlueHeck is still playing catch-up, right? 1 round down. Burst on the table for both players here. So we'll see who's gonna pop first. BlueHeck is in the corner. Are they feeling the pressure?
That's the thing about these comebacks, though, Jobber, is you have to take it 1 round at a time. You can't look too ahead of the road in front of you, or else you're going to find yourself losing rounds and slipping away these games in an effort to try to come back.
Yeah, you just got to hope it's going to work out. Play to the best of your ability. That DP was great, hitting its mark, and there's the burst. Jack's the first one to draw.
Oh, bursting here. I don't know if it's a smart decision. BlueHeck's going to agree with me there as well. Just wants to take the damage, wants to go into this last round situation with a monstrous burst lead over Jack.
Very clean, very clean. Now this is it, set point for Jack. BlueHeck has to spend this burst so wisely. Still holding on to it and willing to actually go through the wall with it. Oh, no!
Oh, apparently not. Find a way out as well, gets the burst there. Wants to maintain this advantage, and this is where that comes in handy, but drops the combo, able to keep Jack in there, confirms into the Ride the Lightning. There we go, BlueHeck, great offensive sequence so far, wants to dodge that YRC. As you can see from this sequencing, seems to have gotten out of the woods so far with the clean and what they were looking like, and that would have killed. But however, it didn't.
Hard knockdown though. YRC does come out. Jack has access to another YRC or meter for a mix-up.
Oh, backdashes. It's going to be a chance for Jack to punish.
Yeah, but Jack's not going to be able to break the wall with Super here. Still,
scary spot. Gets shimmied. Jack, what a play. And with the success is going to be able to take it.
Wow, great clutch play there from Jack. Was on the edge of that going to a game 5. It was able to lock in even with...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is really interesting, right? Because, you know, back during those days when Wild Assault was coming out, you know, we'd all be like, Cheryo, you got to use Wild Assault more, man. And he's like, nah, I'm good.
Exactly. And now look how it's paid off here in top 16 winners. 1 game away from that top 8. Kshu trying to play that zoning game here early on.
I mean, has his work cut out for him for sure. Not only has to play against Johnny, a character who has seen a meteoric rise in the tier list and in player usage, but also has to play against one of the most premier pilots of the character.
Yeah, with the white coat on too, channeling the spirit of Mito.
Oh yeah. Throwing out the far card there. Johnny is able to have such a devastating grasp on this neutral game. Now we see the gold burst coming out here from Cheryo. Backing Kshu slowly into a corner, but Kshu very fine to be at that distance, says there's nothing really that Goldlewis can do to scare me.
Exactly, playing that zoning game plan to picture perfection. And gonna be able to possibly, no, and Senga's still not enough. That's a man with a lot of meat.
Oh yeah, real beefy boy there, that Goldlewis. Oh my goodness, and this is the damage that allows you to make these types of comebacks that we know from Goldlewis.
One more touch. Here's all that Cheryo needs, but the backdash into the 2K to avoid the throw.
Man, honestly, for how much damage and how explosive both these characters are, that was an uncharacteristically long round.
It was, yes. It's because Kshu was playing like very zoning heavy right off the bat. Now starting to go in and actually brawl a bit.
Yeah, it's like, I love that. I mean, that's one of the things you can appreciate about this matchup as well, is that you are going to see some sparks fly.
Oh man. We're seeing Johnny fly right now, but not in the way that he wants to be.
Yeah. Lots of airtime there in that combo.
Security gauge is all the way full now for Cheryo.
Oh, not able to activate that card. They're in a really awkward distance, but the Mistfinder stance gonna put Kshu right in the proper spot to get the punish and remind y'all what his name is.
Let's see the J's in the chat.
Yes, sir. My favorite part about it every single time.
Oh my God, blowing up the Wild Assault there right away. There's the Joker trick. The house always wins.
Yep. Cheryo looking to be on his last legs here, and those last legs are going to get taken from under him there with the 2S.
One thing that was really smart post-wall break there for Kshu was the fact that he actually didn't go in for a safe jump opportunity. Just hung back and threw out the card, knowing that Cheryo was sitting on full tension. Just super PRC was an inevitable thing to happen.
Oh, yeah. Super PRC is such a strong tool, but if you know it's coming, there's a lot of different ways you can play around it. Damn. As you can see, you know, carrying this momentum into the second game as well. Already took that burst out from Cheryo, and now is going to take this next round doing absolutely everything, and Cheryo doing absolutely nothing. A perfect here from Kshu.
Clock it. Now trying to utilize a little bit of that JD to find a way in, but Kshu says, I'll come in instead. Gets the TK Mistfinder into the pickup and the wall break as well with the misstep.
Yep, no real chance to car that there, so no hard knockdown on the table. Has to go back to neutral with Goldlewis, a position that honestly, as Johnny, I wouldn't mind taking.
Oh no, not at all. I take it any day. Oh, big whiff though. That was an opportunity there for Cheryo to actually get something done. This time pulls out the Skyfish to get the whiff punish.
Yep, gotta see what the move is here. Maybe wanted that YRC, but isn't gonna get it. Kshu says, you know what, I got a reversal super with your name on it and mine as well.
Damn, that's right. That's Aura. There's the gold burst. Great throw tech, trying to go for that 6K jump scare.
All right, YRC is out. Cheryo has Kshu exactly where he wants him. But the backdash on the BTs, that's one thing that Kshu was so good at in this matchup, is knowing exactly how to navigate those BTs, and that studying has rewarded him with yet another game, a 2-0 lead for Kshu.
You have to study those BTs, you have to have confidence. You can have no fear, cero miedo, when it comes to dealing with those behemoth typhoons. That's the best way to get rid of it, is to backdash it.
Oh yeah, it's like, I mean, that's the thing about Goldlewis, right, is that all those BTs are so scary at the surface, and honestly, some of those strings are still oppressive as everything, right? Even when you look at what the security cancels, you're getting frame trap, you got lows, you got highs mixed in there. But the moment that you learn how to play around it, the Goldlewis matchup becomes so much more linear and so much easier to break down, even in a real game setting.
You're absolutely correct. And I'm going to be honest, this is the first time I've ever seen Johnny live up to his designation as zoning.
Exactly.
There ain't no Johnny zoning out here, except now for Kshu in this matchup against Goldlewis.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a player expression thing as well, right? Kshu consistently on the zoners. His last big performances before this were on Bridget as well. I mean, as you know, is definitely fitting that zoner archetype.
Absolutely. Zoner set play.
Just decided to find a character that fits those same bills, but has some health and damage to back it up.
Oh, but that JD sending out the hands. One of the best just jump normals that Goldlewis has in his entire arsenal. Still just can't seem to find the right range. That's where Cheryo is struggling, Avian.
Oh yeah, I mean, as you can see here, Kshu has just done an incredible job navigating these ranges. Hasn't really given Cheryo that opening to even go for a lot of these JDs, and when they do, they're almost definitely blocked and challenged.
We are blocking for so long there, but you can't block forever.
Oh my goodness.
And that should be the round. No, didn't go for the RC actually, but it doesn't matter. Far/heavy slash is enough.
Oh yeah, I mean, Cheryo sitting here on his last legs, not just for the game, but for the set as well. 6B coming out here, like we said, trying to be a little bit more proactive on defense, as I can't just sit here and take these misfinders. I got to get something done, and I got to get it done now.
Bro, I'll be honest with you, kind of not fair. Kshu's coming in with the Johnny theme playing as well, and Senga counter hit, blowing up the throw attempt. Once again, the J's in the chat.
There we go. Look at all the damage, even on a character as beefy as Goldlewis. Johnny is able to tear through that health bar.
That's some seared meat. There's the throw into the RC, trying to close it out right here with another super, but doesn't get the wall splat.
Uh-oh, the RC back. That misfinder not quite able to kill there. Not even close, actually.
Oh, and the punish with the misfinder. I don't like in this game, except for maybe Perfection Can't Please Me.
Oh, listen, I'm going to have to agree.
Oh, but here we go, round start, 2P immediately.
Oh, man, we are dashing up. You already said it there. Johnny doesn't really play up to that zoner designation all too often, and Kazam is showing you the other side of that coin, utilizing that incredibly fast dash speed to get exactly what he wants.
Yeah, the moment that they go up against big bodies is when they suddenly turn into zoners, but Kazam is going to be able to get the wall break here. Drops the super, though, so we're right back to neutral.
50% meter doesn't mean anything if you're getting command grabbed, but Kazam says, I don't even need it. Takes the first round convincingly.
Yeah, boy, not getting a chance to play at all, but still has burst. Opted not to spend that.
There we go. Burst. Now Burst is coming out here for a boy.
Look at the
Oh,
movement.
no.
The movement from Kazam is making it so difficult for a boy to actually figure out where to place those buttons.
Yeah, man, it feels like a boy hasn't really had any opportunities to get anything started so far. The whole thing about Potemkin is, you know, once he gets in, he is able to do his worst to you. But so far, hasn't even had that chance. Kazam has been in control of the neutral the entire time and has thus controlled the offensive situations to all be in his favor.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect, actually. Let's see.
Oh, I believe so. I mean, look at that health bar. Looks relatively untouched.
Oh, no!
But looking like that's not going to be confirmed by the game. Kazam, though, taking the hood perfect with pride.
Yeah, that's perfect in my book, all right?
Oh, yeah.
But now jumping into game number 2, a boy really going to have to make some adjustments. There we go with the knockdown. Oh, but just went for flick instead of anything else.
Oh, able to armor right through that misfinder. Now has Kazam right where he wants him. Catches the fuzzy jump as well. Kazam decided to hold up and is going to get punished for it swimmingly.
Yeah, Heat Knuckle is going to break the wall here. Takes to the skies, but the air-to-air is going to be won out by Kazam with that JK.
Oh, man, tried to go for the JS there. And the two-hit sweep, look at that. Goes ahead, is just enough in regards to the active frame to catch a boy doing that reversal super. And now is going to be taken. Potemkin through the wall with another super on deck.
There we go with the armor. Oh my God,
no.
Trying to go for the heavenly, but Kazam wants to close it out right here.
Man, you can see that Kazam was thrown off a little bit there by that lack of the hit particles. Wanted to see if he was going to burst, but takes the burst and takes the round as well.
Yeah, it's so difficult to actually see the throw coming in that situation. When you have the card on you, you're just afraid to do anything at that point.
Here we go. Card still on the table there for Kazam. If he's able to navigate his way over to the other side, he should be finding a good combo here and has found the hit he's looking for.
Bro, this is like Potemkin trying to push the boulder uphill right now.
This boulder for sure keeps on falling back down a mile the moment that a boy tries to get an opportunity.
Still, defense is solid, gets the just defend. Oh, but clipped low, watch your ankles, and now there's the burst, but can you bring this back? You can't.
No, I mean, you can see a boy kind of throwing his head back like, what do I do? And Kazam hit us with a smile. Knows exactly what he's doing.
That's the first time I've seen Kazam smile.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I usually associate, you know, Kazam with at least a little bit of silliness, but you don't see that smile too often. I mean,
It's hidden under the beard, bro.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, look at that thing. It's a beauty.
It is beautiful. With a little bit of gray, too. I love it. But I also love that heat tackle. Nice deflect shield to push Aboii back out, keeping yourself safe.
Uh-oh. No mix-up there. It seems that Aboii threw everything, the one diamond in the rough, that he has been locked in on these fuzzy jump timings, but it's not going to matter when the reversal super is in play.
I don't even think that command grab would have connected anyway, right? It was just a little too far away, but the JD does connect.
Uh-oh. First round might be here for Aboii. Has it Gigantor Kai. Has to try to decide, are we going low or high? Goes low, and then we're going high with the tap dust on the other side. Aboii finds himself on the board for the first time this set.
Yeah, but you have to get a reverse 3-0. That's difficult for anyone, especially at this level. Oh, blowing up the slide head armor and getting the pickup all the way into the corner.
I mean, we look at how difficult it was for Kazam to even lose one of those rounds, and now you have to look at Aboii and tell him straight to his face, hey man, you got to do that 5 more times if you want to qualify for top 8 on the winner's side.
Oh wait! There it is, Potemkin Buster!
Uh-oh, a little bit upset that he had to spend the 50 bar there. As you can see, Kazam is willing to do anything but get grabbed here. Has fuzzy jumped on every single one of those Garudas.
So now sitting on 100 tension. Gotta watch out. Fast RC's incoming. Instead, gonna get the throw. Set up card again.
Oh no, gets hit with the high. This might be enough to kill and will for sure be enough to kill. Letting you know what his name is on the way out, and Kazam is sitting on set point.
One more away. That's right, Avian. Also sitting on set point with burst nearly back. That is a huge plus for Kazam at the moment here. Gold burst from Aboii.
Oh yeah, Aboii is coming out here swinging. Says, you know what, especially with the lead that Kazam has built up, might not try to get in there as much as he was before. Now we're mixing it in. Some of those pop busters are going to come through, and now the offense is going to be so much more scary for Aboii.
Now we're ready to start busting. Far away, Garuda.
Oh my goodness.
Oh!
It closes it off with the HPV.
Take you up to heaven and bring you right back down to hell.
Just like Bill Murray in the 80s, busting's making Aboii feel good, I'll tell you.
He said no.
He said, cut the cameras. What are they doing to me? Pairing me up against this Johnny.
All right, again, slow and steady wins the race.
Aboii, though, you can kind of tell the confidence in his gameplay now. Kazam backed away into the corner instead of Aboii sitting there pressing 5. Look at that. The close slash there in neutral.
Yeah, gotta figure out. 6K immediately into pop-ups, so you gotta be kidding me.
Uh-oh. Throwing out a lot of those options. Realize that the risk versus reward on those is ridiculous.
Now Kazam here.
Oh, whoa!
What a sicko. What a sicko, the reversal pop buster.
Said, your strike throw situation? No, I think I'm going to go ahead and make that mine.
Our strike throw situation, comrade, for the glory of Zep.
Oh, it has to be, because, like, look at that. You see Johnny dash up at you. My first instinct, excuse me, is never, you know, what's my offensive situation going to look like here?
Oh my gosh, just dunking on him there. That's what the offensive situation is looking like, Avian.
Oh no, wasn't able to find the PRC there to keep himself safe. And now finds himself in the corner versus an angry Kazam.
Oh, YRC is going to hit its mark.
Uh-oh. Wow, didn't get punished there. A lucky break there for Aboii. Will he be able to convert this into yet another round win?
Oh, but the IBFT pushing so far away. Kind of a double-edged sword for Potemkin, right? He wants to be up close.
Oh my goodness. There we go. Kazam gonna go ahead and close out that combo with the Insenga. Has no burst to his name, so can't get too comfortable even with the meter advantage, as we see right there.
Yeah, tossed right mid-screen. Jumps over the super, but there's the RC into the air. Missed fighter.
Oh no! Isn't able to get the pickup. There's nothing for Johnny there. Gonna go ahead, get the close slash there from Aboii. We are sitting at 2-2 when it was looking absolutely doomed for Aboii.
It's big boy summer out here in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, shirts are off. Oh, gets the close slash there once again. We have seen the momentum fully shift. It looked unlosable for Kazam, and now Aboii, it looks like it's gonna be inevitable before he takes this round. Once again, finding the timing on those fuzzy jumps is paying off here. Able to catch every single timing, closing up the round with the pop buster. And just as it was set point for Kazam, it's now set point for Aboii.
Those are all those Potemkin busters paying off now. Like you said, catching Kazam trying to jump out of them. 6P, prayers up.
Oh my goodness, just a couple hits away from completing this comeback. Especially in a matchup like this, such a feat for Aboii. Catches Kazam.
Oh my God!
And look at the damage. That's my kill. Not going to be able to kill. Kazam gets another chance at life.
Set up the card. It is going to be blocked here, though, and Aboii is out of resources. Still just needs to find that one touch, whatever it may be, through the glass with the super on your ass.
Oh, no. Kazam is going to find a chance to try to get something done here. Has plenty of meter, especially with that positive bonus. Lands the far slash. There's no defensive tools here for Aboii. Has to try to find his way out the good old-fashioned way. Gets the backdash, but it's going to get caught. Here comes the Jays, and here comes a final game, final round situation with Arc World's 4 points and a top 8 spot on the line.
Only thing, I thought Aboii might have gone for a deflect shield there, but didn't believe in it. Wants to hold the burst into this last round.
My goodness. And in this last game, last round situation, Kazam is going to be the one to get things cracking. So far has Aboii on the back ropes, and now Aboii finds the burst, tries to get it out.
This is not looking too good at the moment here. Aboii backed up against the wall, getting set through the glass one more time with the Joker trick.
Oh, as we see, though, there's only a deflect shield to Kazam's name. No meter for the RCs. No burst to get out of another offensive situation. One good read here, and the tables can turn immediately.
Yeah, but it could be one last mix-up as well.
Oh, no!
Back throw might be an incident. Might be an incident here.
Man. Oh! The 6P going the wrong way. Doesn't have the meter to convert. Has to find one more good deflection coming out here by Aboii. Will he be able to find a way to get out of there? And Kazam just closes the curtains with the throw. Staying without tearing up, I promise. But now we're over here in Raza Shingle Creek. It has been outstanding. I mean, you were telling me earlier, you literally do not even have to leave the venue at all for any reason.
For no reason at all. Literally, they have just from the walk from the actual elevators where the rooms are to the venue itself. It's all indoors. It's about probably a 5 to 10 minute walk, and you pass like 6 restaurants as well. There's a 24-hour convenience store just located downstairs with also ice cream and its own little lunch bar. This is CEO's new home, and it feels good.
Yep.
It feels good.
And speaking of feeling good, hopefully that controller is feeling good. We have determined that MFCR is going to be taking the round, not the full game, so Winty still has a chance to try to make something happen, and make something happen she shall. Landing the counter hit DP punish to try and get things kicked off.
Oh, throwing out the tatami mat there too to blow up the fireball. Nice 6H OTG, reel you in. You're stuck in here with me, and you know what? Losing that round didn't matter to Winty at all.
Oh my goodness, it actually almost made her stronger because as you can see, is the same exact situation as earlier, but now MFCR has 0 burst to his name, only a wild assault available. Using that wild assault to try and keep this offense going, continuing with the cross through Winty, wants no parts of that, is going to burst and get out of the dodge.
Again, the tatami mat to shut down the heavy fireball. Such a good strategy there from Winty. Our knockdown going on in. Yozansen behind your back.
Oh my God. Winty's offensive sequences have been relentless here in this top 64, now in this top 16. MFCR having so much trouble dealing with it. However, have to try to find one more way out. Gets the throw, and the 236S is what's going to be able to take it.
That was a little diabolical there. The double dash through unstance throw.
I do have to say, if MFCR is known for anything throughout his gameplay in here, it has to be that usage of Dwight. 236H paying so much in regards to this MFCR offensive game plan.
Oh, but there's the parry on the back turn K. Winty trying to get her offensive game plan started, but MFCR putting a halt to that. Oh.
Oh! Oh my goodness. Now trying to get things kicked off here. Yozansen not going to be very effective there. Gets the block from MFCR. Winty gonna go ahead and get DP'd on the other side as well.
Yeah, spends the burst there after getting counter hit by the 6K. Ooh, Kabari gonna reel it in for the knockdown. Yozansen blocking the other side this time.
Uh-oh. There we go. We see the DP once again. This is gonna take it. Winty gets backdash, tries to go for the throw. PRC to keep herself safe. And once again, oh no! I was gonna say say MFCR is going to be on the offensive side, but reads the throw with perfection and takes another round.
All right, 2H is going to hit its mark right off the start, too. Nice counter poke there with the 2K, but a woohoo parry.
There we go. Parry coming out, allows WinTyGuitar to get something started here, gets the tether as well. Tries to go for the guard cancel parry, isn't going to see too much usage out of it. Way to adjust the combo as well. The tether just barely not on there.
Oh, YRC, get off me, though. Get off me with that throw tech, too.
Uh-oh.
2D, but no RC to back it up.
Yep. Gonna be an RC there. But not even gonna utilize the burst. Their MFCR is more than willing to just go on to the next round.
Burst can be available for both players here in this round as well. MFCR, of course, wants that 2-0 lead to have that comfortable cushion.
Oh, tries to go for the Yozansen out of the corner, wanted to keep herself safe, and is going to be keeping herself safe with a parry instead.
Oh, say it with your chest, MFCR. There's the throw.
Just walking up, not even utilizing that Leo dash, but he says, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and just stroll on up.
Not going to be a hard knockdown, though.
Uh-oh, and the burst comes out from Winty. Florida going crazy, rooting for their boy. Up 2-0, now only needs 2 more rounds to see the winner side of top 8.
He got the trim up too, bro. The fade and
Yeah,
the trim
I
up.
was like the beard and the lineup is looking crazy.
Yeah, bro, he got some clean lines there.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, MFCR, after this up, I'm gonna need to get in touch with their barber, bro. I need a cut on the way out.
Again, the heavy fireball has just been completely shut down by the tatami mat here. It's not even a factor.
Uh-oh. Now in the corner, expecting MFCR to go for a bit more of a wild option there, but MFCR playing it safe, continuing with these changes in tempo that have been keeping WinTyGuitar at bay this entire set. Goes for the BRC overhead, doesn't find anything, just jumps over.
Ace catch.
He's gonna connect there. And now MFCR sitting on set point.
Oh, the 6K just blowing through the 6P. But MFCR able to get that pickup. Gotta put Winty through the wall.
Oh, and what's gonna surely put her through the wall is that pillar. Oh, there he goes for the same side and the DP through it. MFCR said, I'll be holding none of that offense. Guard cancel parry. What a defensive sequence by Winty. And now it's gonna get the burst out of MFCR to close it out.
Oh, but there's the far slash connecting. Just flash kick. No fear. Oh, maybe some fear. One fear.
Yeah, the only fear is going to be losing this round here. Woo! Is going to be safe. Tried to bait out the throw, and Winty's going to have no parts of it, keeping herself alive here with plenty of burst.
JS, my beloved, and that burst is so key, Avian.
Oh, no.
Having that get out of jail free card here on your last life.
Whoa. What's on the other side there? Oh, no. And this combo is going to be devastating with that tether in mind. It's in our second time, goes for the throw. WinTyGuitar seems to have this all locked up. Able to dodge the flash kick. Gonna be one more off the situation. Goes for the throw once again. Has the meter, but isn't even gonna elect to spend it. Has 100 to her name, and MFCR is gonna spend all he's got to try to get this offense going.
Gotta watch out though, 100 attention on Winty's side. That's a lot of defensive tools.
Oh no, it's gonna get crossed through. It's gonna get crossed through
the
again. It's gonna get crossed through again. It's gonna get crossed through a third time, but it's not gonna be enough. WinTyGuitar finally finding the answer and keeping herself in this thing.
Holy cow. That
What?
was actually being put in the blender.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to say. Winty, if you got hit by that, I don't know, I'd delete social media for a couple days.
Ooh.
That one would have been bad.
Well, Minty riding the momentum there as well. Gets the slowdown shimmy with the RC.
5Ks there. MFCR burning a lot of that health. And now WinTyGuitar finally utilizing those wake-up parries. And now look at the mileage that she's going to get off of that. Another round going to WinTyGuitar.
Start situation, trying to go for that far slash. There's the knee with the 5K, getting right in on ya. Great conversion, too, from MFCR, poking with that far slash at max range.
Yeah, this round is looking all MFCR, though. As you can see, not going to be able to quite get enough damage is what I would say. We got to be careful. Has the guts to back it up, though.
Wow, it's that Japanese guts.
Oh, yeah. The Japanese are simply too strong. Goes for the parry, but there's going to be no punch by MFCR.
Great throw tech there too, but this is an uphill battle that's not going to end up working out thanks to that trade. Familiar position, Winty on her last leg here in Winners.
Doesn't have much room to stand on, but MFCR gonna elect to use the final bits of his burst. Trying to keep his offense going. Kabari is out, good punish out here by MFCR. Is gonna get more than enough damage to strike a little bit of fear in Winty's heart, especially with that RC pickup. There we go, tap dust, and this should seal the deal. Had the tap dust starter, they're holding up the fist already, and they both knew it was gonna kill. MFCR, we will be seeing you on the winner's side of top 8.
Best of 7 series, it feels like, coming up here. But it looks like we're going to be jumping into a button check. No, we're rolling right into it, right into it.
Nah, they want to just get to the over. Listen, we have checked our buttons in the last 20 times that we played this set out. So now we're just going to get right on into it. First hit's going to go to LordNY. It's going to go to Leffen, excuse me, with the burst out of LordNY to try to keep Leffen at bay.
Yeah, and that early burst there from LordNY is for the momentum, right?
Oh, no!
Whoa, but the parry!
Whoa.
Yeah, that momentum is so important against Happy Chaos, right? You cannot allow him to get the snowball rolling. You need to knock him down because he does not have that reversal.
Yeah, it's going to be. The thing is, it's like, it's the battle of too many reversals versus not enough, right? Like, because you have Leffen on a character with no invincible reversals, with metered or meterless. Then you got Baiken as a reversal super, has the parries. That, you know, that's accustomed to her identity. And so far, LordNY is able to take that all the way to the bank and kill with that super, doing a deceptive amount of damage.
That 3 slashes in a moon, put it on a t-shirt, straight into round 2. Leffen about to get burst back right away. I like the Wild Assault, though, to put the Escabari on.
Oh, Alexa going low. Everyone's looking for that Yozansen, and LK able to take advantage. There we go. Focus is coming out. BRC says, I'm not even going to give you a chance to steady aim. I'm just going to take you through this wall. Next thing you know, Leffen is sitting here. Massive life disadvantage. Has a good amount of resources, but then again, you got to always be wary of that Baiken parry.
And there it is, Escabari right on once again, putting the tatami. That was kind of cute, right? The backdash into the tatami.
Yeah, that was a good little sequence there, repping the T.
He's got the kombucha. It is the kombucha. Give it up for the kombucha, chat.
Yeah, it's like LordNY, our healthy goat.
Bro, they got him right over there in the little convenience store. I gotta pick some up too. That's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't really been tapped into the kombucha, but I'll have to go check it out. I mean, the way the LK has been played, if that kombucha makes me play like this, I'm all in.
It's the secret sauce, brother. Here we go, staying very airborne, trying to get over that curse, but it's still gonna get caught anyway, and now Leffen can run the game plan.
Yeah, the game plan that has gotten him so much success, has gotten him trophies, has gotten him an EVO trophy at that. Now gonna try to run it back here in the CEO arena tomorrow, especially on the winner's side.
Oh, there's the YRC, just goes for the dash up throw. Ooh, and that's gonna be around here now for Leffen with the Deus Ex. It's gonna hit, right? Might be too low?
Oh,
okay, it did, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Leffen just so knowledgeable about what to do with his routing. I wouldn't have doubted for a second that was going to hit.
Every once in a while, you will see people weirdly drop out of Deus Ex.
Now, that is true. I have to admit that that's definitely true.
Oh, but running right into the head banger there with a 6P. Put you through the glass. Give me that positive bonus. Oh, no, too far away.
Oh, no. That mistake is going to be a massive one. As you can see, LK making a pay. Gets the conversion off of the Yozansen as well, even fading it back.
Yeah, not going to be able to get a super off of that. Unfortunately, there's the toss from Leffen.
Oh, the gunshot is going to deny the defensive play from LordNY.
LordNY actually tried to hit a button there, right? Tried to hit a button there to anti-air Leffen, but the gunshot was just too clutch. 5 frames, 5-frame window from the pull of the trigger to wherever you're standing.
That is nuts. I mean, getting the RNG in his favor, and I'm sure that Leffen wouldn't want it any other place, because now he's sitting there. It's breadsticks on the board. We're tied up at 1-1.
All right, 2S into the Kabari. Nice whiff on the JP to get that throw set up.
Oh, man, there we go, the JS once again. LordNY doing such a good job on defense, so proactive, and is able to convert it into this relentless offense as well.
Oh, gets anti-air gunshot mid-roll is kind of crazy.
I'm telling you, these gunshots from Leffen have been so clutch in the spots exactly where he needs them. Because now the momentum has slowly shifted to Leffen's side, but a throw or a parry from LordNight will take that momentum right away. It could be going with option C instead. The Ozan's is going to take it.
And this is such a key game for both of these players, trying to get that 2-1 lead. It's the tug of war match. Leffen getting the first blood here.
Yep, 6S taking him through the wall. Now we're seeing 60% to LordNight's name in the health department. But Leffen going to slowly try to chip away at that with this combo and going to try to chip away at it even more on the other side of this wall with that Deus Ex Machina.
This is a tough one for LordNight. You're not going to spend the burst here. There's just no reason to. You only have 50 tension. Happy Chaos is sitting at 100% life.
Yeah, there we go. Gets the conversion there, utilizing the rope to his advantage. The round advantage is not going to go to anybody as we are sitting here tied at 1 round apiece.
Oh, the JS, my beloved, hitting its mark. There's the 2S as well. Get on in, get the tether on.
Uh-oh. The Johnson starter close slash help with a pickup, and look at the damage that results from it, Jobber.
Oh, what a 4/whiff punish. Burst comes out, but now Leffen, knees are looking weak here.
Uh-oh. Leffen actually just has one shot, one opportunity. No pun intended. Ooh. Looking like he's got more than one, though. Those 3 bullets are going to come in clutch with many more in the chamber after this super.
And not letting that opportunity slip.
Oh, Lord. 40% on that combo. One more touch like that, and it's going to be curtains for LordNight. Even despite this incredible advantage, tried to go for the Wild Assault. Now the burst is off the table. It's going to be missing. Everything missing for Leffen. Not going to even matter, though. This might be able to kill, depending on the starter.
Japanese
Those
guts
are not going to come in handy. The guts crushing properties of that super are going to propel Leffen to a 2-1 lead.
And the difficult decision there was that LordNight made that unfortunate mistake of going for that Wild Assault, right? It was just a bad call, unfortunately, putting yourself right underneath Leffen in that danger zone.
100%. LordNight trying to claw his way back here, though. Like that. Already utilizing the Wild Assault. Wants to make sure that Leffen has as little room to breathe as possible.
Oh, the RC to pick up. But the burst immediately. Leffen trying to control that corner, and control it he does.
Yeah, and not only controlling the corner. He's going to be controlling this neutral space as well. But the one thing you have to notice, not much concentration from Leffen. Isn't really going to need it, though. He's able to build back a lot just with that combo alone.
Yeah, now sitting on some tension. Cemented, I mean. Dash in, there's the throw tech. 6S.
Versus off the table. The movement from LordNight allowing him to get that hit.
Whoa! There's no way in hell that was not a deflect shield. There is no way that was not a deflect shield. And a massive, massive conversion there for Leffen, getting the hard knockdown.
Another bad beat for LK puts him in a real bad situation. And bad goes to worse as Leffen is sitting in 1 more round to go.
All right, there's the focus. 6S, break the glass. LordNight still sitting on burst.
As you said, the burst is still on the table. Not many resources for Leffen to try to close that one out. However, LordNight able to get something started. No IED there. Maybe just wanted to go for the meaty instead. No punish on the 6S. Leffen's going to sit. You know what? I can show you what whip punish is right now.
Oh my god, the 6S catches the backdash there with the Ozanson, but misses the close slash. Tragic.
Oh my goodness, it's bad beat after bad beat for LK. Leffen has tried to find a way to get this damage off. Only has 1 bolt in the chamber, now has 2, but has no concentration to his name. This comeback is looking more than possible for LK, especially with that parry delivering the momentum.
Nice just defend, but there's the wall assault into the command roll.
Oh,
the OTG with the 2D Avian. It was just a series of unfortunate events there for LordNight, being sent down to losers.
Yep, gonna have loaded. They want to get this over with and see who will be moving on to a later time.
In our last 4 games here till we get to top 8.
Man, this is crazy. These are the last 4 games of Guilty here that we are gonna see here on Saturday as well.
Yeah, just the harassment there with the light normals. Yep, an aggressive burst to keep you locked in the corner.
I mean, just with that burst alone, we could see where Kreator's head's at in regards to his offensive game plan. He wants to sit to you like blue and make sure to never let go.
Oh, trying to go for the whiff punish on that Behemoth Typhoon. That was inspired, nearly got it.
He's almost able to close it out there. Cheryo gonna go ahead, get the burst out as well. Wants to play a semblance of the neutral game. Kreator, good conversion, utilizing the BRC slowdown, and now he's once again in the driver's seat.
Giovanna is just so good at bullying big body characters in the corner. That's where Cheryo has spent most of his time, and now is going to get sent straight to the next round.
As you can see here, Kreator not really going with the domination that we saw in that last set. I mean, to be fair, that is to be expected as the competition just gets exponentially harder as you advance on in the bracket.
Oh, but the JD is going to hit its mark this time. Not too much deeper in the bracket than we could go now, Avian.
Oh, yeah.
This is for it. This is for it, for the top 8.
This is for not necessarily all of Marvels, but
a lot of them.
Yeah, definitely a lot of them.
Yeah, there's the roundhouse kick, enhanced spiral arrow.
Oh, man. Honestly, escaping with the bare minimum damage there with the throw could have been big damage from Giovanna, but only landing the counter at 5K. Now actually allowing Cheryo to survive through this wall break and get another chance.
Oh, and that's going to be a big pickup, bouncing off the ground with a big coffin.
Now has 100% meter. This should be able to kill here. I mean, it is Goldlewis. Let's use another RC, and let's use another BT to go ahead and take this and even up the rounds.
That's what I'm talking about, going into this next round with Burst on deck as well, while Kreator is sitting on pretty much none. Gonna have to get that wall break for the positive bonus.
Honestly, the name of the game here for Cheryo is just avoid those huge starters, that far slash, that 5H from Giovanna. You can take these small hits in strides, but at the end of the day, you gotta dodge those.
Oh, stealing your soul as well, throwing the deflect shield.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa, big Millia!
Oh my
big
goodness.
Millia!
Going left, right, up and down. Kreator, though, says, I'm having enough of the nonsense. Tries to go for the throw. Goal burst out from Cheryo. The perfect spot to use it, and is able to absolutely reverse that game. And now it's going to be the first one to take one.
Fire play here so far from Cheryo. Now, you're right, it was looking pretty rough in that game number 1, but really locked in. All started off from just getting out of the corner with that JD.
I mean, one of the things I can appreciate about Cheryo is, even regardless of what his actual composure is, he makes sure to keep that poker face up and make sure that you can't tell anything about what he's thinking, so you can try and exploit those habits.
Which is funny, because he's such a smiley guy otherwise.
Exactly, but the moment that he gets in the game, he knows that it's time to lock in. You see it based on his facial expression and on how clean that offense was. What a sequence to take this first round.
Just putting Giovanna into the coffin. Oh, nice whip punish there on the whip 2S. Oh no. Oh no.
Jumps over. This is not the spot you want to be if you're a Kreator, especially with the throw, especially with all of that security.
Help. Help. Help.
Uh-oh. No backdashes on any of these BTs either.
And the throw into the BRC once again. Help.
Oh my gosh. Isn't able to block the mix-up there. And now that's a quick reversal on these games for Cheryo. Now sitting pretty with a 2-0 lead.
1 game away from top 8 glory on loser's side.
Yep, got the fresh cut, got the fresh strategy as well. Cheryo, you only have 2 more rounds to get that medal, to get that CEO entrance, and to get a shot at that belt.
And there we go. That was a very smart gold burst there. Knew the enhanced spiral arrow was coming.
Uh-oh. I don't know if you've noticed the small changes in the game plan from Cheryo, but realize that Kreator doesn't have many answers to those BTs. Utilizing a lot of the BTs that are a bit riskier against players that are more aware, but says, I don't have that same risk when I go against Kreator.
Exactly. That's very good awareness there. And JD once again trying to get out of that corner, but he's going to get tossed right back in.
Oh, tried to bait out something there. Might have been the YRC. Might have been the deflect shield. Not going to get either of those answers, though.
Oh, empty jump throw. We playing Street Fighter here. That's a safe jump, right?
This might save jump. Might have gone for the throw instead. It's looking like the striker situation is still going to be on the side of Kreator, but drops it. Oh no, Cheryo's going to get another chance, and a big one at that.
Yeah, that's a bionic elbow immediately into the delayed cross-up. That's what got the whip, right? The extra dash in, and now Cheryo swinging this coffin. There's the headbutt. OTG set point.
Oh my God, what a heartbreaker for Kreator. Isn't able to find the momentum that he needs and gives Cheryo the inch that we know that he has proven that he can turn into miles.
Oh, big whip though on the 2K. Gets the burst out of Cheryo immediately. Feels the momentum, doesn't want to give up any of it.
Yeah, both these players chasing their top 8 dreams. Cheryo has seen that CEO ring before, but Kreator has seemed to have just missed it every single time for Guilty Gear Strive.
A nice pickup into the OTG, BRC. Oh, didn't go for the fuzzy there. Whoop! Not again, not again.
Uh-oh.
Not again! Not again, Avian!
And once again, such a prominent lead has been cut down to a fraction of its former glory with the devastating damage that Goldlewis is able to output. One more situation, it's gonna take it, and another comeback to secure the sweep for Cheryo. We are gonna be seeing you in top 8. The emotions finally letting loose. They're sitting in the chair contemplating. This quote's from a man very familiar with the ring. Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. We got to see who's going to be punching who in the mouth here and who's going to be seeing the ring as well.
Oh, but there's the gunshot into the burst. That burst immediately from Aboii is very telling, right? Knows that the opening gambit is so important. In a lot of cases, it sometimes feels like whoever gets the first knockdown wins the round.
Oh yeah, it's like, I mean, it's really like 2 different sides of the glass cannon coin, right? Happy Chaos, such consistent offense, such good mix-ups, and on the other side you have Potemkin, who is sitting there with some of the most damaging touches in Guilty Gear Strive, but again, no real defensive options to his name.
Ooh, able to block a low, there's the YRC. All right, we're already starting to establish that walk-up close slash, right? So we can kind of make you afraid of the strike, and then we can get the throw.
Yeah, it's like so far, I mean, one of the things that I can really appreciate about Aboii's Potemkin is he is not scared to establish that strike game. Says, you know what, I'll get these command grabs when they're ready, but I'm not going to try to rush it and eat a big punish.
And punishing indeed there, Jikh going to be able to take the round here, sending Aboii through the glass into the next round.
There you go. Once again, as you said, the opening gambit's so important. Aboii recognizing that he needs to get out of dodge immediately. Can't let Jikh get on offense, but Jikh lets himself right back on in.
Another Deus Ex, reload those bullets, get that positive bonus, and put Aboii on his back.
Oh man, just barely getting enough time, enough airtime for the high. Is able to block the YRC.
That is a rough game number 1 there. Jikh looking incredibly consistent. Aboii's got to go back to the drawing board somehow.
Yeah, I know Aboii's thinking there's got to be something that I'm missing here. I mean, obviously the matchup still incredibly rough for Potemkin as well when you think about how far Jikh is allowed to play and Happy Chaos is allowed to play in general. But along with that, you know, it's like you got to be able to say, how can I exploit this player as well as a character?
I mean, this just shows, too, a lot of people clowning on Potemkin, thinking that he's just in a league of his own. It's not the case, right? He still has matchups that he struggles in.
Yeah, it's the nature of being the immobile big body. Sometimes you are going to get outclassed in one way or another, and it's going to make it that much harder to win.
Basically playing the entire set here with Curse on, but there's the heat tackle.
Uh-oh. We've seen Aboii make these comeback on these rounds before.
Oh, trying to go for the Potemkin buster, but it's going to be a big
no,
whip.
There's no punish there, though.
That's fine. The 5D is enough, right? When you're in the corner against Happy Chaos and he's got tension and he's got bullets, you're getting opened up. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
There is. I mean, it feels like against both these characters, right? You know, with the grappler playstyle, a little bit more lenient. However, that damage comes in spades as compensation.
Oh my God!
And speaking of damage, that's what we would have seen. But the drop from Aboii is going to be so scary.
What did Mike Tyson say? Everyone has a plan until they get Potemkin bustered.
Hey, something like that, and that's what Aboii is able to show off here.
Jikh holding on to that burst going into the next round. We just need more plays like that. That was a great course correction there from Aboii too with that accidental side swap.
Uh-oh, no more concentration. This is going to be a rough fight to deal with because regardless of how good those buttons are, with the gun it just makes it that much better.
Yeah, speaking of the gun, we got 2 of them now for the Deus Ex.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about though. Look at this. All the bullets are back, all the concentration is back. Really good decision making there from Jikh to close out some of that timer, and now it's getting rewarded handsomely.
Not going to quite kill because of the guts here on Potemkin.
All right, here we go. We got to see what Jikh is going to be able to do to close out this round. Tried to go for the wall assault, wanted to get that burst out of Aboii, but isn't going to find it. YRC is on the table. Jikh can't go anywhere. Tries to go for the paw buster in desperation and isn't going to find it. Jikh goes up 2-0.
2-0 indeed. Aboii in the corner now. Has to find a way to bounce off these ropes and swing back.
And I have to say, Jack's trying to continue the streak of getting top 8s in these illustrious events. But Aboii has a streak of his own to maintain, was able to get a top 8 spot in the last time and wants to follow it up with a back-to-back.
All right, prayers up. Put into the corner here. I want to see more attempts at some Potemkin busters here from Aboii. Jack has been holding down back a lot.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, Jack does have a reputation within that higher level community to try going for the fuzzy jump, but now it seems like Aboii has him right where he wants him and isn't able to pull the trigger just yet.
Oh, not quite, but you know who can? Happy Chaos.
Has been pulling triggers all day and doesn't want to stop here, getting this huge life advantage.
Oh, and the BRC catching it with the overhead. Things are not looking too good for our hero. Oh boy, Deus Ex Machina with the extra wall break damage. It should be enough, Avian.
Oh, absolutely. The moment that you get to that point in the health bar, no matter what character you are in the same exact position. Jack able to recognize that and put himself at set point.
No burst, there it is, finally coming out. But that's basically all you're going to get in this round now, unless you can get the positive bonus.
You see Aboii trying to go for some of those desperation
praying,
buttons.
bro.
Yeah,
Desperation, yeah, he's praying to the gods. Please, please let me hit this guy.
Like, there's got to be something that I can do. Someone's up there to allow me to get this hit. But Jack said there is nothing up there at all except for me with this BRC overhead. Doesn't have any bullets above behind it, and elects to go for it on the other side. Isn't going to get enough damage. Isn't going to get enough meter either to go for the super. Aboii so good with blocking this, but all you need is one mix-up as Jack secures his top 8 spot.
Yeah, you can see Aboii shaking his head there. Knew that one was rough, but Jack once again making it into another top 8, like you said, continuing that streak, which honestly, it's
actually like some of the most unreal stuff I've ever witnessed.
He turned his OC into a reality, and one of these players is going to turn their top 8 dreams into reality, but the other's going to be lost in nightmares. Yep. Big whip on the throw.
With this match, OC stands for official CEO medal, because that's what these two are fighting for.
Woo! The parry on the overhead attempt.
So far, this Leo pick has been getting dissected by Winty Guitar. Gets the burst out of Nitro as well, maintaining that solid life advantage.
Oh yeah, but in that back turn stance, opening yourself wide open for the Kabari.
Oh, you see that? Nitro able to actually tech regardless of that IB. Oh, wow, what a bait by Winty Guitar, but there's no pickup. Nitro's going to get another chance.
Yeah, that is a tragic drop. Might be a round-losing drop, actually, for Winty, and it is going to be...
Oh, no. As you can see, he's going to be going through with the back turn super, and all the momentum that Winty Guitar had is now dashed away.
Oh, 2K, 6K, immediately with the heavy DP.
Uh-oh. No run throw to the cross-up. Really good job of evading the throw there for Winty. And you can tell that Winty is being so patient, does not want to get DP'd. Oh my goodness, but that's not what we have to worry about. These throws and these parries now from Winty.
You can see the respect too, just trying to bait out the DP there, but Nitro woke up with the BRC instead, and he's going to be able to gain control of the match here.
Yep, there we go. See how prominent that charge jump is going to be, despite the large health pool that Winty Guitar has on this Japanese character.
Yeah, but there it is, Berserker Slash, closing out game number 1.
Yeah, Nitro trying to keep things cool, calm, and collected. Taking the deep breaths, trying to secure that top 8 finish. You can see the crowd is building up. They want to see who are going to be the last two to get an intro tomorrow morning.
Nice little juggle here. Yeah, there's the burst. Didn't want to get sent through the corner. Smart play by Nitro.
Wanted to bait some sort of response there by Nitro. Winty playing a very trap-heavy play style, wants to kind of lull you into that false sense of security and then punish you for it in full.
When I like staying at just the tip there of that back turn S, right? It threatens the S and the overhead.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't really have many places you can go. The trade combo is going to go in the favor of Nitro, and that's going to be able to kill. What great awareness to get that pickup.
And now, just like that, Nitro 3 steps ahead here of Winty Guitar. Gets the knockdown, but has to play catch-up. Cleanyo Zonson for the cross-up.
Trying to go for it again, but Nitro is armed and ready with that DP. Trying to go for the whip punish there with the back turn S, and Winty's going to shut down the offense entirely.
All right, gonna get the knockdown. Immediately set up that meaty tatami and being just a little patient with that delay to try and bait out the flash kick.
Oh man, the shimmy so potent for Nitro. Leo able to, get some wiggles out of Winty Guitar, and now it's gonna take it all the way to the bank here. One more hit should do it. Backs away, doesn't want to play this out in too hasty of a fashion, wants to just be able to secure this as quickly as possible. Gets the jab, and goes for the burst, really wants to secure this round.
Nitro
Trying to go
hungry
for the arrow throw, and it's gonna get hit on the way down. One away for Winty Guitar to stay cool and maintain the momentum.
Just the tip of that /2. That could have gone really wrong for Winty if she was one step back. And now riding the momentum of that round win here, trying to keep the pressure on Nitro.
Oh, trying to go for the parry. No real punish is gonna come out though. The only punish is gonna be on the side of Winty though. Look at that. Ever so relentless with the offense, regardless of what Nitro has been able to show. Will you be able to get the kill with the 6H? It's not going to quite be enough. You're going to need one more touch.
Yeah, one touch though. That's easier said than done. Gets clipped with the overhead. And Nitro now trying to run rough shot, and there's the wake up super. Are we going to parry it?
There is no time. They're off of the back turn S. Winty is going to find herself on a 1-1 spot.
All right, able to actually catch up, keeping pace now here with Nitro. Can we gain some ground?
Winty Guitar has just been playing phenomenally all day and is going to try and continue that here. Gets the burst out of Leo early.
Oh, BR.
Oh no, he gets jabbed out of it.
Get that mix up out of here.
There goes the DP this time as well. The Nitro is so ready. I mean, that's one of the things that's so good about Nitro. So proactive on his own offense. You very rarely see those autopilots like you do from other players.
That is true. You can't be autopiloting at this high of level either, or it's a death sentence. There's a burst from Winty.
That's really funny. I think that you're not supposed to be able to burst that. That's why Nitro did that combo. But Winty, able to turn water into wine, then able to turn burst safe routes into burstable points.
And Nitro able to turn walls into broken glass. Getting that positive bonus, nice throw tech, and the equal sign is going to equal a round win there for Nitro.
Yep. These two players have been staying neck and neck in terms of the resources, in terms of the rounds, in terms of the games. You could tell that regardless of the success that we've seen from Nitro, and maybe that we have yet to see from Winty Guitar, they seem to be a match made in heaven.
Here's another positive bonus. No hard knockdown, but that's fine. What a confirmed 5P, 6P immediately into the Weapon X program. Berserker Barrage.
They go for the far slash, trying to find something there with the Kabari. And Nitro's going to go ahead and make quick work of it, going up 2-1 here in this series.
Yeah, once again, just one step ahead. One step ahead here of Winty. Going to get the 6P there at round start.
Not even going to get punished there. Tries to go for the parry, but there's nothing there. Nitro ever so slightly misspacing it, and that's where you can see that character inexperience on the Leo starting to show through.
Yeah, and Winty bursting just because she was feeling the pressure there in the corner, but this is kind of dangerous. If you end up losing, you're going to go into this last round with barely any burst.
Able to get the jab out. Oh, I was going to say, are we going to see the burst from Nitro? Does he really want to secure this?
Wow.
And he's going to get hit by the JS.
Wasn't ready for the pickup there, though.
Oh my goodness!
Back turn parry into the dash up overhead. Nasty work, and now Nitro is sitting here at set point. Scooped.
Whoa, catches the back dash as well. You can tell that Nitro is dialed in on whatever Winty Guitar wants to do.
Oh, nice reaction there to the dash through. Able to secure that throw. Winty gonna get burst back, just barely still alive.
I mean, we've seen Baiken make these comebacks before, not necessarily against Leo.
And the burst gets baited. That's it. Nitro, your Evo champion, moving on to top 8. Not in this game, though. These guys are way, way too cracked.
Man, I mean, we are at that point in the Strive life cycle that is personally my favorite for a lot of games, where there's still enough blood for a lot of newcomers to show up to the scene, but there's just enough of the old guard that has optimized this game that we get these incredible top 8s and top 16s.
And this is a bit of what that is, right? Old guard versus newer blood. Big whiff there, though, from Classified.
Yeah, as we said.
Nice escape from the corner, wow.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like that is the power of the tether for both players. Kind of that double-edged sword there. allowing Classified to get out of the corner and now put LordNY in a spot that I don't think any player would want to be in.
Oh, but LordNY just waking up with that 5P to press out. There's the burst, just trying to keep LK locked in.
I gotta say, if I am Classified an incredible player, but having to draw LordNY against someone who is as geographically close to the best Geo in the world as possible, definitely gonna be an uphill battle.
Yeah, LordNY definitely has a lot of experience here in this matchup, but if anyone can do it, Classified can. That's a big whiff punish. Goes for the super jump, Johnson.
Going for the cross up once again. Says, Class, you have no answer for this. Finally finds the first block, hopefully of many throughout the set if Class wants to keep it competitive.
Oh, the far slash though, immediately into the super. Look, I know that teabag wasn't intentional, but still, BMs, bad manners.
We gotta see though, can Classified do anything here in this last game? Might try to sack it just from the mental. Has Tatami's, I was gonna say has Tatami's, has Kabari's to his name, and LordNY with another sip of the kombucha is gonna take first blood.
Man, I want some kombucha now. I ain't gonna lie. LordNY should be getting a kombucha sponsor, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say he needs to do the classic of taking the sponsor off, saying like this is just this unbranded kombucha. If we get the frame trap there. Classified as some might have expected, seeing himself on the back rope there.
That was a beautiful IBFD actually to push LK out with the Escabari.
Really elegant solutions to really convoluted problems. That's kind of the name of LordNY's game.
Now just harassing with that JS, ran right into the tatami. More problems here for Classified now. LK's up around.
Yeah, LordNY has tried to continue this domination. Has seen a little bit of a resurgence in the Strive career with how Baiken has been playing recently.
Oh, but the big boot there, 5H. Crazy pickup. Okay, Class is in session.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, if there's one thing that Classified's got, it's those incredible routes. Showing it off of there as well. Trying to increase this life lead into a round win as well, but drops the combo.
Yeah, that's all right. Still maintaining the pressure and has a very, very healthy life lead here. LK is not going to be spending that burst anytime soon.
Not even close. Says, you know what, if I could find a way to secure this round, then I will sure go ahead and try. But if not, then you know what, I'm completely okay with that. This might clash. Yep. Oh, I was going to say, with the clash, you aren't actually going to get too much action there. Both players retreating to a defensive position, and now LK is going to get another shot, which is swiftly taken away with that tap dust.
Tap dust so strong, but now can Classified tie things up 1-1. That's going to be a key factor to this match here. You know, we've seen a lot of players get put into this reverse 3-0 situation, and it hasn't really paid off well for a lot of them.
2 counter hits in a row for Classified. Kind of providing that cushion that you need early on against LordNY. Don't want to give him a chance to get started.
Oh, okay, just a run-up throw. Back onto the tether. Gets the combo off of it, too. Into the JH. Reset it into another throw.
Oh, there's the far slash. Should be a big pickup. Don't even need the rest of the tether to go. And now a 2-0 lead for LordNY. One more game before our top 8 is solidified.
Eyes shut. Focus.
Gonna be going back to character select.
Yeah, slow things down. Take a break. Classified, you don't need to rush into it, right?
Yep.
You need to think about what went wrong there, reevaluate the situation, go back to the drawing board, and lock in.
I really like that, though. I feel like not enough players utilize the character select screen.
It's true.
Get some time to think, get some time to kill the momentum of your opponent. Like, there's just so many benefits, yet not that many takers when the opportunity comes.
Well, it's the last opportunity here now for Classified. It's do or die here in this final top 8 qualifier.
It has to have infinite faith in Giovanna, the character that has gotten to this point in the first place.
Not only faith in Giovanna, but faith in yourself. Nice pick up there, Classified, but a wake up 5P again from LK.
Oh no, that's not the spot you want to be in if you're Classified. Look at how these tables have turned now. No burst on either side, but LK trying to take this health advantage all the way. Continuing even more, goes for the parry, not going to be able to even get time to PRC it.
Yeah, some of these mistimed meaties here are absolutely killing Classified. LK's woken up multiple times just with that 5P, able to turn things around. And the close slash set point.
Yeah, it's like now, LurryNY trying to complete the sweep, says, you know what, these young guns aren't going to have anything on the experience that I've garnered throughout my fighting game career.
Hey, that was a beautiful whip punish though from Classified there right off the bat from that backdash.
Some young man reactions coming through, allowing him to stay in the game.
Oh, but a throw, a punish on that 5P, and now you're locked into the corner once again, but the tri-dash of the BRC gets us out.
Uh-oh. Oh no, this is not what you want to see. Classified just trying to work back, get another burst on the table, isn't able to find it though. These jabs remaining for LurryNY, maintaining that pressure. Now only needs one more real touch to go on to the CEO arena.
Classified does get an opportunity here with burst. Question is, LurryNY gonna spend it? Might not get the chance. Is this enough with the Japanese guns?
Doesn't even get the opportunity and barely kills there.
Staying alive one more time from Classified.
Just as we talked about earlier, just as we've seen some of these comebacks mount, you need to take this one round at a time if you're Classified. It's so easy to get overwhelmed by the amount of games you have to take, but that's why you have to break it down into those small pieces so you can make it manageable.
All right, now Classified doing more than just managing. They are succeeding.
Uh-oh. Goes for the throw as well. This should be able to kill regardless of what happens.
Right.
The shove into the spiral arrow gonna be more than enough for Classified to show some signs of life.
And there it is, the deep breath. That's right, Classified, you are still in this. It is not over till it's over. Just block right off the bat into another whip punish from that backdash. But an unfortunate throw mishap there.
I was gonna say 3 straight rounds of momentum for Classified, but then just dashed by LK on an impressive read.
Oh, he did get clipped by that 2S though, unfortunately. Now we're doing the wake-up 5P.
Oh yeah, it's like, listen, those jabs are coming in handy. No, burst to the name of Classified, has to hold it, has to advance on to the next round. Once again, LurryNY put in that set point situation.
Oh, reeled on in. That was so far,
Whoa.
max range.
I was not expecting that to connect. I don't think Class was easy.
Uh-oh, we've seen this before. This time doesn't actually put the tether on.
I would like it to.
5D, burst is gonna come back here for Classified, gets one more opportunity.
Will that opportunity even arise here? LurryNY trying to do what he can to play this neutral game out well. Class so scared of that parry, you can just see it.
Oh,
and
another
throw
dash
again.
up throw. Classified with the 5D, that's gonna be the round. No, the wall spike just a little too early. Is this enough with the spinning dog kick?
So much scaling is eliminated, but the guts are gonna allow LurryNY to be alive. One more parry to do it. The parry is gonna get baited, and once again, Classified has a fighting chance.
It's still set point though for LK, not out of the woods yet.
Uh-oh, now LurryNY is back into the corner. Able to get that punish, but as you know, you're gonna get counter hit if you hit that up too high. Classified, great knowledge of the situation.
Oh no, this time actually does run into the parry. LK with the block and the punish with the far slash.
Oh, YRC comes out. Tried to go for the bait on the parry as well. Now not scared of it. Classified has seen all of the cards come out for LK and now realizes he has nothing to be scared of. Can't do too much with this because he doesn't have any meter behind it, but now is a one-touch situation for either player.
There's the burst immediately, 100 meter behind. LK goes for the RC, wild assault into the flip. You're stuck in the corner.
Able to block the first mix-up. The lows and the highs are both gone. Now it's Classified's time to shine. It is Classified's time to send this to a game 5.
It all comes down to this, the final game 5 here before we round out our top 8 of Strive.
I have to imagine that this pop-off is going to be ridiculous.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Classified is going to be able to take it. I mean, even LK has to fight back, as you can see, kind of getting back into that mode. Knows he's going to be going to war. We have 3 rounds maximum to decide who's going to be getting this medal, who's going to be getting these Arc World Tour points, and who is going to get a chance to fight for the CEO belt jobber. Are you ready?
Let's rock! All right, JS. Trying to play that spacing game at 5K has been such a cornerstone here for Classified. Throwing the Yozan.
Oh my gosh! All of the first 3 interactions have gone Classified's way, and all of a sudden, the kid who looked hopeless now is looking like the prize is right there. Just has to make a couple more right decisions. Oh my goodness! That was a murder from Classified, verified by the in-game text. Perfect showing up, and now we're going into duel 2.
Oh, and LurryNY starting this off with Outburst. Another throw there from Classified, starting off strong, catching the backdash with the spiral arrow up in the guts.
The offense has looked ridiculous here. Now LurryNY trying to fight back.
All right, that's the end of your turn there.
Oh,
Great.
able to get the flip kick.
Ooh, flip kick again.
Oh, no!
This is it.
Wait,
This is it.
Is he gonna size win?
This is it.
He's gonna get it!
Classified does it with the reverse 3-0 on LK.
Able to punch the final ticket in the most cinematic way possible with the reverse sweep. As you can see, the legend going up, exchanging his words, talking about how proud he is of Classified, and how else can you even describe that